Yo, 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 once again, we're back. This is We're Just the Messengers podcast. Of course, I'm Mo.
I'm Mike.
We got our friend of the show, Marco, in the building. What's good, bro?
What's happening, man? What's happening, y'all?
Of course,
CEO of Parallel Clothing.
Thank you. Just just trying to do my thing out here, man. That's it.
of course, we got my dog Drew Money on the boards as always. How you fellas doing?
I'm feeling great, man.
I'm doing good, man. Feeling good.
Feels good outside.
Word.
Had a good weekend so far.
How was y'all's week? The weekend was good. This was a good weekend. Tax-free weekend. Niggas spending their money.
For sure.
The streets looked kind of dead yesterday for tax-free weekend, to be honest with you.
I ain't
Well,
gonna
around my side.
I was by Tanger, and that shit was a zoo.
Word.
That shit was a zoo, bruh.
Yeah.
I rode by the mall, and that shit looked crazy, but I expected that. But
Yeah,
Tanger
man.
looked like
I
a zoo.
expected everybody to be out in that Azalea Square over there in Somerville, but nobody was really out.
Well, guys, Monday morning it returns back to shitty traffic.
Word.
So
Yeah, I didn't get that shit. That shit had looked like how traffic would look like at 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
That's how that shit had looked. I was
No, I'm
like,
saying
this shit
Monday
look
morning
weird.
because school start back tomorrow.
School.
So the traffic.
School, kids go back tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Everybody?
Not everybody.
Early head start begins tomorrow.
My daughter start kindergarten tomorrow, but she don't stay here. But it's still.
What
like
county that is?
No, she's staying in Georgia. My daughter don't stay in South Carolina.
Oh, okay. I thought she was down here.
Nah. But yeah, shout out to everybody who spent all that money, man, on tax free, get them kids straight. Even though you waited the weekend before school, you still
Word.
got it done. Get it done. You know what I'm saying? So let's get
that
into
is
the.
kinda- There's a couple of schools going back down here, going back tomorrow. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So let's get into this shit, man. My dog LeBron not really liking how the media and and
The
these
Kang.
and these saltines trying to come
Keep it
at him,
coming
man,
soon.
all crazy.
Scale.
You know, it's a lot of projection going on whenever we see a black man supporting his own, especially the youth. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really feeling this shit. So a few days ago, my dog LeBron said, "Hey man, y'all playing with the throne
Too much.
too much. Ether is coming. I'm waiting on the ether, King James. I'm waiting on
He's
it.
gonna do it on the shop.
I think he's gonna do it on the shop.
I think he would do it on his own
Yeah.
platform.
Why do it on his own
Definitely.
platform? Don't get these. I'm not gonna give y'all free tweets, like free bars on my tweets when I can just go on my own platform where I'm getting paid for it. You know what I'm saying?
Instagram live that shit.
Nah,
Some
Nah,
Cameron shit.
I don't think the streets ready for LeBron Instagram Live, bro.
Ain't ready for IG live?
I don't think they're ready for a King James IG Live, bro. But honestly, though, like just going back to the topic at hand, like I'm not understanding why this is even something that this man was getting slandered for. You know what I'm saying? Like
This is not new though. They did this shit before.
No, but this like on another level. Like they trying to like come at this man on some personal shit, but basically saying, he got attention issues due to his upbringing. Like trying to get like personal with this man, like diagnosing this, trying to misdiagnose this man. Like the man just showing support to his team. Like, and there's been like a lot of like reports from both sides, like opponents of his kids' teams and like kids, like the Dior Jackson kid. Like he was basically saying like like LeBron basically stepped in for like a big brother to him. Like he don't got much father figures in his life, so like LeBron stepped in and basically put him under his wing. Like a lot of the kids, like they when they not playing with them boy, like they be tweeting or like making posts like they miss Bron. Like you know what I'm saying? Like the other kids, like it's been reports from the other like teams, like they've been saying like how they don't mind like LeBron being there. Like that's like they Jordan. They don't why would they be against that? You know what I'm saying? So it's like for the media trying to like twist it on some lost childhood, like trying to second.
Like when it comes to off the basketball court, nobody really like impact the youth like LeBron has. As far as like being a superstar athlete on the court and off the floor, he's number one when it comes to that.
Right. Like, and that's just hands down. Like that's not taking away from nobody else.
No,
like
it's not, but like I'm just like as far as like his like for him to. For his superstardom to be even on the floor and off the floor,
Right.
like he's impacted kids like nobody else really has. Like you said, not take away from nobody else, but just for him to have that stature and for it to match off the floor, like that's monumental.
yeah, so it's like when I see the media trying to like tear that down it's like y'all forgetting that it's not about y'all, it's about the kids. So it's like, why y'all even, I feel like if the kids letting it rock, then it's cool. Like they was trying to say he trying to make it about him when he was in the layup line,
Trying to upstage Bronny.
But I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, like and nobody was saying this when Drake was in the Kentucky line, in the layup line. Like them kids fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if the kids rocking with it, why are we trying to tear their moment down?
And then it's like a lot of those kids, man. What if they don't have, like you said, the kid didn't have a father figure, or they don't got many father figures? Like just to even have somebody in their life who they can say like, "Damn, dog, I'm cool with LeBron James." Like, what kid don't want to say that?
That's gonna live with them forever.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
That's impactful to the youth. So
and like he put it on his IG. Like a lot of them kids like be in his personal house. Like they be at his house. Like you know what I'm saying? So it's not like he just doing this shit for the gram. Like they actually be at his house. Like you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
like
I feel what you're saying.
Word.
So I just don't understand, like like the media angle with this here. Like is this like a slow summer or something?
Man, it's fucking Jason Whitlock, dog. I can't stand this
And
nigga,
wasn't
bro.
Skip
Like,
talking crazy too?
I can't
Of course.
stand that nigga,
Of
dog.
course, Skip, because that's why I said it's not the first time that I've heard this. Like Skip got on him before when he was in the layup line, like doing dunks and shit like that. This was months ago.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. If I'm in a layup line and I look on the other side of the court and I see LeBron throwing that shit off the backboard, like I'm like, bro, what the fuck going on, bro? But I'm not like, hey, this nigga need to get off the court. Like this fucking LeBron James, bro. Like,
And LeBron probably so cool. He probably go to the opposing team team and do layup lines with them too.
but
like,
he be showing the other teams love too.
Word,
like you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So it's like I don't get it. Well, I get it from the media standpoint. Like they just on some hating shit, but I don't.
Man.
Overall, I just don't understand it.
So how you feel about Dan Gilbert's comments?
Dan Gilbert.
Well, what'd he say?
Was it Dan Gilbert or David Griffin?
Oh, David Griffin. I said Dan Gilbert.
I mean, honestly, bro sounds scorned, man. Like,
Hold on, what'd
how
he say?
He basically saying.
He talking about like how he went through like this emotional roller coaster when LeBron came back, and he walked his comments back like yesterday. What was that? Yesterday or Friday? Talking about like the article was taken out of context. His comments was taken out of context. That's when LeBron had sent out the tweet about how
niggas was playing with him.
the name is getting played with too much and shit like that. So he basically was like how just like they was doing things inorganic. LeBron was getting the credit, but he didn't get the blame when they lost. Like it was basically like a reverse. And he was talking about like how after they won the championship in 2016, he knew he wasn't gonna be there.
Then he was saying LeBron don't want to win like that no
Yeah,
more.
he said he got the same.
But my thing
animal
is,
in him.
it can't be both ways
Word.
because the man, when he was that last season with the Cavs, the man was breaking all kind of playoff records. The man played all 82 games. How a nigga don't want to win no more, but he played the whole fucking season and put up heavy minutes the whole season.
Word, no minutes.
Like, it can't be both ways. You know what I'm saying? Then if we want to take it to LA, you know the nigga still had an MVP stat line before he got hurt. So like, how is he not trying to win? It can't be both ways, guys. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, they just need to be thankful that he got them a ring. Like, just keep this nigga got y'all a ring. Like, he got Cleveland a ring. Like, after that, he doesn't owe y'all nothing no more. After that, like after that, whatever happens after that is just what happens after that. Just like Kawhi don't owe Toronto nothing.
But the thing is, the nigga
Like,
still
he don't
took
owe
him to
them
the
nothing.
finals after the ring, though.
That's
You know what I'm
what
saying?
yeah,
So,
but see,
Two more.
yeah, he still did his thing. So
how you gonna say the man not trying to win?
Word.
The man still took y'all to the deep in the postseason to the finals. Y'all
Still
still
putting up
y'all
stats.
still won the East 2 times after that ring.
He won that shit by himself. Like, especially the last year. When all those game sevens, he won all those game sevens by himself.
He was talking about the as far as when he went to LA having the animal in him, not the 2 years after they won the ring.
I don't think the man not trying to win in LA.
No, he's trying to win.
He trying to win. Like I don't get it. Like
Oh, I don't agree with the comment now. I don't agree. I'm just saying.
So
the
you
timeline
saying-
he was talking about?
so you saying
Especially now.
so you saying he walked down those comments basically saying all that got took out of context.
That's what he said. A lot of that shit got taken out of context.
I remember I saw something on First Take about that this week, and they basically saying how members of LeBron camp was reaching out and basically saying like, yo, basically saying everything I said, like how y'all,
They said he was shocked about the whole.
yeah,
shit.
you know what I'm saying? Because he thought that him and David was cool. They all he felt they always had a good rapport with each other. So it's like for that to come out, like what's really going on? So I mean, I don't know, man. You know, maybe LeBron might have him on the next episode of the shop. You never know. Like this
That'd be wild.
shit might go up. You know what I'm saying? Niggas might be able to speak their piece in person.
He definitely. I do feel like he gonna try to come back with a vengeance this year. Just with all the other shit that's going on and.
Yeah,
People
niggas
thinking that he lost
is playing. Niggas is trying to play with bruh name, man. Like,
Yeah, I figure he the only one left from that 03 class.
yeah, that's. I mean, he the top of that class, honestly. Like, I mean, what?
Everybody else done phased out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah.
I know one thing. This season here is going to determine a lot of shit. A lot of people like with it being so balanced. It's going to be a lot of people who like legacy is going to be determined out this season. For real.
Yeah, I can see
I
that.
honestly can agree with that.
I can see that.
I can see that honestly.
Like, of course, it might not be like completely shot dead, but it's like, dog.
This gonna put a lot of things in stone. I get what you're saying.
It's like, come on, dog. Like,
I'm
you
gonna
really
say
have
this.
no excuses this year not to really.
Yeah.
Anybody can be beat.
I'm gonna say this, and I've been vocal about the Rockets like the last few days. I'm gonna say this: Rockets is on my list. They at the top of my list
I don't really
for
expect
slander.
them. I don't
Oh,
really
for
don't
slander?
expect
Oh,
them
shit.
niggas.
Nah, because
I don't
it's
expect them niggas to do
Nah, they're a
like.
second round exit.
Yeah,
Yeah, second round exit.
I don't see them
Second?
boys really.
Oh, you think they first round
Don't
exit?
Depending
disrespect
on-
them boys like
depending
that.
on who they catch.
Don't
No, any
disrespect them
we
like
it
that,
can,
no.
if anybody
second
can
round
beat
exit.
if anybody can be beat, dog. If they can catch, they can run to anybody. They can run like the West.
You gotta see how the seedings fall, but like a first round.
That's what I'm
exit,
saying. Like, I mean, that's not disrespect to them. That's not at all.
Yeah, you're right.
That is-
The West is still the West, bro.
So
Like,
the
they
Lakers
can-
could lose first round.
Nah,
Like
they're
the-
not. I don't think they're.
I don't see.
I don't
But
see
see,
that.
the
I don't see that
the
happening.
Lakers are a better team than the Rockets.
Yeah.
I don't have them losing first round. I don't. For one, I don't have no faith in the Rockets. So the Rockets, anything can happen with them.
Yeah, they run up against Utah in the first
Yeah,
round.
anything
or
can
some
happen.
Wild
You know what
shit.
I'm
Or they
saying?
run up against Portland in the first round, and
They can easily catch Portland and Portland catch fire and cut that ass.
Yeah, and Portland got real good.
And
this
they got
year.
a team. They got a team with pieces that really can match up with them. So anything can happen if they come into the postseason healthy.
As long as Capella on the roster, they won't win shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We
I'm
just
putting
saying
this on one player.
Capella's going to hold them back because for one, he's not even a true center. He's a power forward. They've paid him that money, and they're not going to sign another center. Nene's not going to start at center. So
Nah,
it's
he's
like
kinda-
who's
he-
going
he's
to
phasing
start at
out.
center?
Yeah, he's phasing out.
So who's going to start at center? Capella. They done paid you, nigga. You're the starting center now. PJ Tucker's your power
That
forward.
nigga's a clown talking about something everybody can shoot in July.
Nigga,
like,
you can't shoot no month.
no, yeah, exactly.
You can't shoot any
You
month
can't
of
even
the
grab
year.
a rebound.
So what are you talking
You got
about?
Kevon Looney getting rebounds over you. Like, what are we talking
Javon
about?
Looney made a name off of you. So what are we talking about?
That shit was so pathetic watching that series, bro. I'm like, this nigga is single-handedly losing these niggas the game, bro, but not getting rebounds, bro. Like, if the Warriors miss back-to-back shots and they get a third offensive rebound, you're dead. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, they ain't gonna
They ain't
just
gonna
keep-
miss three
they ain't
in
gonna
a
keep-
row.
listen, they gonna get to the line on that third one at least. All right, so hold on. Let's not get too focused on sports here. Let's get to the meat and taters, as my dog Megan Don would say. ASAP Rocky is home, guys.
Word.
The long stint in harsh conditions in Sweden is over with.
Did he thank Trump?
Nah, I haven't seen him thank Trump at all.
Who did he thank? I know he released a statement probably.
I think he was thanking
Yes,
his
I don't-
lawyer. His lawyers, honestly, I don't think Trump really had no hand in getting him home. Like how he trying to portray. Like, you know, he might have called a few
Been a
people.
rocky week.
Dog.
That was a good play on words, honestly. Trump crazy, but I don't really think Trump really had a hand in getting Rocky home. I will say this though, it's funny. It was funny seeing a lot of niggas on the TL basically trying to tell Rocky to stay in jail because Trump was getting involved. I think that was hilarious. No, like I saw several people saying like, if Rocky really want to make do on those past statements, he would stay home. If Trump is getting involved in this and all this other shit, and I'm like, my nigga, have y'all ever been to jail?
Word.
Let alone being locked up
Abroad?
thousands of miles away from home.
Fuck that. Whoever gets me out, like I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. I don't owe them nothing when they
Word.
get me out. Like
You'll never know what you run into in them countries, man. Like you're not home. Like it's a whole completely different world, different law,
Exactly,
different system, everything.
niggas saying that the Sweden jails is this and that, but we weren't in there. We don't know what
I
was
don't know what that shit look like.
Yeah,
Niggas
we
can
don't
post
know.
anything.
Like
on the
niggas can
internet.
post anything, bro. Like I can't really take nothing of that for face value. Like I wasn't there with that man locked up, so I don't know nothing about that.
I do feel like he need to address like his
Those
Yeah.
Ferguson statements, he do need
because
to
it's relative to what he went through.
That's a direct correlation of what was going. Like
What's your mindset now that you done been sitting in jail based off of your skin color?
like you definitely can relate to this shit now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I did see last night they was trying to get
Did
Rocky.
you hear? I don't mean to cut you off. Did
What?
you hear his statement that he gave in the courtroom? Like dog had sound defeated. Like when he was talking about how the whole situation had went down.
No, I didn't see that. What was he saying?
So he basically was just explaining the whole shit how it went down. Like, but the tone of his voice, like he felt like he sounded like he was defeated. That's how he sounded when he was breaking down the whole situation. Especially when he got to the part about like how he put hands on them, like and all that shit. Like he just he sound different. He just sound different. He didn't sound like how ASAP would when he was talking about the Ferguson shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
the whole demeanor and tone was different.
Yeah, he had a different energy with them Ferguson
Like if you
statements.
defending yourself, you're gonna talk about it in a sense of like you're not gonna sound. He sounded like he was guilty, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how he sounded.
damn.
Like he sounded defeated. Like if you in a courtroom, you defending yourself, you're gonna like speak.
You have some
Right.
passion.
Right.
Yeah.
Have some but he sounded like he was. Honestly, he sounded like he was reading off a piece of fucking paper. That's what it sounded like.
Right,
Like he
right.
was just real low monotoned and kind of stuttering in the beginning and shit like that. Like he sounded like he was about to face 20 years. That's how he sounded. You gotta hear the shit.
Yeah, I gotta go back and listen to that. But I did see, I guess they had photo of him like when he had just touched back down in LA, or I guess I don't know where he was at, but he was in a truck full of white women, and a lot of the black girls was like, yeah, y'all friend home or whatever, like basically trying
Word?
to, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was trying to bring it's comedic relief, but at the same time, it's like, bruh, like, why y'all? I get it, with the statements and shit like that. We want to hear him address all of this shit, but I don't think the man preference should be held against him.
Nah, I mean that man been rocking with white
He
women.
been rocking with all kinds of women,
So.
Yeah, he been,
same with
he been
Odell.
like
Let's
that.
talk about Odell while we on that. So Odell, did Odell post?
Nah, he commented under the girl picture.
He made a comment under this white woman's this was a model, right?
I
A
guess.
model, some Instagram girl, basically. And he basically, getting flirtatious.
He was basically letting niggas know what time it was. Like that's his shorty. Like
Yeah.
basically, that's basically what it was.
So of course, professional journalism like Shade Room, they take that and it was like, look at Odell. So Odell hop in the comments like, yo, what's good? Like
Right.
basically calling like everybody hating on him bitter. Like he
My dog telling them women in the comments like a lot of y'all in here, I wouldn't even waste my time hollering at y'all and y'all hit.
my dog basically said like I would never even look at y'all. So
Yeah,
like
like-
we all, for one, like y'all wouldn't even be around me. So
Word.
what we even talking about? Like and I respect that energy because if Nikki was to say some shit like that, it would be the same energy.
Yeah.
So it's like I get it. The man basically was saying like, yo, I love all women. Like I don't. It's not no. I'm not down. Me doing.
They know what they doing posting that shit though.
Yeah, they're trying to start a church, trying to stir the pot, trying to stir the pot. Like, but for one, like it don't. I get it. Like it do be both ways. Like niggas do be slandering. Girls are going that route. Women are notorious for slandering men for going that route. So it's like, what's going to be the common ground with this as far as interracial dating goes?
It's gonna be the same temperature going forward.
It's gonna be the same temperature
But
forever,
they
bro.
on
It's
talking about
always gonna have that.
athletes like that. But y'all don't never say this about. You have LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, two of the
Yeah,
biggest
they don't
superstars
champion
in
none of that.
sports. Y'all don't champion none of that shit. Like LeBron James is arguably the most popular black male athlete on the planet, period, and he has his
high
same
school, his high school
same
sweetheart.
black girlfriend from high school.
But basketball wives got like 20 seasons though.
Yeah.
Y'all get where I'm going at with that. So, I mean, at the end of the day, man, niggas is focused on the wrong things,
A
man.
lot of hoes don't even be basketball wives.
Yeah, they just been.
They used to fuck with a nigga who was in the league.
Yeah, like I'm seeing like who did I saw? And I was like, bro, why man, hold on, he was with the Lakers, man. He was y'all coach, Byron Allen. I was like, why is Byron Allen on Basketball
You talking
Wives?
about Byron Scott?
Byron Scott, my bad.
Word.
Why is Byron Scott on Basketball Wives? Like why are you on here? I saw the same thing when Eric Williams was on there. They used to play for us. Like, why are you on here, dog?
Word.
Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas, it be like old niggas like that be on there. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like,
I don't know, man. Them niggas just be falling off and they just go to another world.
bro, Byron Scott ain't fall off, bro.
He ain't fall.
That's a Showtime Laker, bro. Like, he ain't fall off, bro.
Eric Williams fell off, but yeah, but I don't know what the fuck Byron got going on. Byron knew think bad too.
Yeah, but why are you on Basketball Wives, my nigga? Like,
Shit, I don't mean, maybe he just get pressured by his old lady. Was like, you know what, I'm doing this Basketball Wives thing. I would like for you.
I'll
to
take
come
the
on.
Cameron route. I'll get you on there. I'll get you a deal and all that shit, but you ain't about to have me up
I
on
don't know.
there.
Some niggas be on that square shit, man. I don't know. I don't fuck with that shit. I wouldn't. Don't ask me to be on no fucking reality TV show.
So if your girl, because your girl popular in Charleston.
Yeah.
So if your girl was like, yo, I'm about to be on this Charleston reality show, they ain't about to be on no trashy shit. Would you be in a few scenes with me?
She would know, like, I'm going in and out. Like, I'm not about to.
Yeah, like also, you know.
No, I'm not even about to be, like, have no speaking parts. Like, like.
You're not even looking at the camera.
Nah, we already done had, like, discussions about shit like that. And like, my gal, she's not really into that type of thing. So I don't even know if she would even be really willing to do that. But if it was, she already know I'm not like that, so she wouldn't even put me in no type of position.
Right.
To be like,
She got a solo storyline.
Yeah, basically.
Mike, how about you, bro? You ain't fucking with it?
You already know what time it is over here. We ain't doing that. I be on my fabulous shit. Like, I'm not about to come up here.
You leaving your girl hanging at the photo shoot,
Yes.
bro?
Cameras are there. Yeah.
The camera's
definitely.
catching her getting left
Somebody
on.
did this.
Somebody did this.
Yo, did we talk about that?
Nah, we didn't talk about it. Let's get into that real quick.
That
man.
shit from Fab
Yo,
had
this
looked
nigga
so.
Fab, these niggas be going out crazy, bro. Like, it seems like the older they get, the worse these niggas be looking in the light, man.
My heroes be dying, man. My heroes just be dying.
This
on
nigga
me,
said
dog.
the blog could have said, I cheated. Nigga, no.
No,
the
the
blog
blog-
could have said
No,
shit.
yeah, the blog could have
Don't
said
even
it.
put that energy out there, bro. Like, say
Especially,
anything
we
about
know that you be
anything.
cheating, my nigga.
Like, what are you talking about, fam? But to say they could have said I cheated, but to say I said I left her, I ain't say that. I'm like, nigga, what?
Somebody did this.
Like, nah, dog. Y'all know I don't do this. I don't get on Instagram
Mm.
live, but this needs to be addressed. She know I love her and all kind of shit.
I've been with her for 15 years.
All right, man. You see what she had to say to that shit, right?
No,
My dog basically just like she don't care. Like her mental health is more important than anything when it comes to relationships and friendships and shit like that. So you already know what that means.
That don't mean shit because they still together.
Yeah, she'll be right back.
I mean, they ain't no go back right back. She's still there.
Yeah.
No, she ain't leaving.
She's not
Fab.
going nowhere, man. I don't know.
I just felt like that whole shit was just him getting on Instagram Live and just the whole shit was just like, all right, man. Like,
I thought I'd never see Fab on Instagram. Like me,
My nigga was tight.
Where the 15-year-old me would never see. I could never picture Fabulous being on a social media site, even talking for one. But addressing that shit on Instagram Live, like I'd be like, oh,
Can we
what the
really
fuck
say that
going
though?
on?
Because he really utilizes Instagram like a lot. So can we really say that?
I didn't
what?
think
He's like a top user for Instagram.
I mean, but as far as him speaking out on some shit, like as far
Oh,
as
like
his family,
personal shit?
personal shit, like
yeah, because
I was,
he didn't comment on the shit from last year. So
yeah. So and I was major there.
Yeah, that
Video
was-
of that
yeah.
shit.
So yeah, you're right. So for him to this is like a stoop down anything.
Word.
Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't argue that. That was just crazy. It was like, bro, like I know my nigga was heated if he on IZ live by the tour bus, bro. Like
Word.
that nigga told the tour bus to pull over. Like, nah.
He pacing back and forth. Like,
Yeah,
where's
this nigga
Fab walking
pacing.
to?
Yeah, where you walking, bro? Like, what's going
Had it
on?
been like what 1, 2 in the morning, some shit.
My nigga was tight, bro.
Yeah.
My nigga Fab was tight, man. But shout out to Street fam, shout out to Fab, man. Hope y'all come from under that situation, man.
Does Fab have any classic albums? There was a debate about
Niggas
this.
say that first album classic.
Ghetto Fabulous.
Yeah.
It's
Nah,
a good album. I don't know about no
Niggas
classic.
on the TL
Niggas
tell me
be
that's a
change-
classic.
Niggas be changing the definition of a classic, bro. Like I don't
Yeah.
even know what the fucking definition of a classic is. No
I've
more,
been
bro.
told that Ghetto Fabulous is a classic.
What's a classic?
I don't know, man. It kind of just like depends. There's so many factors on what comes.
I feel
to
you can
make
have
it
a personal
to be-
classic.
yeah, you got personal classics. You
But
can
like
have
an overall
regional-
classic? Yeah.
You got personal classics, overall classics. Some classics are regional. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some classic albums, Southern albums that we be like, oh, that's just a classic.
Right, but it's only a classic here.
But it's only a classic in this region. And then you got your, like I was saying, your overall classics. So it kind of just depends how you want to break it down. To me, when it comes to Fabulous, my favorite Fabulous album is The Moore Street Dreams. It was kind of like
Yeah. It's like
Moore
Throwaways
Street-
kind of.
Yeah, like the Throwaways
Yeah.
kind of. That was my favorite Fabulous album. I don't know.
Was that an album though?
Yeah, it was an album. I bought the shit.
Oh, all right, bet. So I mean, I've seen people tell me that Ghetto Fabulous is a classic. All of a sudden, niggas bought that with with Blueprint on 9/11.
No, nobody.
So it's
no.
like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I bought the album, but I didn't buy nothing on 9/11. So I had to go back like the next week and buy them albums. I just remember people telling me that's just a classic. I would say like how you say like regional classics. If niggas want to say that's like a up north classic, I
Yeah.
wouldn't argue that.
Yeah.
He got a few of those if we want
Yeah.
to say that.
Yeah, he got a few of those.
Cause I fucked with the what was the other album when he was on the cover with like the army shirt on? What album was
Was
that?
that Real Talk?
Real Talk.
Yeah, I
That,
fuck with that. I had Breathe on it. I think.
Breathe. That
Yeah.
had
That song with him and Jeezy.
That had yeah.
Yeah.
I fuck with that album.
Yeah, I
that
fuck
wasn't.
with that
I
album,
wouldn't say
too.
it's a classic, but if niggas from if I had like a cousin from Brooklyn was like, yo, ooh, that was our. I wouldn't argue that
Yeah, word.
they was out there, so I wouldn't argue that. So I wouldn't say he has like a overall rap classic.
Yeah.
You got 2 classics and they ain't albums.
They mixtapes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's Soul Tape 1 and 2.
Yeah, Soul Tape 1 and 2.
He don't got an album that's a classic. He got
Hold
some
on,
cool
nah.
albums.
No competition classic too.
No,
Yeah, that's
there's
a
no
classic,
competition.
classic.
Part 2 is
Yeah,
a
part
classic.
2 is a classic.
I remember that
The
shit
one that
dropped
got
on-
suicide on
Yeah,
there.
that's just a classic.
That shit dropped on Christmas Day.
What
2011.
yeah.
No, the one that had suicide was number 1.
I
Number
fuck
1
with that
and
one.
2 is
Yeah,
Yeah,
1 and
that's
2
classic.
is yeah,
Yeah,
them
1 and
classics.
2 is
So you got
classic,
4
yeah.
mixtape classics. I ain't mad at
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I ain't mad at that. It was good.
But Ghetto Fabulous? No.
Nah, I can't put Ghetto Fabulous.
Can
as
an
overall.
album have a bad song on it and it still be a classic? Everything else hit, but that one song is like I could have did without.
I
Or
think,
does every song on the album have to be good for it to be a classic?
I don't know because I feel like there's some songs that people might feel like are good on the album, but they might just be like, you know what, maybe I got to be in a particular mood for this song. And then there's some songs on the album where it don't matter what mood you're in, you could just play the shit all the way. You could just play the shit. So it kind of really just depends. Like there's some songs, like there's some classic albums, like Get Rich or Die Trying. I know there's like maybe like 1 or 2 songs that I always skip, but that's just still a classic album.
It's like 3 or 4 on that album that I skip, but I still
Word.
fuck with that. That's still a
Word.
classic
That's-
album.
That's all I wanted to know.
All right, so moving on, man. We got the streets general. Jay Prince is not feeling what's going on as far as his branding being placed on street drugs. Let me get into this post real quick because he made a post basically saying, niggas need to check in because apparently what's going on is niggas is stamping the Rap A Lot logo on X pills. So he was saying, if I need to know if this is the streets or if it's the police trying to set me up again. And if it is in the streets, you guys need to check in because you're going to have bigger problems than just the police if I run into you first. How you feeling about this energy,
Yeah,
guys?
you right. I mean, that shit ain't nothing to
It
play
sound
with.
like he about to wipe us. He's about to shut his side of town down. That's what it sound like. He about
Hey,
to
man,
shut
wherever
that
you
side
at,
of
bro,
town
just
down.
go ahead.
And this is in Houston? He found these drugs in Houston.
I don't know if that he found. Maybe someone sent anybody. He could have sent them from anywhere, but he basically letting it be known. I ain't fucking with that. You need to go ahead and flush them shit. You know what I'm saying? So wherever you at, buddy.
I don't think that person gonna come forward. I think they just going.
Yeah, I wouldn't come forward. I just go ahead and flush the shit down the toilet. Honestly, like, wherever you at, buddy, go ahead and get rid of them shit, and pack it on up. Y'all shouldn't even have made that snap. Honestly, I feel him on this because, like he's saying, like the police can just the police snatch rappers up all the time. So they probably could see this shit and be like, oh, this nigga pumping pills, and that might even be him. Right. So they can just come snatch him up just based off that and try to say he running a drug ring now.
Man, these authorities ain't playing with these rappers when it come to drug charges and shit no more, bro. Like it's getting worse. Isn't old boy from Atlanta still locked up?
Who?
Rollo?
Yeah, Rollo's still in jail. Yeah. He said he beat his case though. Didn't he say that?
I don't remember. I mean, he should have beat his case. From what I've seen, it don't seem like they've made any like other moves or nothing like that as far as trying to make continuation with this shit from the last update I seen. He
put a post up basically saying how he should be coming home soon. That was several months ago though. So hopefully he come from under his situation too. He went down with a lot going on. So yeah, man, Jay Prince basically letting the streets know, y'all fucking up out here. You got to be more careful, man. Let's moving forward from that. Rick Ross and 50 Cent still exchanging words, guys. This is what, 10 years later?
Yeah, 50 beats be long drawn, man.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man.
Be going on for a long
I ain't gonna lie, bro. When Buddy asked 50 Cent, about Ross, it sounded like 50 Cent was just like mumbling words, man. He didn't really even know what to say. Like when he was asked about Rick Ross comments, like the nigga was sounding like he was just talking in circles, man. Like
he was.
Like you
could tell he was a little.
He didn't know that question was coming. He's like, ain't really nothing going on over there. Stop it. Stop it.
Ross had that interview with Big Boy. He was talking about how would have did a record with him and 50 still he said on his shit. But
he said if Drake reached out, like I got a 50 verse. Basically, that's what he says. He's like, one of my homies reached out and middleman it. I would have got on, but he was like, 50 don't really have no musical value like that no more. Nah. So it's like if he was like, I just was listening to Hate It or Love It, like Smoking yesterday. I don't hate the nigga, but if he still had musical value, why not? And honestly, like I don't see no current rappers like really reaching out to 50 like that on a major type look. Like I've heard him on a few niggas mixtapes, like up north like tapes, but I don't see him getting a Drake song no time soon. Like we don't even talk about 50 related to music no more. It's about
power.
It's either power or it's about whatever you're doing on Instagram.
Him money.
Yeah, it's Instagram jokes. Like we don't talk about him with music no more.
But I still feel like 50 is still like one of those artists who could like potentially like still sneak one. Like
I think he missed that wave.
I feel like that would have been happening. Like we've been saying this about.
I don't think so. Y'all think 50 can't sneak one in? I mean, he's known for at least sneaking one in.
No, he tried to sneak the Animals Ambition in a few years back, and that shit was ass.
We've been saying this. Honestly, I feel like the last time we really like wanted to hear some 50. Album? Yeah, I feel like the last time we wanted to hear some 50 shit was when Power like really took off and he was like, oh, this is a 50 Cent song at the beginning. I was like, bro, that song old.
Yeah, that song is old.
That song from like 2007.
Word.
So it's like y'all. I mean, like that shit. It do sound current. Like niggas like, oh, that shit sound current.
I think the last time I wanted to hear something from 50 was like after Curtis. So that was 07. So maybe 09, 2010, maybe.
Cause he was supposed to drop like a Kanan.
You gotta think now. That's 9 years ago.
Yeah. He was supposed to drop a Kanan album and all. Where's the Kanan album?
I don't want to hear that shit.
Well, nobody wants to hear no Gimmick Powers album. Nobody want to hear that. Like, who's going to be on that? Tony Ayo? We're not trying to hear that. We just not.
I feel you.
So, like, Ross really wasn't wrong in saying that at all.
Nah, he wasn't wrong because 50 is like super cold. So I mean, he's dormant.
He's an actor.
So I don't really blame Ross for that statement, especially musically. So
I just thought it was funny, like seeing 50 try to stumble over that because it was like, bro, like you can't say that man ain't doing nothing musically. Like this man has been consistent since 2005. So it's like, what we talking about, man?
And just like 50, of course, got the major hits, but it's all about the bodies of work. And Raw shit is his discography. If you put him up against a lot of rappers, he's better. His discography is better than a lot of rappers. So
Just overall,
Word.
period. Like, I don't. It's not too many. It's not too many rappers that Ross is gonna come second to.
Ross
No.
got a better discography than Nas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue that.
To me, Nas got the classics. To me, the classic Nas albums to me are Illmatic, It Was Written. You might can throw Stillmatic in there.
I
But you
wouldn't
can't-
put Stillmatic a good album though.
Yeah, you might.
It's a
That's
good
what I'm
album.
saying. That's what no, but you know what I'm saying. It's still a good album.
Those
like
are
you
two
said.
classics for sure though.
Yeah, these are two for sure classics.
His
but-
first two are definitely classics.
Yeah.
Easily. But that's Stillmatic. I be having conversations about that one.
I like Stillmatic,
No,
and I
it's
like
a
the
good
God
album,
Sense
I
too.
like
but-
God Sense. God Sense not a classic, but it's a
niggas
good
wanna
album.
say
Good album.
Stillmatic
Yeah.
a classic. That's cool. But
Nah,
to
I
me-
don't-
Nah, I wouldn't put Mick in.
I like Stillmatic, but it's
Yeah.
not a classic album. That would if going back if niggas want to say it's a regional classic, then
Yeah,
yeah.
that
But
would
I
be
don't. He got a lot of those.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say Stillmatic's a classic. Godson, that's not a classic. I love that. That's a personal favorite of mine too. But
Word.
no,
Yeah, Ross definitely got a better disco than some legends.
He do, man. And he puts out like you know, like when you listen to Ross, you know what you're getting, you know what the sounds, the vibes are, and he'll always have a little bit of everything. He's gonna have a little bit of trap shit, maybe a little bit of plush shit. You know, he gonna have like some deep songs on there. So he's because a lot of people like to just say he's like
His
just
discography makes him
one-sided,
top 10
but
worthy.
he's very well versed though in his conversations. Like when he rapping, he's well versed.
all right. So since we still on Rose, man, he recently released the track listed for Port of Miami 2. It's 15 tracks.
Yeah, me and Mike was talking about this. He was like, "Why the fuck he put Act Up in the beginning?"
Bro,
Yeah, I ain't really
I ain't feeling
understanding
that, bro.
either.
Like this,
If we talk about
that's
Port of
Miami
Miami,
too, bro.
Yeah,
Like
Port of
you
Miami,
gotta
yeah.
throw a different intro on there,
Yeah,
bro.
you
Like
do. Yeah.
Yeah,
that was
like-
kind of lazy.
you
Yeah.
open Port of Miami and Triller up with good, like
Yeah.
you talking your shit intros. So and deeper than rap, like
Come on, Mafia music.
Like,
come on,
yeah,
dog.
come on.
Like,
Yeah.
that's all I was saying. That was kind of lazy, bro.
yeah, I don't really. You right, like I don't
Because
really
you
feel
ended with Gold Roses.
Yeah.
Like
Honestly, I wouldn't even put Act Up on the
Yeah,
album.
Act the Fool. That's not even an
I-
album.
I-
Yeah, that's
I
not
wouldn't
even.
put that shit on the
I
album.
wouldn't have
whatever
put that
song
shit on
shit.
the
That's
album,
supposed to like
bro.
a radio, like get some
he
buzz.
could have left.
Yeah.
He could have did that. Like he left Green Gucci suit off.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
could have
like,
left
you
that
could have
one
did
off.
something
I
like
know
that.
Wale and Manny want to get him an album credit and all, but come on, bro. Like, come on.
He didn't have to do that one. He got a lot of
that's single-
features on this shit.
He got a lot of features on this shit, bro.
I wasn't really feeling that one neither. Like all those features.
It's all right. So out of 15 features, he got 15 tracks. He got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Like
6,
13
7, 8,
features.
9, 10, 11.
Oh, 11 features.
Yeah. So
That's including Maybach Music 6.
Which
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
have
so-
which gonna have Push and Wayne on it.
yeah.
But I'm not mad at that, so I'm cool with that. I mean, that A Boogie and Denzel Curry, I got to hear that how that sound before.
Is
I make
Denzel
it.
Curry like? Is he good?
I hear about Dog, but I ain't never
He from the
personally
305?
listening
Yeah,
to.
he from Miami.
I ain't never personally listened to.
I
I know
never
he
heard
used to
his-
fuck with Raider Clan.
Yeah, I know him from the Raider Clan
Yeah.
shit. So I don't. Really,
I never heard a Denzel Curry song.
Yeah, he been at it for a
The
minute.
A Boogie feature, I was like,
He
Man.
might give my dog a good hook, man. He good for a hook.
But man, A
I can
Boogie
hear
like
A Boogie like if he what's that one song he had on his album, like if he doing like a melody or some shit maybe.
yeah, I don't want to hear him rap.
I don't
man.
want to hear.
That's what I'm
A
saying.
rap,
I,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
I don't.
I just
want
wanna
to
hear-
that. That's what I'm feeling
Yeah.
like it's gonna be. Like I feel like he might. Like how we was talking about Avery Storm. I'm not saying A Boogie is Avery Storm, but I'm saying
Yeah, take that. Hold on, just
No.
rewind that. Go back in time real quick
That
and
nigga
just take
said
that out.
Avery Store.
Just take that out.
No, I'm saying no. This was look. Hear me out. I'm saying he might try to get him in that bag.
Okay, I feel you. I
You
feel
know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying he's an Avery Storm because Avery Storm
But
like
A Boogie can't do a chorus neither.
Nah.
I don't want to hear
Nah.
him over no chorus neither.
nah. A Boogie get busy on when
nah.
he get his R&B
Avery
bag.
Storm on Rich off cocaine.
Come on,
He
that's
went-
the
That
hardest
yeah,
shit
that
Yeah,
hook
that
was
is
fucking
bad.
crazy. That
That
hook
is
was
bad.
crazy. That hook was
And,
crazy.
and here I am.
A
You went
Boogie,
crazy on here I
yeah,
am.
yeah,
he
yeah.
can't do
crazy
no
too.
that. He can't do no
Nah,
that.
I'm
I don't
telling
think
you,
A Boogie
I
could
got,
do that.
I got faith in A Boogie, bro. When it comes to that type
Rich
of shit.
off cocaine is like one of my favorite Rick Ross songs. Period, bro.
Nah,
like
period, me too.
A Boogie's not doing that.
I don't think A Boogie's hitting that right there.
I got
think he hitting them notes like that. Hell
No
no,
way.
no, hell no.
I got faith in my dog. I got faith in him, bro.
Is Teflon Don his best album?
Man, I don't know. Often kind of debate between that and Deeper Than Rap.
Deeper Than Rap is his best album.
Nah,
bro.
Deeper Than Rap is.
You might could play Teflon Don straight through, but like that Deeper Than Rap, because there's a few songs on Deeper Than Rap. That shit's still
Deeper
a
Than
classic.
Rap. That's like the crown jewel to me.
Yeah.
Like
there's a lot of he's spitting a lot of real.
Like he
shit
had his
on
back
Deeper
against
Than
Teflon
Rap.
Don was a perfect. Like that shit was.
It was a
well
perfect
put
mix.
together.
It was a
perfect mix.
Yeah. He had his back against the wall on that Deeper Than Rap
Yeah,
album.
hell yeah.
He had to rap his way out that hole.
Hell yeah. Especially, but when you first heard, like, I remember when I first got that shit, my homeboy had burned me the CD for it, and I remember when I first put it in my little Nissan, and
That was
Mafia,
bro.
they like,
I bought that
a
album.
word, and Mafia
FYE.
music, when Mafia music first came on, that nigga, when he
Dum.
started, I was like,
yo, this nigga not going, there's no chorus on this. This
word,
nigga
he
just going
just
in.
going in.
I was like, no, I'm running to sit back.
That shit really remind me of like some Biggie shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had like a,
that's
it had
like
like
some
it had like a Ready to Die feel for it.
it really
It
did.
did.
It did. That's a good take on that. Yeah. So like you were saying,
I don't think I really appreciated Teflon Don in 2010 like how I do now. I think when that shit dropped, I thought it was a cool album, but it kind of grew on me more and more.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people say that's his best album. I'm like, nah, dog. That Deeper Than Rap is crazy.
But
He don't really got too many. I mean, the only one I don't like is Hood Billionaire.
to me, Hood Billionaire is not really that
shit
bad.
whack,
A lot of
bro.
niggas thought
he should have took that album and the Mastermind album and took the best songs of both of those
Yeah, and
and made one album,
yeah.
and that shit would have been a
Mastermind is underrated as fuck.
it got some filler songs on Mastermind.
Yeah, it do.
But
Bruh.
he should have took the best songs of Mastermind, the best songs of Hood Billionaire, and made one album.
Yeah.
Dog, Richest Gangster might be one of the best intros on any of his albums, except for Mafia Music.
Dog, but
Did y'all like the Triller intro?
No.
that Triller intro was
Triller
dope.
intro, he was
that shit
talking
was
that
dope.
talking.
Better than
that-
Richest Gangster?
No,
No.
I'm saying,
That intro was
y'all-
dope.
I'm not
Oh, you
saying.
talking about the intro?
Yeah,
intros,
period.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that
Black and White, I love that fucking song, bro.
but the way that shit go from Richest Gangster to Drug Dealer's Dreams,
on,
like the
dog.
sequence of that, even just for that
That
sequence, and then
shit
it
was
come on
crazy.
with
the skits on there was crazy.
with the little
Man,
answer
let me go
machine
back to
shit.
that
That shit
shit,
been
man.
hard, bro. That shit been hard.
Then when he had the skit on there, we talk about how his car got shot up and
Yeah,
shit.
hell yeah.
That shit
And that's
was
when we
fire.
went into that song with him and French. Man, he knows how to construct an album.
Shots
dog.
fired.
Yeah.
Yep, Nobody. The
Yeah.
Devil Is a Lie. Mafia Music 3.
When my dog hang it up, he just need to go ahead and start executive producing niggas' albums, bro.
Sanctified.
Right.
Thug Cry.
Yeah.
Come on, dog. Paradise Lost. That song is fucking fire.
Well, hell yeah.
That song is fire.
My dog a legend, man.
Yeah.
So-
Yo, no, easily.
Like-
Nobody can. Dog, honestly, he's the best rapper out of Florida.
Yeah, hands down.
Easily.
Shit, my dog the probably the best rapper out the South.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. We
He's
not
a
doing
top
that.
3 rapper out the South, bro.
Oh, okay.
Like
say that. Don't
Yeah.
say
I-
best.
no,
All right,
you-
so who do you have?
you would-
Easy is the best rapper.
I would put him in top 3. I would put him
Yeah.
top 3, bro. Like,
So
but
who's
me,
the-
I'm gonna go Wayne Ross, and then it's whatever after that.
Yeah. But you know niggas gonna be like, what about
What about
Andre?
Andre? Nah.
No,
I'm not even entertaining
I'm
that
not
comment.
subscribing to
I'm
that
not subscribing to that
talk
no talk. I'm not.
Me neither.
I'm not doing no
subscribing
more
to that
shea
neither.
butter Twitter debate no more, bro.
No,
Like
I'm
that
not
What
shit.
is
doing
it? Why you don't buy into the Andre 3000?
Because
theory?
I feel like niggas. I feel like
like
for the-
at what point did it become like over? Niggas was overdoing it with Andre 3000. He
When
do get
niggas-
busy now.
No, I'm not saying he don't get busy, but what I am saying is a lot of people, like you got niggas like us who really listen to rap, so they would know, Andre is a elite lyricist, just like Big Boy is an elite lyricist.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of
A
people,
lot of people overshadow him.
a lot of people they use Andre to overshadow Big Boy when really it was always equal on
Yeah.
every album. You know what I'm saying? Like they try to make it seem like he was just so superior to Big Boy. And they use that as they arguing they point. So it's like you got that, and then like not for nothing, that players international shit, the shit overrated to me, bro. Like
No, that's a regular song.
I feel like people put that
Verse.
they put that verse in the song on a pedestal, and it's like, bro, like
that shit ain't that.
like
didn't have the best verse on that song.
I'm not against it because you know
Bun B had the best verse on that song.
I think Big Boy did.
Nah,
I
Bun
think Big Boy did. Honestly,
think Bun-
Nah,
had
Big Boy, he had the best flow on that
he
whole
had the
shit.
he had the best flow.
The way
was-
he came in on that beat, like
Go back and listen to Big Boy verse.
Honestly, me growing up, I thought Bun B had the best verse on that shit.
No,
Me growing up.
I fuck with everybody verse on the
Yeah.
shit, but me
Yeah,
personally,
Big
I
Boy
like
had
Big
the
Boy. I
best
think
verse.
Big Boy had the better flow and everything on there.
Yeah,
Pimp
his flow
C,
was hard.
That was a prime Pimp C flow.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm
I mean
saying?
that was
Bun-
just normal. That was
yeah.
normal,
The
that's-
top three out the South for me is Wayne, Ross, Jeezy. I might put Jeezy second.
I mean, if you want to talk about like,
I just was listening to Jeezy coming over here.
Come
Yeah.
on, dog.
Yeah,
I
that
got
old
Jeezy.
Jeezy catalog
Jeezy definitely
is
my
dope.
top 5.
Yeah, he's in my top 5.
Now we
Definitely.
just talking about straight rapper. He's not a better rapper than Ross, but just like overall, we talking about just straight rapper, or we talking about just overall?
Like overall, what like impact and shit like that.
I'm just talking about like he don't have. Of course, Jeezy don't have a better disco than. Like we just talking about rapping. You would say Ross is a better rapper than Jeezy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, I would say that too.
yeah, hell yeah.
Man, I was listening to the inspiration and I was like,
Jeezy
why
can
did
rap.
Jeezy
I don't think he
No,
ever
Why
had
did
a whack
Jeezy
verse,
stop
bro.
that flow? Why did Jeezy stop that slow flow, dog? That shit
Man.
was so nasty.
When he introduced that staggered flow, like niggas really did not know like
Know what to do with that shit. That shit was so
bro.
different,
Like,
dog.
That
That shit was so
nigga
different.
can. Dog, that nigga. And as far as feature wise, like he ain't never had a whack feature.
Hey, you know what's crazy though? Like, all right, cause I when I first heard like the first the Trap or Die tape, I was like, oh, this nigga's nice. So
Yeah.
I remember going to like the like it was like a main hub for bootlegs around my way, like a big ass tent.
You talk, the dog on the fade.
Yeah, right on the
hell
fade.
yeah.
So I remember like I was like, yo, you got any more Jeezy besides just the Trap or Die and shit like that? He was like, yo, I got Jeezy first album. I listened to the Come Shot With Me tape, and I was like, bro, my dog was kind of trash on this album.
Yeah, that.
So like for him,
yeah.
no, honestly,
yeah.
he was trash.
Yeah,
he was
trash
Lil
on the album.
J. He wasn't even Jeezy. It
Yeah.
was Lil J. So for him, like,
So
cause
he grew. He worked
like
on his
he
craft.
went like he
Yeah.
like he really put the, you can tell like he really put the hours in the studio to like get better, bro.
And honestly, I remember when Jeezy was on Everyday Struggle, he was talking about like how he never proclaimed to be the best rapper. I could tell by the way he rapped, like, because it got to a point where like when I first heard Jeezy, it sounded effortless. Like
yeah, it was a comfortable. He was
Yeah.
comfortable, bro.
it never felt like to me like I could never question Jeezy rappability, but at the same time, I know I could never be like. There was never a time where I was like, well, Jeezy could have had a better flow on this, or he could have said something. Like, it was just effort. Like, with
Nah,
him,
yeah,
it was effortless.
yeah, I knew that it was.
It was never a time where I felt like Jeezy was trying to, like, damn, bro, like, your skills was weak.
Nah.
It was like always. It was just
He
like
got a new
this nigga
album about
was
to come
born
out
rapping.
too. He got
Yeah.
104 about to come out.
Yeah.
That's gonna be his last album. He said he's about to retire after that.
And like when he first came out, he had this style of rap. It was kind of like conversational rap.
Yeah, like he was really
he
like
was
talking
really,
to
he was
you,
really
like-
like talking to you when he
Yeah.
rapped. Like there's a couple of rappers that kind of do that in a similar way now. But when he was like first doing it, that's what it really felt like. Damn, like I'm really like this nigga's really like. He's telling me everything he doing, like me and like it's like me and this nigga really.
Yeah, like
he's
I'm
in my-
sitting with this
like
nigga.
I'm sitting with this nigga. Word.
Yeah. So with all that being
I feel
said,
like
like
I'm
I was.
missing a South rapper for some reason. But I feel you on the 3K shit. I mean, I wouldn't argue anybody who say that. I mean, it's because of like.
I just feel like a lot of people.
A lot of people hold on to the shit. They hold on to a lot of people who was first. You gotta remember that too. So like when he came out, he really put like the South on the map, and on top of that, he was a dope rapper.
Oh yeah.
So
like
a lot
just-
of people not gonna
Yeah.
put
Yeah.
rappers that came after 3K over him.
Yeah.
A lot of them not gonna
just,
do
just
that.
how he came
I
through
will though.
the Source
Yeah.
Awards like alone.
Yeah,
like that's
yeah.
that's a monumental moment. Like
Yeah, I'm
you
never
know?
gonna knock his legendary status. To me, it's just like catalog. Like you don't put out enough. That's
He don't
just
have no
it.
solo album, bro.
He got one. The Left Below.
Are we counting that, fam?
I mean,
I counted. That's how they put it out.
if
They
niggas-
both got a
if-
Grammy
if-
for that
about to
shit, though.
say,
That's
if,
the thing.
If niggas want to count 808 and Heartbreaks, you gotta count that because that was
808
before
and
that.
Heartbreaks is a solo album, though.
No, I'm talking about like people because people might not
It's
say
a
that
solo album on
but
double disc.
But yeah, it's a solo. But I'm talking about as far as like genres are concerned. Like
That
some-
wasn't a rap album?
Yeah, that's what people would say. Like 808s and Heartbreaks wasn't a rap album.
What did they say it is?
Yeah,
I
he
don't
was trying
know.
to call that like some other
Some
shit.
other shit.
I
So I'm
remember
like,
that.
if you're gonna
It's a
say
rap
that's some
album.
other shit, then you gotta say that the Love Below some other shit because
So
the
that's
Love Below is
definitely
kind of like that, and
That's
but
the
it came
only
out
rap
earlier.
album to take home album of the year, bro. The only one to get album of the year at the Grammys.
What 808s and Heartbreak?
Yeah, that
No.
one overall album.
No,
of the year.
Love and Below is the only rap album to take home album of the year. Not rap album
The
of the
whole
year.
the
album of the
speaker
year.
box and Love. Yeah.
Yeah, Speaker Box and Love Below.
They
I
having
ain't
two
mad at
bangers
both of
on
them
there.
getting the Grammy for that because they put it out as
I
solo
feel
albums.
I have a theory that the Grammys didn't want to get Kanye album of the year for My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
No, they didn't.
No.
Because there's no way. I forgot who took. I think Adele took home album of the year that year. I'm like, dog. There's no way. Ye did not deserve album of the year.
That's
for My
the
Beautiful
best
Dark
album
Twisted
of the
Fantasy.
decade. Bro.
Yeah,
Like, come
hands
on,
down.
dog. Like, niggas can't even argue that shit. And we about to be in 2020. That's hands down the best, album of the decade.
But you
bro.
know,
I remember when who was that page? Double XL asked that shit the other day. And shout out to Irie. She gonna ask me talking about over Pink Friday. I'm like, fam, you just ain't asked me that shit. You ain't just asked me that. I think they had Recovery, Pink Friday, Thank Me Later, and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
That's exactly what it was.
And she say Pink Friday. I'm like, dog, don't do that. That's a solid album now. No disrespect, but no, that's like up here. That shit is down here.
that shit is as preposterous as niggas was like trying to say J. Cole had an album that was in the My Beautiful
No,
Dark
I saw
Twisted
some crazy
Fantasy
shit.
era.
No,
I
they
read
was-
a tweet about
They
this.
were saying
he's
Joe
more
saying
of a
yes,
musical
he's
genius than
more of a
Kanye.
musical
Man,
genius.
shut the fuck
hell
up, man.
no.
Y'all niggas need to shut the fuck up.
Hey, to be real
Y'all
with you,
niggas is not
everybody
making
know
5
Cole-
beats a day for 3 summers, man.
Nah,
Shut
listen,
the fuck up.
Everybody know Cole is my GOAT, but he's not a dope producer. I'm sorry. He's not a dope producer.
He let Nas down, man. Like, who we talking about, man? Like, who we talking about?
And I'm
man?
tired of seeing that soca bullshit on the TL anyway. I had mute them words. That's probably why I saw that shit through a retweet.
Word.
that
I
soca
need to
boom-
mute that. I need to mute that shit too, dog. I need to mute that shit too.
Talking about he's more of a musical genius than Kanye. Like, nah, nobody's a better producer than Kanye West.
Hey, I know niggas was
Nobody.
is mad at Kanye now, but let's not start talking crazy, okay?
Nah, you got to be able to separate the two. Like
Come on, yo.
there's nobody fucking with him when it comes to producing.
To me, he is. I mean, he
Not
had
even
had
Pharrell. I
he
love
had a
Pharrell.
fucked up opinion about some shit, but I'm not really about to cancel dog because this man rocked the Republican way. Like I don't. A lot of motherfuckers probably rock that same way, just don't say it out loud because they get treated just like bruh. So I don't give a fuck. Like your music catalog will always
honestly,
be timeless to me, my nigga.
Dog, for him to be overall as an artist, bro, like there's nobody who matches his production. Like, and on top of that, put out albums that are classic. Like he had 3 straight classics out the gate. With being a dope producer, like ain't no other artist did that shit.
Nah,
Like
man.
I can't even know. There's nobody fucking with him when it comes to production. If I'm doing a rap album, I'm hitting that motherfucker up to do my shit.
And I think another thing that's really underrated about Kanye is none of his albums sound the same.
They don't.
No, they don't.
Fucking College Dropout don't sound nothing like
Like
Late Registration. Late Registrations don't sound nothing like Graduation. Graduations don't sound nothing like 808s. 808s don't sound nothing like.
I wasn't
My
a big
Dark,
fan of
you know,
808s, but My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was a different sound.
Yeah.
But that bitch was like, if that was a new sound that was ushered into this decade,
Yeah.
he mastered that shit on that album.
Yeah.
Like, cause when you hear just even out the gates, like, cause he was able to that album was so versatile when it came to production.
Yeah.
Because when you hear So Appalled and then you hear like All of the Lights,
Yeah.
that's 2 different type of
Feelings right there.
like
Two
it's
different
2
type of
feeling,
vibes.
like
vibes.
vibes.
Yeah.
Because on So Appalled, you can't fumble a verse on that record.
Yeah.
You can't, and nobody fumbled on that shit. And then like just out the gate with Dark Fantasy, that beat is so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
He killed that shit.
He
Killed
man.
that bitch. Like Gorgeous, like there's not one skip on that album.
Nah.
Not one skip. So I don't even see how niggas can even argue My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy for this decade. Like, nah.
Because it's
Nah, there's nothing else that you could put even like. I remember I did the top 5, but like after 1 is pretty much it's not a significant drop off, but dog, that's a beautiful like when I listen to that, that's really like the only album I can listen to and visualize that shit. The only
he
one.
painted
Yeah,
pictures
he
with that
painted a
album.
picture with that one.
And like, didn't he had like the little movie and all, like the runway?
Yeah,
and all?
Yeah.
like, you had the movie and all that shit
Like,
put together.
like, stop it, guys.
Yeah, he's like Kanye's had like great visual performances. Kanye has had like just overall artistry, you can't even knock what that nigga has done for the game. Like what he's done in general, just how he
birthed a lot of niggas.
Word, he birthed a lot of niggas, birthed a lot of styles. Like, man, you can't hate on that nigga, dog. That nigga musically, artistically, he's that dude. Like forever and all, you know.
Yeah, he's
It's him and
definitely.
Pharrell.
Yeah, it's 1-2 for me when it comes to production.
Yeah, my favorite producer is probably gonna have to be, well, actually on a producer tip, I'm gonna have to put Pharrell, Alchemist, Kanye. I'm probably gonna have to put. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna have to put my dog Lex Luger in there.
Oh, my top 3 is
Putting
automatic.
Zaytoven in my top 5 too.
Yeah, and I'll have to put Zaytoven in my top 5.
I definitely putting
My top 3
Zaytoven.
automatic. That's Ye, Pharrell, and Just Blaze.
Yo, forgot. Matter of fact, I gotta kick Luger. I gotta put Blaze in.
Just
man,
Blaze,
for-
dog. That
Blaze,
nigga,
yeah,
that
he-
nigga was under the radar with a lot of his production. A lot of people don't know that he produced like a
Those
lot of people's
Rockefellers,
shit.
man, because those Rockefeller albums, those state property albums, he had a little bit of. He ain't have a lot to do with them, but the songs he did have, them shits was all bangers.
Mm-hmm.
And that Freeway album was a banger too.
Shit,
the
he did
first
some
one.
of Beyonce shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of it, dog. Matter of fact, I might have to put Justice League up there, man.
With Justice League.
I put Cool and Dre in my top 10.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'll put Cool and Dre up there.
Cool and
They
Dre,
ain't did
Justice
enough.
League.
Man, they did a
Huh?
lot of
They
Wayne
did a
stuff.
lot.
They
They
did a lot of Wayne stuff.
What shit they did on the Carter 2?
No, I'm talking about like single wise. They did a lot of Khaled.
They did a lot of
shit.
Khaled shit. Yeah, I give them that.
They
But to be
did-
worthy of top 10 in that time frame,
Yeah, they put it down. They did a lot of Khaled stuff. Did a lot of game stuff.
Yeah, game was going through for some tracks too.
Yeah.
They did a lot of work on the Game's second album, bro. They laced the Game, bro.
I gotta think about that. Nah, don't get me wrong. Now, Cool and Dre is 5, but top 10.
I put them in my top 10.
But you gotta think too now. Like when the last time Cool and Dre did some shit?
They probably did it, but we didn't know it. Real talk,
I'm
because
not
the
gonna hold that
niggas be
against
out
them.
there like that.
When I'm thinking about that, I'm thinking about beats that stand the test of time. They got a lot of beats that stand the test of
Yeah.
time. I wouldn't, hold that against them because what they not doing currently,
Right.
or them not being in the limelight. I think aren't they supposed to be on board Miami too?
Like, yeah, I know
definitely
they
was
are.
on one.
They definitely gonna be on two.
'Cause I remember
That blow beat was so fire.
Gas.
Gas. That's,
Yo.
that's a classic beat.
Yo,
That's a classic
You remember
beat.
that Chevy Riding High remix?
Yes,
That
nigga.
shit been gas, bro.
Yes,
That shit was my
nigga.
ringtone, dog.
Yes, I love that song.
Word.
I love that song,
Word.
bro.
Shit, they did. Shit, I wonder what they did. Brown Paper Bag.
They had Nina
Classic.
Sky.
Yeah, Nina Sky been done, man.
Come
I think they
on.
did 100 million.
Yeah,
Off
only did 100 million for
100
Birdman
million, 100 million. That
in the
shit was
ghetto,
fire.
and he laced the chorus too.
Yeah,
Yeah, Brown Paper Bag is such an ill song, dog.
that song is
That
crazy.
song is
Jewels
so
killed that shit.
word.
Jewels killed that. No, that was a time where Khaled was really meshing people perfectly on the
Yes.
remixes and on
Those
certain
first,
songs,
those
bro.
first like
2,
2 to 3
3
albums, he was doing that shit. Like Grammy Family was on the first album, dog.
I forgot about Grammy Family, bro.
Man, Ye bodied that shit.
Ye bodied the track that he did on Teflon
That-
Don too.
No.
That,
you remember? Matter of fact, I know what you're talking. Live Fast, Die Young. But you remember Go Hard? Him and T-Pain.
Dog.
Oh yeah, go hard.
That was on
hard.
Khaled. That was on some
Yeah, that
some
was on
Khaled
the Khaled
early
album.
shit.
T-Pain too. Dog. Nobody else could have did Maybach music to the hook and the
Oh,
chorus
yeah.
on that shit.
Yeah.
Nobody else could have did that
Yeah.
shit
He
like
laced
T-Pain.
that
He
Maybach.
killed that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
He did. How we ranking the Maybach music 1 through 5 so far, y'all?
I'm gonna have to put the
Two
the
is
first
one.
one. Do you put 2 as 1?
2 is 1. The first one with Hov wasn't really like that, bruh.
I don't know. That shit was like
That was
for
on
me.
Triller, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like the
that's-
first. The
that was
first
on
one was
Triller.
hard to me.
2 is the best one, man.
Put 2.
I like 2 better than 1.
Yeah, I like 2 better than
2,
1.
3, and 4. 4 is underrated. Neo killed that shit, dog.
That's the one.
That's
with,
the one on God Forgives I Know.
All right.
That's the
Okay.
one with him just by himself.
Yeah.
Ross
Yeah.
did that shit by
I
himself.
gotta go back and listen to that one. But what about the one with him, Jada, T.I.,
And
Eric
that was
Days
three.
Loaf. No, that was
That was
Days
three.
Loaf.
No,
No, Days is 5.
Days
Days
was
on
5.
5.
Yeah.
All right.
3 is with T.I.
That one with Jada Kiss was crazy.
Yeah, that
too,
one was
bro.
crazy. Yeah, that one was hard. That was
Are we counting 2.5?
the one with him and Pusha T?
Are we counting that?
I don't know.
Was that an official one or?
No, it's
No.
official. They did a video
Yeah.
for it. But it was like, remember when Ross had the little mini
yeah, they
videos
did.
in the
Yeah, they
Untouchable
did.
Empire and
Yeah,
shit.
that was around that was around the Albert Anesthesia when he started doing all the camera work. Him and Spiff
right.
TV.
Yeah, because
Right.
Spliff did Stay Scheming 2 video.
Yeah, I remember Stay Scheming.
Damn, I forgot about 2.5. Honestly, till you brought that up.
It's the same beat though. That's why I
Yeah.
say can we count it?
I'm not gonna count it. I'm gonna keep it real.
So what's number 1? Number 2 is number 1 for me.
Number 2 is number
Yeah,
1.
I'm gonna go number 2. I'm gonna go Maybach Music number 3. Then I'm gonna go number 1 with Jay-Z, and then I'm gonna go with.
Niggas say 4 is so. No, 4 is underrated as fuck.
I gotta
You
go
never
back
gave
and
it a
listen to
chance?
4.
Nah, Neo did lace 4.
I
dog.
probably did listen to it, but it doesn't stand out to me like number 3 did. Number 3 with T.I. and Jadakiss and him.
1 might be
end.
at the bottom with 5 with Dej.
No,
Is
like
it better
that
than
one.
3 or 2?
I like that one with Days.
Is it better
me
than
too.
3
I
or
like
2?
that one with Days.
Is 1 better than 3 or 2?
No, hell no.
Okay.
In my opinion, no. Mm-mm.
Jay-Z had a hard verse though.
Yeah, that verse was hard, but
A hard
like the
verse was
overall,
hard. But
like
the overall, nah.
the overall.
I don't like how Ross playing with the 6 feature. Like, I don't know. Park said he heard the shit.
A lot of people say they already
So
heard this shit.
so he already pretty much confirmed the shit, but because Park said yeah.
But he never said if it was raw or not. He just said he
didn't
heard
say
it.
that. He said because they talked about it on the last one. He was like, yeah, that's all I heard on it. And then he asked him, well, who was on the? He's like, he think John Legend on the hook. He don't know if anybody else could have been added to it. That's
Okay.
probably why he put the ... I need Pusha and Wayne to be on this shit because there's been a lot of Pusha and Wayne combos going on, and I ain't been liking that shit. And that shit been kind of rubbing me the wrong way, me being a Wayne fan, and I just ain't like what niggas been saying about that shit.
Man, I'm a fan of both of those are in my
I
top 5.
I kind of want Wayne to wash him for fun aspect.
But he won't.
Just,
But he won't wash him because he won't
niggas,
wash him. He won't.
Dog, niggas act. That's how I know, dog. Wayne can get into like Joe said, he can get into that bag if he want to.
Wayne always shows up when it's time to rap, like for
Yeah.
real. Like I don't
That's
know
what I'm
where this narrative come from.
Because
That Wayne
because when Wayne just been bullshitting on tracks, that's where they been like, well, he ain't really been spitting how you. I'm like, dog, like, did y'all listen to Dedication 6?
Nah, that nigga
like,
shows
he
up
can-
when it's time to rap.
Yeah,
bruh.
he can, but
certain
I
tracks
even
on
still
Dedication
feel like
6,
if
he
he
showed that he
show
can
up
still get
now,
busy.
I feel like Pusha T is so in the zone right now. Like,
No, he's definitely in the
That's
zone.
why we really.
But
That's
when
why
is
I
his
want
prime?
it.
Like, when is his prime? When is his prime?
who Pusha Prime?
Because to me, it's like Hell Have Fury from there to like 2012 is like his prime.
But shit, the nigga's still rapping at a very high level now.
Word.
I mean, if you want to drag it
He's
out,
been
you
rapping
can.
at a very high level since he came out, and he didn't really take a drop
Like
off since.
we gotta think. I'm taking into account of all the Re-Up Gang
Yeah.
mixtapes. Like I'm looking
Classic
at
verses.
classic verses on those tapes, bro. Like I'm
Hey.
looking at verses that he laid on Pharrell Gangsta Grills. I'm looking
All right,
at
but let's
That come
Every-
go with me
yeah, that
verse.
come
Oh,
home me
dog,
verse is
that's
crazy.
classic
there was never
verse.
There was never a time where, and there's no disrespect, but there was never a time where Push was put in a, or even considered better than Hove. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can never say that about him. That's not to take away his rap ability, because some people have him top 5. Shout out my dog Kate from New York. Like, he always say that.
Yeah, he's
been
in
his
my
top
top
He's in a lot
five.
of
He's always
niggas'
been in my
top
top
5 and top
5. He's
10,
always
man.
been in my
But
top
when it
5.
Come on, Wayne, bro. Like
Him
dog.
and Wayne, that's why I've always had this like, dog. Why these two niggas gotta be beefing? Why
That's
my
how-
two
that's
favorite
how it
rappers
goes.
gotta be
That's how
beefing,
this shit
dog?
goes.
Let's-
bro.
let's-
That's how it
let's-
goes.
But let's be real though. Like Wayne, come on, dog.
No.
Wayne at his peak is damn near untouchable.
No,
bro.
Wayne was a god level rapper when he
Yeah,
at his
one-
peak, bro.
yeah.
That's
Like,
what I'm saying. Like,
But Pusha was really killing those mixtapes, man.
You know
But
what
I
I'm
feel
saying?
like people didn't
Pusha-
really grasp onto it because at the time, them niggas was really like, they was like one of the, like, this shit was on, I remember this shit was on like mixunit.com.
yeah, they was like really underground,
Bro,
but major
underground-
niggas at
yeah,
the same time.
Like on like there was like on blogs in like 04, 05 when, before blogs like that. Nigga, I could have walked to the bootleg man and found Dedication 2.
yeah,
I got the Dedication 2 from the bootleg man. Like,
I believe.
you
But
know
it's
what I'm
like
saying?
it's
So
like
it was
it's like
more
the
accessible
whole.
like that out
Yeah.
there.
It's like ever since the Future came out about Pusha and Wayne being on Maybach Music 6, like. The shit just automatically, the conversation just took off, and like I remember seeing because the post was on Facebook.
What they saying? Like what?
They just put in Prime Wayne versus Prime Pusha, and it was like how it's not even a competition. Like Pusha would wash him.
Nah, hell
all
no, because
kinda
Prime
shit.
Wayne was
Prime Wayne was the best rapper.
Prime Wayne was the best
Prime
rapper.
Wayne was the best
That's what I'm
rapper.
saying.
Period.
But I'm just saying, okay, so Prime Wayne for Prime Push to me, I'm gonna have to go with Prime Wayne. Like I ain't gonna stunt.
But Pusha wasn't a whole neither.
But that's what I'm saying. Pusha wasn't wasn't the whole Pusha was body and shit, but Wayne was just. And then we heard Wayne more. Like I heard Wayne more.
Yeah, because Wayne wanted to run.
Word.
Wayne wanted to run.
Motherfuckers like we could hear these Wayne verses. We
Yeah.
niggas, you had to really be.
You had to
tapped
really,
in.
you had to really search for those
Pusha.
When I
those
first
Pusha
got like the
verses.
first Re-Up Gang tapes, like Marcus said, I didn't niggas like you had back then. You had to either get tapes from a bootleg man or you was actually getting them from like a street team.
So can we give a Maybach Music 6 prediction?
I don't know. I
I ain't gonna predict
I
nothing.
can't even. I don't want to see. The thing is, I want to go on this shit with no expectations. Kind of.
Word.
See, I already done fucked up. I done let.
That's what I'm saying,
I done let this shit like get me.
You.
I will be listening to Maybach Music 6 first when that album.
And I
drop.
agree with you. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Call
do
me a
that
hype
too.
beast. I don't give a
I'm
fuck.
gonna do that too.
Me too.
I take it.
I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna actually run
Because
that shit
like,
like 3 times.
alright,
Right.
after just like what I've been seeing, I just been like, man, I hope Wayne kill this shit, man. But Wayne might, cause based off what Ross said, neither of them know that they on the song.
So he probably had a
Cause
talk with both of them.
now I feel like if Wayne would have known, he probably would have came at it different. I don't know, cause you never know. Like as of late, you don't know what you're gonna get one. But I know Wayne can get into that
when it's
he
time
want
to rap with niggas, it's
Yeah,
time
he
to
can,
rap.
he can
man.
get into that bag
So
now.
I'm imagining it like this. If
See,
I'm
like a lot of
Ross,
people don't know, like that song that Fat Joe just put out, "Pullin'." Wayne is on that shit. He actually had a dope verse on that shit.
that shit that they it's. I think I heard it on the radio if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but you know, Fat Joe ain't really like.
Yeah, he not popular like that no more. So
That's
yeah,
what I'm saying.
I
So
hear
a
what
lot of
you're
niggas
saying.
ain't gonna hear it.
I'll say this: if I'm Ross and I was going to facilitate like that when they don't know about it first, I was going to have a conversation with the both of them, and I'll basically just say, give me the best of you. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say.
That's why I feel like a lot of artists should do. Period, bro. I feel like they should be on some Kanye shit. Like send that shit back. He sent Ross verse back.
Yeah.
And we got
Yeah.
arguably one of the best verses in rap history.
Yeah, because Ross
that's
even
the type of shit I be wanting niggas to be.
Ross
on,
even
like,
was like, damn, he sent my verse back. Like, what the
I
fuck?
wonder if we ever heard that verse on another song.
I know.
I
That's
always
$1
thought
million
about that.
question. That's
Yeah.
$1 million. I want to hear that first verse. I want to
Yeah.
know why Kanye was like,
We'll
nah.
probably never hear that. Probably like we'll never hear
That shit probably in a vault somewhere
We'll probably
on
never hear
a
whole
hard
verse
drive
on,
somewhere,
Oh
bro.
boy.
Yeah. We'll never hear that,
Never
bro.
Never hear that shit.
No, I think Cam deleted that shit.
No, I think he said he got it. He might delete. I don't know. I think he said he still
It's
got
either
it.
he got it or because he was like, he's like, nah, take that shit off. Because he
Yeah.
can't. He said he came in the studio while it was being mixed and mastered. And he was like, what's this? He was like, yeah, hopefully the verse. He was like, nah, take that
Because-
shit off.
But like I said, we know what Wayne can do. We know what Pusha can do with Raw. So I just hope it's a classic record. But just for the fun aspect, I just hope like, man, I just want Wayne to debunk a lot of this shit that people been saying about him as of late. Like, dog, this nigga can still get busy if he want to. Like, I remember I was watching Nino Brown story last night, dog, and just that shit took me back to when I was like, damn,
that was a classic
Word.
DVD, bro.
DJ Scoop Dude.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
God
Right.
damn.
Yeah.
That's
The
peak high
things,
school.
though,
Right,
It's a new hustler. Dog, that shit was so fire. Just at a time where this nigga was just like had a stamp on the fucking rack. Just had
He was the top young nigga, bro.
I miss rap
And he was so
DVDs,
young
man.
at the time.
Yeah.
That's why I be trying to tell y'all niggas be playing
He
with
was-
this man name, bro. This
he
nigga
was-
was 21 when
he was-
when Carter 2 dropped.
Word.
21 going on 22, like.
Yo, I guess maybe that's just a generational thing because I was watching the Breakfast Club and Monica was talking about like how she was singing like some of her biggest
Yeah,
songs.
she
at,
was
like
12 and 13.
13.
She wrote one of them
Dog,
days. She was
Little
12.
Thing, Miss Little Thing when she dropped that when she was 15.
But she
Yeah.
wrote them songs when she was like 12 years old, 13.
And
Like,
that's the thing. And at the time when I first heard it, I'm thinking she was a grown ass woman.
when I,
Word.
when I first heard one of them things, I was like, I thought this was like she was like at least in her mid 20s, bro.
Word.
A lot of
Me
boys
too.
was real young when they was putting out their best music, bro.
Word.
I was saying like, the musical, like just the artistry alone, it don't compare to like the people that came before them. Like,
Yeah.
like we got musical prodigies now, but like there was actual like musical prodigies,
Word.
like for
And
real, like
They were
seriously.
saying shit.
Like,
Dog,
yeah,
for
like-
Nas to put out Illmatic at 19, ain't no 19-year-old putting out no Illmatic.
Like Biggie,
Right.
like Biggie was like what 20 when
Yeah, ready to
like,
die
Ready
like
to Die?
22.
come on,
He
bro.
was
Pac
born
like
72. So
like, they
yeah,
just- they
Pac-
just-
shit. Big was recording Ready to Die like he started rapping like what 92? It came
Yeah.
out 94. So yeah, he
Yeah.
was 20, 21.
Yeah.
like
That's
that's,
crazy.
wild.
That's
like
crazy.
they were like the peak niggas of a whole genre.
Bruh, Life After Death. He
20
recorded at 23. He died at 24.
And that album is flawless.
He died at 24. You got to think about what Big was rapping about at the time. You talking about, so you recorded Life After Death at a 23, 24-year-old age.
It's really a different level. And he wasn't writing none of that shit.
Word. And he was really living. You could tell he was really in a moment when he was doing them shits, dog. Because how vivid and how just even when he was how real the emotions it felt, you could tell that shit was
and
doing
how he was
right
transitioning
there.
as a man in the artist period.
It's like I can't compare Big at 23 to a lot of 23-year-old rappers right now. No. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's what I'm saying.
The content
like,
is different. Like
that's like even with like niggas be calling certain rappers a legend. I'm like, bro, like y'all be giving niggas a legendary stamp like a year, 2 years in. That shit is wild to me. Like it's like the definition got watered down.
I wouldn't argue that.
I wouldn't argue that neither.
That legend and GOAT shit get thrown out loosely.
Like the more say Triple X is a legend, man.
No.
It's like, come on, dog. Like I get it, dog. Like when Pump said that he was the Pac of their generation. Okay, I'm not even going to debate that. Y'all was born 2000. Like I'm not going to have that. I'm not going.
I'll debate that. Nah.
I mean,
nah.
Could you playing devil's advocate? Could you argue a nigga more than 2000 saying Triple X was their Tupac?
Yeah, because Tupac actually stood for some real shit for our people. Like Triple X was actually talking about us as black people hating on white people and like basically saying like he was on some Daniel Caesar type shit, bro. Like two completely different niggas. Yeah. I'm not even having an argument after that.
Who should be the 2000s generation? Tupac.
There's not going. I can't. There's not going to be another Tupac. Like. That's just as far as
I'm glad you said that because niggas always be trying to say Kendrick Lamar is
no.
Kendrick is Kendrick. He's Kendrick, bro. Like he's who he is, bro.
To me, he would be that guy for them, but he ain't Tupac.
He ain't Pac, bro. Like he's not Pac.
He remind me of like to me he is more like. He's very like thought provoking. To me, he reminds me just more like in like a Chuck D lane or some shit like that.
Chuck D, I ain't gonna play mans like that. God damn.
So it's content wise,
he's a better rapper.
He's
but
a better rapper than
I get what you're saying.
You
like,
know
as far
what I'm
as
saying?
like,
Somebody who's because he's like militant. He does have a militant mind frame.
He do got
he's
that
very
militant,
educational. But he's a better rapper than Chuck D. Don't get me wrong. But as far as like Mo tripping, but as far as like
I'm agreeing with you.
But as far as like.
I'm in agreement.
But as far as like, you know what I'm saying, but like as far as like the content, the militant mindset that he has, he kind of reminds me of like in that lane. You know what I'm saying? How he's very for our people, very pro-black. He reminds me of that. He's not a radical like Tupac. Tupac was a fucking radical. Tupac was shooting at the police.
Yeah, I'm not comparing niggas. I'm not comparing niggas of today to an actual. Offspring of Black Panthers, man. I'm just not doing that. Like, this man is a second generation Black Panther. We being technical.
Man, I remember he was telling a story about Carl Kanai, the designer, was like
he wanted to pay him to wear shit.
He was like, nah, nigga.
You black. I'm not charging you.
You don't get that. You don't get that.
He told Carl Kanai that personally. Like that's one of Carl Kanai like he said he always cherished that moment because he was like. Tupac was definitely a different breed of person. Yeah. Like he was saying like when he was first getting Carl Kanai popping how like he had a budget strictly for paying artists. And he said he pulled up on Pop was like, I'm not charging you to wear your shit. Right. Like I fuck with this shit, you black. And I look fly in this shit. I'm not about to charge you for this shit. Word. I'm not gonna charge you and take free clothes. Like come on, bro.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
I was just asking.
There's not gonna be another Tupac, man.
I just feel like a lot of that shit. Just every time I turn around, somebody's a legend. It's like, all right, man. Like
even with Nipsey, like much respect to Nipsey. I love Nipsey on and off the mic,
he's
but
not a rap legend. Fam.
He's not Pac, man. Like
no, he's not Pac.
Like I would say like Nipsey was great, but I'm just talking like, did he really music wise? Like, was it? I felt like if he would have gave us more of, and that's not to say he don't have great mixtapes because he damn sure do, but like we got Victory Lap and that was it. Unfortunately, he passed away. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we would have got more of that. Like he definitely left his stamp. He left his stamp.
As far as the major releases go, he didn't really give a chance to blossom on that. But underground,
that was a narrative.
He was a king. He's a king. Like when it comes to that, like
he put in that. Because he came in that era. That
underground, like transitioning to like blog era, like
9-10.
Yeah,
more like 07.
Yeah, like he
06,
been-
07.
Well, his first album came out. Well, his first work
The
came
first
out like 05, right?
yeah, Bullets Ain't Got No Name came out like 05, 06, like the first one, like very first one.
Yeah, the second one came out in 07 because that had Hustle. on
Yeah,
the
that
house.
had Hustle. That
Hustle
got
on
him
the
his
house.
first deal with
Yeah.
TVT.
Yeah.
Like I remember all. I was like, dog, this nigga's nice. Then I went back and listened to the first one,
Yeah.
and then Bullets Ain't Got No Name 3, and I think it was one more, and then he took off with the marathon shit.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I remember that was a narrative that was running around too when he passed. Like the Pac, oh, he was more impactful.
no,
than Pac.
and it's
I'm
no
like,
disrespect to Nipsey, but whenever I hear people like do the Pac comparisons, I always go back to the interview he had. He was like, he's not gonna change the world, but he's gonna drop millions of seeds.
Yeah.
So like when we talk about like the Kendricks
He
and
was
the
one of
Nips,
them.
and
Yeah.
they're not Pac. You know what I'm saying?
he was who he was talking
he's
about.
of
though.
that cloth.
Well,
Like you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So it's like. And it's okay if niggas not pop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's okay if niggas not big. Like
Yeah.
niggas want to put Ross like as the next big. It's okay if it's never another big. Like
Word.
it's okay if it's never if we don't never get another Jay-Z. But we're gonna get artists of that caliber. We just need to embrace those artists for who they are.
Or
You know what I'm saying? I feel like we do a disservice to these people's bodies of work when we put them up against, you know, when we put them against like pillars of the culture, because they're like what they works like Jay-Z. When you bring up like the Jay-Z's, the Bigs, like the Pacs, and like, you know, like how we saying like Chuck D's, or you go back to the 80s, like they like the pillars of the culture. Like they put shit they put this on another platform for the new generation. So like
There's just a lot of cool rappers.
yeah, it's a lot of cool rappers. They're not gonna be, you know,
Like,
you know.
everybody who come out and drop is not. Nah, dog. Like, nah.
all right, speaking on like you was talking about the evolution of rap. When it comes to the evolution of rap, I feel like there's like a couple stages. So you had your Grandmaster Flash, Melly Mel, The Message, where you know, because at first it was Sugar Hill Gang, everybody party.
Yeah, it was like disco rap.
Disco
kinda.
rap, and
Okay.
then you had The Message, and then when that dropped, so that made it more serious.
The streets started getting involved.
The streets started getting involved. I feel like, to me personally, around that era, like I'm about to have a discussion with my peoples, because I know if they do hear this, they probably gonna be shitting at me. That I'll add a couple rappers in there, like all my old head uncles. But to me, I feel like rap didn't really become like a real form of like lyrical driven rapping until when you had niggas like KRS-One,
Run DMC and all
Yeah.
that.
I wouldn't even say Run
No,
DMC.
they weren't lyrical.
I
weren't
would
really
say
lyrical.
I would say like KRS-One, Big Daddy Kane,
that Queens
Cool
wave,
G
man,
Rap.
like, yeah.
I feel like those niggas, those like
They
four,
brought another flair to
they
rap.
brought. I feel like if we don't have, I feel like these four niggas are like if we don't have these four rappers, I feel like
Rakim and all them.
Rakim, yeah, about to say, can't forget Rakim. If we don't have these five rappers, I feel like we don't have hip hop today.
You don't have the building blocks
we
of
have
a
it.
flow.
Yeah, the building blocks.
They brought flow to rap.
Yes.
You
Before
count
it was
Cool-
like
you count Kumo D too.
No, I
Nah.
don't count Kumo D.
You
I'm
don't count him.
he was like that bop 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 bop
Yeah.
bop bop
Yeah.
bop 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 like you say, when Big Daddy Kane and Cool G Rap, they was flowing.
Yeah, like they brought like actual like real bar structure
Yeah, like bar
to rap.
structure. Everybody else was making like it was like easy to listen to.
Yeah.
Like they was the 1, 2, 3 rap.
Yeah.
Like they try to play the South over.
Yeah.
That was like the first rap songs.
Yeah.
Got you.
But when you had like how Marcus was saying, like
As far as lyrical, as far as rap being
that
lyrical.
wave of rappers, that what brought like the building blocks of bar structure.
Yes. Those, and then you got to throw in somebody like an Ice Cube.
Yeah,
out here.
Ice Cube, yeah.
And then those like six. I feel like without those six I feel like there might be greater rappers, but I feel like those six are like the most important rappers. I feel like without them,
because
we don't have rap
because
what it is today.
Jay-Z even said like he listened to a lot of like Rakim and Big Daddy
Yeah,
Kane
he was on
and
tour
all
with
them.
Big
Yeah,
Daddy
he was
Kane.
on tour with all them boys. So like a lot of the greats looked up to them.
Shit, Jay flow changed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jay was
He started rapping on the.
He had like a scat pack rap.
Yeah,
like he was
yeah.
all over the place, bro.
The
Like
Das Effects type flow.
Yeah.
Shit.
but I fuck with that shit too.
Yeah, me
like
too.
I actually
Yeah.
kinda
And
fuck
I
with
feel
that
like,
shit.
and a lot of that shit is in a lot of this new age rap, but a lot of them old niggas like to play that shit, and I'd be like, dog, there's a lot
Because
of the
even-
styles that's
That's what I'm
going
saying.
there.
Because I don't
when
know.
niggas.
I don't know. I mean, cut you off. I don't know what time frame it was from. That's just like on the beginning of the Hard Not Life tour when
Right.
Jay was rapping in the back room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he was. That's how he started rap because he got his shit from Jazz O. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I never was, like you said, I never was mad at that. But that's an interesting point you brought up about that evolution portion of it.
Because I feel like there's a lot of people when they talk about the rappers now and this and that, I be like, man, look, the rappers, like a lot of the shit y'all clowning or a lot of shit y'all talking down on, that was the same shit y'all was just doing, but it's that we're just doing it in a different way. And I feel like a lot of shit when it comes to like styles and rap and how like, you know, I know for me being from the South, you know what I'm saying, niggas talk about mumble rap, and mumble rap was never really mumble rap.
Never mumble rap.
It
at
was
all.
never
Y'all just
mumble
don't-
people
rap.
still say mumble rap too.
Yeah, and I just feel like just say you don't like them. Like,
Word, it was because a lot of it might be dialect, a lot of it might be the flow. The
this is
flows
just
that
twang. Like
yeah,
you just don't, your ears aren't trained to like
trained to understand it. So all of a sudden it's mumble jumble, but they're saying a lot of shit, a lot of bars, a lot of metaphors.
I
But
put it like this: it can't be mumble rap of these niggas got fan base that understand them loud and clear.
Word.
Like even with the Migos, shit, I'm like when they first dropped, I was like, how
You
are
said
they
that's
mumbling?
a triplet flow, right?
yeah.
Yeah, how are they mumbling?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can hear
Word,
them,
I can understand it clearly. Like
and that's not even on. I feel even if I wasn't like brought up where how it was brought up, like I know what they saying.
word.
Like I just feel like that was kind of like just say you're not fucking with it. Like
Word.
I respect that more than you saying like they just mumbling.
Word. Cause I feel like there's a lot of like old heads who like a lot of these shits is just recycled patterns, but except it's just done in different ways.
It can't be all right because niggas like to say nothing's new under the sun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the same applies to this. Like
Word.
you were saying, like a lot of this shit came right back. It just got remixed.
Word.
Like the Jay-Z, like that scattered flow. Like a lot of people have like probably taken that and made it something else. You know what I'm
Word.
saying? But it was based off of that. You know what I'm trying to say?
Word.
So it's like it can't be both ways, man.
Word. That's my little tip. That's my
No,
little
I
insight on that.
fuck with that. I fuck with that, man. What we on now, man? We got some sports talk. We want to talk about this Melo interview, guys.
Hey man, Mike, you go ahead and lead this one, man.
Mike, the floor is yours,
Yeah,
my
the
brother.
floor is yours, Mike.
I'm willing to talk about it. Mo's gonna be objective on the whole Melo shit, dog. You gotta be objective. You can't be biased, bro.
I'm not being biased because you want me to admit that he lied. Okay.
No. I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about the reason why he's at where he's at now.
I'm not being biased. So I'm
Because
not being biased with that.
At what point in time did the NBA sit back and say, you know what, we just not fucking with Melo no more? Like, what reason would they have to blackball Melo? You got traded to the Thunder. It didn't work out. You got knocked out of the first round with Russ and PG and all that. Then you went to the Rockets and shit wasn't working out. You got let go. At what point is it blackballed? If you got traded from the Knicks, went to you've been on 3 teams in less than a year and a half, fam.
It's
not a blackball.
For me, it's not blackball. I will say he gets a lot of undue weight of the situations because even from watching the interview when he was saying personally, you know, he accepted a third and fourth option role behind Steven Adams.
Yes, he said
on
that.
the Thunder. Okay, so all right, so off top, how's he getting blamed? How is he getting blamed for this shit when you got 2 younger superstars that's supposed to carry the weight of that team anyway?
Word.
All right, so all right, that didn't work out. Cool. All right, so now when he talk about the Houston situation and he basically saying, you know, it was already like a rattle situation coming from there. When he come to Houston, he's still trying to find a place. Because you got to think he came from being in a consistent system, even though they was losing with New York. Now he come to Houston. I mean, he come to OKC. He's accepting a delayed role off top. So now that didn't work out. Cool. Now you cut this man in 10 games. He's still trying to find a way. The whole team was playing shitty. It wasn't like he was the sole purpose of them, you know, being shitty. So it's like, and then you still got 2 all-stars on that team. Supposedly superstars on that team that supposed to be carrying the load on that team, and you don't even let the man get 10 games in? Like,
Yeah.
and he was coming off the bench? So like how is he getting majority blame for these situations?
The blame aspect, I really ain't got no beef over. It's this narrative that he's getting blackballed, and I just can't. The point is that Melo chased money his whole career. He prioritized money over winning, and this is where he ended up at.
All right,
That's it.
that's cool if you want to say that. That's cool.
Is that not true?
I'm not mad at niggas getting paid. I'm not mad at niggas wanting to get their money. How we going to champion niggas for wanting to get money? But then when even if they still wanted to, obviously he still has a passion for the game we want to play. So it's just not you just can't say it's all about the money. The money is cool. Like we were saying, there's no guaranteed rings. There really isn't. So I'm not mad at the nigga prioritizing getting paid over everything. Darrell Reeves, that's how he been his whole career. That's always been a personal favorite player of mine. I don't have no beef with that man. Melo, same thing. Even if the nigga had rings and still wanted to get his money, it would be equal energy. Like I don't have a beef with niggas wanting to get paid. Like this whole thing of him like not wanting to play and not being passionate about the game, like that's a false narrative. Like the nigga still wants to play. So now we talking about...
You're talking about a 36-year-old player who...
Melo's not 36.
Okay.
Melo's got to be like, what, 33, 34? I don't think
No.
Melo's 36.
No, he was born 80... If I'm not mistaken, he was born 83.
Damn, he old.
Word. Damn, I thought that nigga was like at least 34.
No,
33. Damn, that nigga's
he's
30?
older than LeBron.
He's 35.
35?
He'll be 80. He'll be 36 on when?
Next year, May 29th.
He
He just turned.
just turned 35.
Oh, okay.
Well, he got like what is like a year over LeBron? Like LeBron was 30,
Yeah.
33?
LeBron will be 35 December 30th.
We're the same age.
Yeah, but LeBron is playing at a completely different level. Like when your play downgrades, like no team is gonna want to pick you up if they're on like there's no need for me to add you to my roster if I got all these young niggas right here that I can just groom up. It don't make sense.
I can't agree with that neither because it's plenty.
If that's the case, then the Hawks would have took him. The Hawks got Vince Carter.
It
Don't make sense, bro. It's obviously Vince
Melo.
Carter.
I feel like Melo's a better player right now than Vince Carter.
Vince Carter
my nigga.
doing something better for teams than what he's been provided.
Vince Carter-
It's not all
Vince
about the
Carter-
points.
I
Everybody
don't-
talking about the 17 points Melo putting up, bruh. Draymond Green averaged less than 17. And he's more impactful. So don't give me the 17 points a game shit. This is what I'm talking about when it come to Melo, bruh. It can't be a black ball. Y'all keep talking about these points.
I don't know where you getting this black ball point. I've never said Melo was
I never said Melo
blackballed.
was blackballed.
I've never said he
I
was
know,
blackballed.
so, yeah.
I'm saying as far as this whole narrative of this nigga not deserving a spot on the
Yeah,
roster,
or can't
that's,
get a
that's
spot.
bullshit.
Yeah, as far as
That's
talent
bullshit
wise,
to
that's
me.
What else is
bullshit.
like his trainer gonna
That's
say he's
bullshit
better
to
than
me,
70% of
and
like, of course his trainer gonna say that. His trainer supposed to say, oh, he asked?
I mean,
It's
shit.
niggas averaging less than 17 being more impactful than Melo. So
when I'm looking at certain niggas on that, when I'm looking at certain niggas on rosters, bro, I'm looking at it like, yo, Melo's better than some of these players, bro, right now. So there's no way I'm not gonna say this man is not deserving of a roster spot.
I feel like he still could be
Blackball,
really useful.
blackball. I never said he was blackballed. The whole fair word towards shit. Even he said he don't want a fair word.
Nah, he
Like,
don't
I
deserve
don't care
one.
about-
He don't deserve one.
He said he don't want that. So that's what I'm saying. Like even
I don't care about the farewell tour.
no, that's what I'm saying. Niggas has been trying to like use that against me too. The nigga never said he wanted that. The man just said he feel like he deserves a roster spot.
He wants to play.
The man's not the
Yeah.
the nigga was all about the money. He wouldn't give a fuck about playing right now.
Cause I know
Nah,
I know
he
that
said 'cause his
Oklahoma
ego took
City
a hit.
shit.
He said his
when he
ego
went-
took a hit because he's like, damn, am I not like that no more? So it could be a mix of both. It can be both. Like I want to prove I can still play and on top, but it's like
That's more than money to me.
Yeah, because he already got his money from the when he got traded from the Knicks to OKC, and OKC basically like paid that shit. So they already done paid him that little $20 million. What was it like 20? So he already got that money. So
And he was on another team after that.
word. So I mean,
So it's like it's just a lot. It's like,
the
bro.
man started downgrading. I saw his play downgrading after the Knicks time frame. Like I just said on Twitter yesterday, like from 03 to 2010, I argue a nigga all day over Melo over Braun. Like he was that nigga, and then he had his couple of years in New York, and then like after that 2013 season, that Knicks tape shit just went downhill. Just is what it is. Like he was a scoring champ 2013.
Niggas. I mean,
But his overall play, he wasn't the same aggressive Melo that he was known to be. And then on top of that, he already wasn't a defensive assassin, which is cool. But like it got to you're not even fucking trying at this point. So
Yeah, like
if
I
you giving me
wouldn't
that,
argue that. Like his
all right,
defense,
then,
yeah.
so like, if
But
you-
I've never needed. But that's not what Melo's for. And if the
And
team,
I-
and
it
the
was
team
never-
knows
it was
that.
never defense.
Word, and the team knows that.
and that's cool, but if your offensive production is lacking at that, what point do I have to use you? What use do I have for you? And you getting older, you only holding my team back. You only holding my team back, fam. Like it comes a point in time where people just go out. Like Dwayne Wade played for the Bulls, Cavs, and then went back to Miami. His situation just was better because he ended up going back to Miami. That's it.
Yeah, and he came up the bench and he bowed down to the younger, better players at the time.
Yeah, and he was still producing with Miami. That's the thing.
All right, I honestly feel like Melo could do the
Yeah,
same.
I feel like Melo can still produce.
It's
he
the reason
come out-
why
if he
teams
come off
ain't
the
reaching
bench-
out to Melo. That's all I'm saying.
Real talk.
I honestly, like real shit, I think Melo will be on the team this year. I'm not gonna sit there and say that he's not. I feel like a team will give that man a shot. Cause he's still like, it just depends on how he accepts his role with that
He
team.
said he's
And I
willing
feel like
to accept the role, but
Yeah.
a lot. Why can't teams just sit back and be like, you know what, we good, and then not be nothing else attached to it, regardless
I mean,
of who's
and
on the roster?
And that's cool. That's cool. We
he
want to
could
say
be a
that,
great
but
stretch forward.
I'm
man.
looking at niggas rosters and I'm like, bro, like he's better than a lot of these niggas bench players.
I'll take him over Jared Dudley. Shit.
I'd take him over KCP too if I were you.
Word.
So it's like, come on, like I take the nigga
All right,
come on. I take him on my bench, honestly.
So that's what I'm saying. Not saying you. The narrative is that he's being blackballed. Like Dame Lillard said it. A lot of players have been saying
Kendrick
it.
Perkins said it
So
too.
what? So do the Lakers have a reason to blackball Melo?
No, nobody really has a reason
Okay,
to.
so
I
that's
mean,
what I'm asking. So regardless if you had Jared Dudley on your roster, KCP, what reason? I need niggas to tell me what reason does the league have to blackball Melo?
He's a 5%er. I'm just throwing it out there, but I'm not.
That's all I'm asking because that's the narrative that's being put out there.
I don't know. Maybe it could have been like the way he rubbed like coaches the wrong way or whatever the case may be.
But he's never been like an outlier. Like he's never been that guy. Melo just been a cool, laid back nigga. Like his whole career, he never been like.
Didn't him
He's
and George
never been
Karl
that
have
guy.
beef?
Him and George Karl had beef. There was a little beef with the Denver
If that's the
Nuggets
case,
when
he
he
would've been
left.
blackballed when he
Like
went to
how,
the Knicks.
like basically he like forced his way out of Denver, get traded.
Plenty players did that though.
You know, I mean, I could rub a lot of people the wrong way, and depending on how
Yes, if you
You talking about 2009, fam?
shit, Mike. I mean, shit, bro. Grudges last for a long time,
Yeah, grudges
especially
do last.
If especially
We talking about the NBA here,
word.
man.
All right, so we taking
gonna see them
we
niggas
taking,
constantly,
we taking
bro.
that and applying. That's all I'm asking. Like so.
Oh, I'm me personally, I'm not taking it and applying it, but I wouldn't argue of someone else would because I do know that grudges in the NBA can last for a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But this whole notion that this nigga is not deserving to be on any team, period, like
That's whack. 'cause
That's
he can
whack.
still
Like the
contribute.
nigga still can contribute to the team. Like that's always been
Do you
my.
feel like Wade can still contribute to a team?
Nah, not with his skill set. I feel like the way the league is played now, Wade can't contribute. Not with his skill
But
set.
Melo can.
Yeah, because Melo can still shoot the ball.
Wade can't.
Not his. No,
Wade don't
That-
got no.
this-
Hold
this
on,
is
hold
what
on.
I'm talking
Wade is
about.
not a knockdown jump shooter, dog.
Hold on.
This
Period.
is what I'm talking about.
Hold on. No, because Wade, his running, his slashing style, he don't even got the legs for that
Word,
no more.
he's
period.
not athletic like that.
He's not athletic like that no more. Period. Melo can definitely still be a stretch four.
That's what I'm just saying. You could use Melo as a stretch four in the NBA.
I can't tell.
I
Not
mean,
based off of
With the
Houston
right
and OKC.
team,
With
with the
the-
right team, and in the second unit, I feel like if they use him as a stretch four,
Real
if he
talk,
was,
the Rockets should have kept this man.
they could use him
They
right
could
now.
have used him right now.
I think Portland should pick
You,
him
I
up.
would have Melo. I would start Melo. I would even start. I would just have Melo as a power forward option over fucking PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker's 6'4" as a
taking
power
PJ
forward.
Tucker over Melo right
As
now.
a power forward, no.
Yeah.
He don't even rebound like that.
Yes, he do.
He
was getting.
If he don't
was
get
doing the
rebounds,
dirty
how
work.
they get cleaner? How they get their ass clean on the boards in the playoffs against the Warriors?
Capella.
No, I'm not placing that all on
No,
Clint
you
Capella.
can't. You gotta
That was
put
both
Tucker
of them.
the one- no,
And you
PJ
got
Tucker was
Eric
going out
Gordon
there
as a
balling.
three.
Nah,
Eric
I'm
Gordon
not
6'4" as a three.
Nah.
You're gonna
Nah,
lose
PJ
every
Tucker was
time.
out there
Yeah.
doing the dirty work, fam. I
Nah,
watched
he
the
on
game.
on defense, not on the boards, my nigga. They
Yes,
was
he
getting
was
one-
getting
they was
boards.
getting
They
him
was
and
getting worked. They
Capella.
was getting worked on the board.
They was getting
He
worked
was
on the
getting
boards.
boards,
That's not
though.
all Capella, my
Capella
nigga.
wasn't getting
When you're-
boards.
when
PJ
you're-
Tucker was getting boards.
when
So
your
now,
power
hold on.
forward-
So PJ got to go out and get 20 rebounds at 6'4", 6'5".
No, but you saying he get busy on the boards?
I say he was getting them.
No, he was getting busy
wasn't.
defensively, my nigga. He get busy defensively.
Oh, you get
Him and
you
Capella
get rebounds on offense and defense.
You're 6'5", power forward. You're gonna get clean on the boards by default, my nigga.
But he was getting rebounds
Unless
regardless.
you're Charles Barkley.
Nah,
he was getting rebounds
he's not
regardless.
a Barkley.
Yeah, no.
He was getting. I'm not starting PG. I'm not starting Melo with PG.
I didn't say that, but I would have him as an option over. I would rotate them at least.
Well, yeah, because PJ Tucker could start the game, but
I'm definitely rotating them. I'm not having them. I'm not having a 6'5", barely 6'5" power forward, my nigga. Deep in the playoffs, that's not going to win you shit.
No.
You're going to get clean, and that's what happened to them, and that's what's going to happen to them.
Yeah, because they're going to face up against
a
Lakers,
big team. They're going to get clean.
Clippers.
All right, so what about other West teams? Because you only have a lot of energy for the Rockets. Talk about Portland. I want to hear you go in on Portland. You have a lot of energy for the Rockets.
Portland's better. Portland's gonna be better than the Rockets. I said that earlier this game.
Like
Portland wasn't better than Houston last year, and what the year before that. What are you talking about?
What?
Portland wasn't better than the Rockets last year.
They didn't run into the Rockets last year. This year in the playoffs.
I know they didn't, but they wasn't better. Yeah, they got to the Western Conference Finals. They got their ass swept. At least Houston got.
They was more
2
successful.
games.
They was more successful.
Yeah.
They didn't get a fucking game against the Warriors, fam.
Hey man, when it come down to it, I'm picking.
So what are we talking about?
I'm picking the Blazers.
I'm
over
still
the
picking the
Rockets
Blazers over the
any day.
Rockets.
That doesn't make sense.
I've seen what the Rockets do
That
when it's
doesn't make
time to get busy, bro. They don't show up.
But judge it for what it is, though.
I am judging it for what I watch the games, my nigga. They don't show up.
So how can you?
Niggas want to
So
flop.
based off last year, they was better?
No, niggas. I'm going off. Period. I'm going off. I'm going to pick the Portland Trailblazers over them. When it come down to it, I got more faith in them to come out and actually play.
Yeah,
they're not going to try to get saved by the fucking refs. And that's just not last year. That was the year before too. They don't show up when it's time to play. There's no dogs on the team, bro. There's no
Portland
dogs.
has dogs.
Yes, McCullough and Dame were dogs.
Yeah.
What we talking about?
Based off what?
Look, man, for a team for Portland, Portland is making the right steps. Every year they've gotten better. They've gotten a little farther than they have. So
I don't see the Rockets making moves
I don't
like
see
that.
the Rockets making no steps like that. They always know we're gonna get to the first round. Basically, whenever we run into fucking Golden State is when our time is done.
it's when the shit it started unraveling.
Okay,
But-
so based off of keep that you just said. So every time they run into Golden State,
I mean,
they run
Portland
it.
does that too, because Portland not get beat by them too. But Portland's a younger team than them, and Portland
They window
see.
bigger.
and their window's
It's-
way
it's
bigger.
not even- it's
Them
not
boy
even-
ain't even 30. Them boy ain't even touched 30 yet. James Harden already 30. Russell Westbrook already 30. Them boy ain't even touched 30 yet.
So
they
you
still
said-
got time.
So the year before that, like you said, they got swept out the first round by the Pelicans.
Oh yeah, they did lose to them, but shit, that's being a young team though.
That's not a young team, fam.
But the Pelicans had a good team. They just ran into a buzzsaw, like bro, that happens. You run into them teams like that, bro. They had a bad.
But they've been
series.
swept.
I'm not gonna hold them. I'm not gonna hold
But
them
they've been
off
swept
that, though.
twice in the last 2 years. Rockets haven't been swept. And
All
I'm
right.
not shooting them no bail. I'm asking y'all to judge it fairly. So you can't tell me
I am
Portland
judging
is
it fairly.
better than Houston. You want them to be better than Houston.
I'm
No,
going with Portland
I'm-
over Houston because
personally,
from
I'm
what
gonna-
I've seen,
I'm gonna pick them.
especially this year. See, the other years, Portland was a younger team. I want to see how it is right now.
All right, so what did you see against Warriors that you would make them? All right, so let's judge it. Both of them teams went up against the Warriors, right? So you're not gonna give the Rockets no credit for at least getting 2 games versus the Warriors.
because they're supposed to win the series.
Yes, they're supposed to beat them.
So Portland shows you they have potential. I want y'all to understand what y'all saying. So they have more potential and they won no games without KD.
No, they
The
don't
Rockets
have. They
won
don't
2
have more.
games with KD playing.
No, they didn't have more potential when they was supposed to. When the Rockets was supposed to beat them last year, they didn't have more potential.
But they got swept without KD.
So what does that mean?
So how are they better?
A lot of
The
teams got
Rockets,
swept
the
without
Rockets, the Rockets had them when they just lost KD and still lost. They didn't win no more games after
To
KD.
me, that's even more of
talking about just
an
Portland.
indictment on that team because how you lose to them, you're supposed to be on the same
I agree with
level
that.
as them, and then KD goes
That's what I'm
down,
saying.
and you
But-
still
but
fucking
I don't-
lose.
Portland didn't win
This whole
not a game.
narrative of the Rockets supposed to be in a top Western tier team. I'm not buying that no more. That's all I'm
I
saying.
think they're a 4 to 5 next year. I said that, but
All
I'm
right.
saying Portland.
and I think
but-
Portland can be higher than that.
Yeah.
but they got swept.
I'm not going to hold that against
But
them.
you'll hold that against the Rockets.
Yeah, because the Rockets.
They're supposed to be there. They're supposed to be in the finals.
You had the Rockets going to the finals,
Yes, I
man.
did.
All right. So
You never had Portland going to the
I'm
finals.
not putting a team who just got swept automatically as a top seed.
I'm not putting them as a top seed, but they're better than Houston.
That
don't make
series-
sense. If any other team would have got swept, Mo would have been like, nah, get that shit out of here.
Nah, that series.
But now, based off this series,
I watched the
you're
series.
elevating them because they just got swept.
I watched the series. Katie went down in that series. They didn't win.
Talking about the Blazers. Let's get
No,
off the Rockets.
no. We're talking about the Rockets. They're a topic at hand, my nigga. Let's stick to the topics. So we watched the series. Katie goes down in that
They
series.
lose. They didn't lose another
That
game.
was prime for them to win. They were supposed to take over. No dog showed up after that.
Dog, when you texted me the other day about the Rockets, what did I tell you?
What did you say? What did you
I
say?
said I feel like they ain't got no better. I had them
Okay.
as a 4 or 5.
And that's what I was
I'm not
saying.
but how can Portland be a top 3 team in the West and they got swept by the Warriors if you basing it off last year? That's what I'm asking.
Because
you can't have a team as a top 3 team that just got swept.
All right, and when you're done yelling, I'll answer your question. Going into this season, I feel they have a better roster.
They got a better team than them this
They
year.
have a better team.
How they got
in this-
better?
They added.
They had a one Whiteside. They added Paul Gasol. They're about to get. They're about to get the other big dog
They
back.
got big. They got big.
They still got some good. They still got some decent guards.
They have
but
a- I feel they have a better-
They lost one of their best players, in my opinion, in a Hassan Whiteside trade.
What do you mean? How they lost?
Who?
They,
Evan? Who talking about?
they gave away Evan Turner, nigga.
Didn't they lose the other dude too? What's the black dude that they had, man?
Alpha
Mo.
Luke? Mo Harkless?
Harkless not one of their best players,
Nah.
bro.
He was one of their best players last year
Nah.
on the team. Yes, he was.
Amino was better than Mo.
Yeah.
Amino better than Mo.
Okay, so
That's
after
period.
Damon McCullum, you're going with Hassan Whiteside, and you're going with Paul Gasol.
After Damon McCullough, I have Amino.
So just forget about Myers. Because Myers Leonard went to Miami too, I think, in that trade. Myers Leonard was putting on in that series. when
They'll
the boys
be
won.
okay.
But then the other
They
dog
gonna be
who was
okay.
injured, he's gonna be back.
Yeah, they got nerves coming back.
Yeah.
They'll be okay.
I like Nurkic.
And honestly, I think I put Denver over the Rockets too.
I wouldn't argue that. I have Houston as a 4 or 5 seed. I don't understand how niggas can just automatically elevate.
They have a better
the
team
Portland
going into the season.
Trailblazers.
They should do better than the Rockets.
yes, they have a better.
That's just
Okay,
simple.
so if they don't, all right. So how much longer are we gonna run with the narrative with the Blazers about being young? So if they don't reach their potential this year, is it gonna be the same energy for the Rockets? Is it gonna be the same energy
No,
for the
the
Rockets?
Rockets supposed to have a ring already.
All right. So when the Blazers are gonna supposed to have a ring?
It's coming to that point now.
Yeah,
This
it's getting to
season
that
coming
point.
to-
It's starting to get to that point. And then it's almost like Denver is where Portland used to be at. So now
I feel like Denver surpassed Portland.
You feel like Denver?
I feel like they surpassed them as far as
They-
like
I
producing.
I need better guard play from them first before I say
Now
that.
Jamal Murray do his thing.
They
He's
have
not-
one of-
he's not
they
a
have the
Dame,
best-
though.
They
He's not
arguably
Dame.
had the
He's not
best
Dame.
backcourt in the West behind Dame and CJ.
All right, behind Dame and CJ, behind them, they're not better. They guards have to play better
They
than Dame and
got a
CJ.
lot of potential.
They have a
man.
lot of potential, though.
If
The
Michael
ceiling's
Porter
high.
Jr. could get healthy,
That nigga back is of an
Ball
80-year-old.
can
Then he
stay
hurt
healthy,
he hurt his leg too.
again.
So,
He's.
I know. I mean,
If Ball
hope
can
he
stay healthy,
Yeah,
them
Ball
boys could be
stay healthy. Joe can stay healthy. They'll be
Dog,
all
to
right.
me, after
They got a
like,
veteran with Millsap. They'll be
Word.
all right.
Like I said, dog, the Rockets to me ain't getting no better. So like when you tell them about the Gilbert Arenas shit, like I agree with that. I'm just saying, Portland, I gotta see it because I don't know how Nurkic's gonna play. I don't know how he gonna play coming back. And you got Hassan Whiteside. Niggas kill Hassan Whiteside in Miami. You're not just gonna elevate this nigga when he go to Portland. That shit don't work like that.
Being in a different situation could help him tremendously.
Yeah.
Though.
But I have
Him
to
coming off
see
the
it.
bench. That's what I'm saying. Him coming off the bench.
Because if any
Like-
team would have got swept, there's no way you elevating that team all the way to the top of the West the next year. It don't make sense.
I ain't elevated to the top, but they damn gonna be better
Yeah,
than the
but the
Rockets.
Rockets, yeah.
That's
They
what,
gonna be
that's
better.
what I'm
Word.
talking
I
about.
wouldn't argue that. To me, they the same. 4 or 5.
They'll be
somewhere
better-
in there.
they'll be better
because
than
you
the
got
Rockets.
Lakers. Lakers should be the 1 seed. Then you got the Clippers. Then after that, you got Denver. Then after that, who you got? That's 4 right there. So you can't have Portland as a top team. You can't do it. They're not a top
all I'm
3
saying
team
is
in the West.
I'm not saying that they're gonna be better than the Rockets,
What do you consider top in the West?
man.
1 through 4, 1 through 3.
1 through 3. So it's gonna be Lakers, Clippers, and
Denver.
probably Denver. Yeah. Yeah, so matter of fact, you gotta put Denver over them. But I'm just saying, Blazers is gonna be better than the Rockets this year. And the Rockets were supposed to win the championship last year, and they fumbled.
Year before that,
and they fumbled. So I feel like their window was coming to a close. James Harden done took that check, so it's just about to be him. He's about to be on his this T-Mac shit.
Nah, that drop off is crazy.
Scoring ass of points, but getting hit out the first round. He's about to be on his T-Mac.
That drop off is crazy. T-Mac, that's disrespectful, fam.
How when T-Mac is one of your goats?
But I'm saying the drop off, like his drop off was because of injury. You just gonna say his play going to transfer like that, not even being injured?
No,
when you not winning, how you supposed to?
Like you not
Niggas
winning.
can win and still play high level.
Well, Harden not doing that though. He's not winning. What does he
You can still
won?
play at a high level and not win. That's what I'm saying. You can still play at a high level and not win. Melo played at a high level his whole career, didn't win.
This shit equal to me. The nigga ain't winning shit.
No, you can't equate playing high level to winning. That don't work like that.
How?
It's never worked like that. You can play at a high level and not win. You can't equate winning to your playing level. That don't work like that. It's never worked like that.
You saying you can play at a high level and
not win? Yeah.
But you also have to play at a high level to win.
My nigga,
Harden not doing that.
Sometimes two people go up against each other. One motherfucker has to lose. That's how the shit works.
So at one point, do you really have a conversation about Harden underperform, like not winning?
This conversation. I've been saying
what's
he's
the
been
combo?
underperforming.
What's the combo? I never
but
had
to
this
say
conversation
he's gonna
with
fall
you.
off like and play. No,
I never said he was gonna fall off and play. T-Mac didn't necessarily fall off and play.
He fell off a play because of injury.
But at the same time, before those injuries, he was still scoring a bunch of points, getting put out the first round.
Yeah, but
and that's what James Harden gonna be doing.
But was he not playing at a high level?
He was playing like James Harden plays at a high level.
Okay.
But he's still gonna get knocked out in the first round because there's gonna be other teams that are better than his team, and he's taking up all the money on the fucking contract. So they're not gonna be able to get nobody that's gonna be able to really propel him like how he wants to be propelled with the Rockets. They had to settle to get Russell Westbrook to try to make that happen. That's not gonna go nowhere. Even though you got Westbrook, you still got a bunch of other holes and gaps and fills on your roster that you need. But
I agree.
You still
I'm
with
just
this
talking
coach.
about him as an individual player.
Yeah, like it's gonna be on some T-Mac shit. You gonna be a nigga scoring champ, dropping 30, but you gonna get put out the first round.
First, second round exit.
All the time. You ain't never gonna get to that level. Cause the way the team is constructed, the way the contracts are constructed, the way the coaching style is.
I'm not debating that. I'm just talking about playing at a high level. Like you could play at a high level and lose, my nigga.
And James Harden's kind of hard to build around if you really think about it. If you really look at his style of play, niggas like Kyrie Irving. Those are hard niggas to play, to build squads around.
I don't understand how.
Because they constantly, it's not like a shooting guard doesn't need a ball.
Kobe, dog. Like,
because Kobe's a shooting guard, and Kobe, and a lot of Kobe's interaction, like when he got
the
ball.
Kobe actually impacted the ball besides offensively, too.
And he scored, and he played defense.
Yeah.
And he played defense.
I can't put Kobe with that.
I watched this nigga defense get a lot better over the last 2 seasons.
But he's not locked down.
Yeah, he's not a lot.
There's not a lot of niggas
you used to put Kobe on the best guards and tell him, look, even if he
was a defensive nigga. Yeah,
you're still gonna win the game even if that player was the guard.
I ain't gonna hold Harden like that now. Like from now 2017, yeah, he didn't give a fuck. But over the last 2 years, like his defense definitely got better, and his steals per game went up.
Yeah, but steals can be a kind of a misleading stat because you have on-ball defense and you got off-ball defense. You can have a nigga who's just playing the lane.
But I seen his on-ball defense get better. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's lockdown, but it's gotten better. If you like when it come down to it with the whole like isolation players, dog, like niggas wasn't saying this shit about Kobe Bryant, fam. And the only reason why niggas wasn't saying about Kobe because Kobe won. If James Harden was winning, niggas wouldn't be saying, "Oh, he do that ISO bullshit." Da da da. Kobe Bryant ran so many fucking ISOs, fam.
But it's the way Kobe scores. Kobe doesn't use a lot of dribbles. James Harden dribbles the ball a lot.
He's gonna dribble for majority of the
It's a lot
Yeah,
difference when a nigga playing and he getting it, he turn around shooting.
Nobody can stop it.
But
you get the other team involved the last 4 seconds of the
You know how many times you go to a court, you play basketball. You know how many times you go to a court and you got that one nigga who just be dribbling, don't score the fucking ball.
Yeah.
Like, that's an issue. But if you got a nigga who dribbling the ball, he's scoring the ball, you can't stop him. Like, niggas be talking about Harden, but nobody can stop him.
But it's different because when you match up in
just
the
like
playoffs,
with Kyrie Irving, like nobody can stop Kyrie. He just lost. It happens. You lose.
But Kyrie's not a leader though, And he
I
shouldn't.
can't
be,
say
he's
that
not
nigga ain't really a leader. Like
he's not the first
he's not
option.
as much as a leader as LeBron James. No, but like I mean, everybody got their way. Like he got a Kobe, but you got to think Kobe wasn't a leader.
It's gonna have to come to a point where you keep your honest about this Kyrie leadership shit. Because
He's not a leader.
I don't really think he really a leader.
All right,
my
so
nigga. Like,
is Kobe Bryant a leader?
Yeah, he got the best out of niggas.
Kobe's probably like the last like true
He
alpha.
got the best out of niggas. This man had Andrew
Who was
Bynum
leading-
averaging a double-double.
Who was leading the Lakers if Kobe wasn't leading the Lakers?
He got the best out of Trevor Ariza. This nigga got the best out of Powell. He was getting the best out of all them niggas. Kyrie Irving does
Like
not
honestly,
do that.
who leading the Lakers if Kobe wasn't leading them? That's all Phil. That was all Phil.
When I say leader, I'm talking about as far as like it's more than just like if you go into the basketball floor, right, and you obviously the best player and you dropping points, yeah, mentality wise and vocal wise, yeah, you can get, but it's like with Kobe was just like on some fucking shit, like nigga just bring a game. That's not necessarily being a great leader. Like LeBron James, like he for the most part would be like as far as like being a great leader. You see what I'm saying? Like on the floor. Like Kobe Bryant, like, yeah, nigga, you better make this shot. It was like with LeBron, his approach was different. It's all about your approach. Like Kobe wasn't always known as the best leader on the team.
Some niggas,
because
Kobe just lead with an iron fist.
Fist word. Like some
that's-
niggas wasn't
All right,
mentally,
so
they
Kyrie-
wasn't prepared for that.
so
Shit, Jordan lead with an iron fist
Word.
too. Like
I never said that Jordan was niggas hated playing with Jordan. We be
but
real.
they knew they got better fucking with
they
Jordan.
got better fucking with Jordan.
All right,
though.
so with Kyrie
Like-
Irving, Kyrie Irving, you got to think Kobe is his mentor. That shit rubs off on him.
But his
I'm not gonna
style, his style of play.
I can't say that
It's
leadership
like-
All right, so
rub off on
seen,
him.
So niggas seen Kyrie go 6 for 24 in back-to-back games, and all of a sudden, oh, the nigga leadership is in question. Like, come on, dog.
I was
Niggas
questioning
had
leadership
bad
before
games.
that.
Word.
I was questioning before that.
If niggas not making shots, how does that fall back on that guy?
It doesn't fall back
Nah,
on
the
him.
shots don't fall. I'm looking
back
at
on-
overall everything.
If
It's the way how you
Jason
deal.
Tatum-
It's the way
if
how
Jason
you
Tatum
deal.
and Gordon Hayward average more, they beat the Bucks.
But the thing is, it's the way on how you deal with that as the leader
Yeah,
of
he
the
ain't
team.
I can agree with you on that aspect, but Kobe did the same shit too. Kyrie did. They did the same shit.
I mean, the only person I really heard Kobe talk shit about was Smush Parker. Everybody else,
Oh,
Kobe
no, hell
really,
no. He gave Bynum the business, Smush, all
because
the boys.
he gave Bynum the business because Bynum was fucking lazy.
Yeah, Bynum was
Bynum was lazy.
Just like
It
how
was
you
never
do with
about
Shaq.
his play. It was like he was fucking
Yeah,
lazy.
that's what-
He straight up told Smush Parker like, nigga, you can't hoop. Like, nigga, you can't play basketball. Like, you suck. But like straight up. But fucking Bynum is just he was lazy. And Shaq, it was because he was lazy.
Can you be a leader and not win an NBA championship?
No.
I can't say that. AI was leading when he didn't.
AI
get
That's
that
it.
really
like,
leader.
I feel
AI
like when it
really
comes
wasn't
to-
a leader like that neither.
Nah,
AI was
dog.
just
I can agree with Marcus. He was a dog.
he was a dog. It was,
He was.
like
Y'all don't think he was a leader?
nah,
I
not
think-
in,
I
not
think,
in that
like-
sense.
I think like
Was
Gary
Charles
was a leader.
Barkley was a leader or no?
No, because
Charles
Charles
was a
Barkley.
dog.
Because leaders got to lead by example. Charles Barkley wasn't a leader because Charles Barkley
Wasn't trying to be a role model.
He wasn't trying to be not
that's
that.
outside
That
of
no,
basketball.
not that. And also, well, yeah, that and also like Charles Barkley was coming in overweight. He was coming in like
Nah,
not
not at his
practicing.
peak. Not at his peak.
Yeah, and no, his peak was 92, 93 off the Olympic team when he was in great shape. He was coming
years
in. That's
after
when he
that.
won that MVP.
I said
But
when he got to
before
Houston.
then, that nigga was coming
Yeah,
in.
Houston. That was
it. That's when he started coming in overweight. When he was in Phoenix, he was a
No,
dog.
yeah, when he was in Philly, he was overweight. Around his later times in Phoenix, he was starting to. His peak was like 92, 94.
But he got better at the Philly though.
Yeah, that 92 to 94.
Yeah, when going into that dream team shit, that's what Mark is saying. Like going
Yeah.
into that shit, that's when he kind of.
Yeah, but I'm saying like his game had elevated post Philly. Like he was at Philly before he got to Phoenix.
yeah.
So
But
and he was MVP at the time with Jordan.
I would
was the best
say,
player
I
in the
would say
league.
he started to fall off his later years in Phoenix, going to Houston.
Yeah.
So was Stockton and Malone not leaders?
That's
Those
what I
were
was-
leaders.
I was about-
Reggie-
I was
Reggie
about to
Miller was
say,
a
yeah,
leader.
yeah. Stockton was a leader. Malone
Reggie
was
Miller?
a leader. Yeah, I give Reggie Miller because those
You
guys.
can be a leader and not win. So I feel like when it comes to winning, like a lot of that shit get cast on certain.
It's a lot of leaders, bro.
Yeah,
It's a lot
you're
of
But I
You're
feel
right.
like winning, if a player don't win, a lot of their characteristics get stripped from them.
Yeah, you're
because
right.
they
You're
didn't
right.
win.
You're right. Yeah.
Like, that shit ain't
Like,
really
you
fair.
can't be a leader and
Like
still
you could
lose,
be a
you're right.
leader and not win.
Yeah, you're right.
So like My only critique when it comes to James Harden is like over the last couple years, my nigga, like yeah, you folded when it didn't matter. But I've seen James Harden win in the playoffs with his back's against the wall. But people don't talk about that because it wasn't in the Western Conference Final, or
And
it wasn't on the NBA Finals. But you got niggas who lost in the NBA Finals, but then niggas will turn around and say, "Well, he got to the finals."
I think my thing with Harden is like, yes, he has.
That nigga came back from a 3-1.
Yeah, he has done that, but it's also games that he should have won, like
Big time. He should have won last year.
Convincingly.
Yeah.
Like it's like moments where you was like, come on, dog.
Yeah, like that game 7
Like,
2 years ago
like,
when Chris Paul, like that game 7, like at home, that was supposed to be you.
Come
That
on,
was
dog.
supposed to be your time to be like, all
And
right.
Chris
Especially
Paul,
if you an MVP nigga, like come on.
And Chris Paul too, and I get it because James Harden is more of an MVP caliber player than Chris Paul, so I get it. But it's like at the same time too, it's like damn, bro, like the nigga's still in his prime. Like it's kind of like how when LeBron lost, to Dallas, right? And everybody just had cast him off. It's like, no, dog, the nigga's still 25, 26 years old.
Man, he caught a Dallas team that was been actually supposed
But what
to
I'm
catch
saying
a
though
ring,
is like
so.
that window of opportunity wasn't just shut.
Oh no,
Wasn't shut.
No.
Like LeBron lost back to back years in the playoffs prior to winning his first championship.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying. Like, so
Been to the finals and all before.
like
that.
with the Kyrie Irving shit, like niggas be talking crazy about how now all of a sudden Kemba Walker is so much of a better leader than Kyrie
Nah.
Irving. No, nigga, I gotta see you go out there and do what the fuck Kyrie couldn't do with that same team.
Nah, I've been on record saying that. Like,
Nah, we
I
gotta
wanted
see
Kyrie to stay. It's just the fact that
And
when
if
it
you're
comes,
not, everybody not born to be a fucking leader. Like, if you
Yeah.
can go out there and just be a fucking dog, then be a dog.
Yeah, I feel like that's what
Terrell
Kyrie is.
Terrell
I feel
always
like that's
wasn't
what
a
Kyrie
leader.
is.
Right.
right,
a dog.
and that's cool. If Kyrie just want to come out and be a dog, that's cool. But when you actually go out and say you want to be a leader, you put yourself in a different conversation. So now you have to abide by leadership morals and rules. If you're just gonna come out and be a killer, like Kyrie is just a killer. He's a
Yeah, he's a killer.
I'm gonna give Kyrie the ball. Say no, go kill whoever in front of you.
I don't think
That's
I
cool.
don't think James is a leader. I think James is a killer.
Go
Yeah.
kill niggas.
Yeah.
But when you go out personally and say you want to be this and you want to be that, now I gotta put you under that lens.
Yeah.
I can't look at you as what I always saw you as.
And historically, most of the great leaders in basketball have been players who could do it on both ends. Historically, if you look at somebody even like Kawhi Lau, he does it on both ends. Kobe did it on both ends. Jordan did it on both ends. Even from the big men, Shaq did it on both ends. You know, Russell did it on both ends. Hakeem did it on both ends. So
That's definitely a leader. Hakeem.
Yeah.
Shaq wasn't a leader. He was a killer.
now Shaq became a leader. Once he got
When?
once he got to the Lakers, him and Kobe.
Nah, dog. He wasn't a leader of that team.
Who was the leader of that team then? If it wasn't him,
I feel like it was shared
Kobe.
weight. It was shared
That's
weight.
shared weight. I feel
Yeah.
like it was
It was
even
shared
keel.
weight. I
Like
can't
a
really
lot of
say-
people, they wouldn't have won 3 in a row without Kobe.
yeah, of course not. Of course that.
Because a lot of people be trying to
I
shit
felt
on.
like Kobe was in the killer role at that moment, and Shaq was more.
Shaq was more mature than Kobe.
Yeah.
Kobe became more of a leader his last 2 rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that three-peat, that was like shared like
But I
responsibility.
still see Kobe as a killer.
yeah.
When it boils down to it, I see Kobe more as a killer.
I
He just
can't remember
won.
who was saying this, but even like players that played with Kobe, it was one specific person in general.
Because I feel like
It was-
the ring aspect, I feel like that's when people shift people up and down, top 10 lists. And I'm like, dog, like, the ring matters, yeah, but like, dog, y'all, and I don't want to get on the LeBron James thing, but I have to bring it up. But this nigga has lost 6 times on the biggest stage, and it's everything attached to it as to why he didn't win. But when other niggas lose, it's like, nah, dog, he just didn't get it done. Like we like niggas
I can
praise.
feel that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like niggas praise this
I
nigga
feel
for
that.
going to 9, but he lost 6. If you tell me LeBron James would have went to 9 finals, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. That nigga ain't losing no 6 finals. You see what I'm saying? But it's everything attached with it. That's why I don't move niggas up and down based off of, oh, he didn't win a championship or he didn't get to the Western Conference. Like, nah, I do it based off your play. Now, if your play equated to the ugly loss, then yeah, because Allen Iverson went out blazing, but he lost.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, certain niggas just went out in a blaze and they lost. It happens. But niggas will be like, oh, well, he wasn't a killer because he didn't win. How he wasn't a killer because he didn't win?
I mean, there's a lot of factors going into winning, so you can't just be solely placed on, this nigga was
That
a
Sixers
killer.
team just wasn't equipped to beat
If
the
we wasn't equipped to beat the, I mean, you was running it, dog. It just everybody was getting their ass.
Wasn't he going like 6 and 7 games to get out the East?
Yeah, he went.
Like,
Especially he went with
that
7.
Raptors
Raptors
went
7.
was 7.
Yeah,
I
then
think the
that Bucks.
Bucks went 7.
That's what I'm saying. So it was It was a coin toss even getting out the East, my nigga.
He got that first game 1. Them boy had to win that in overtime.
Let's talk about. Y'all saw the all-time 2K ratings. I think somebody had tagged me in it.
I think I did see it. I think you sent me. Did you send
I
me?
sent it to you when they had so of course Jordan was 99, Kobe was 99, I think. Then you had 98 was AI. T-Mac was a 92. I know that for a fact. James was a 97. Ray Allen was a 90 something, but Reggie was a 89 or some shit.
Yeah,
It was
Reggie.
crazy. It's crazy. Reggie Miller's definitely better than Ray Allen.
What do you think about that?
Look, I'm thinking.
That's what I'm thinking too.
I'm thinking about Bucks Ray. I'm thinking about Seattle Ray.
I mean, he got the boys to the ECF that year against AI, yeah.
I mean,
But Reggie was doing that shit too.
Reggie was doing a lot of that shit by himself
Come
too.
on.
Ray
Yeah,
Allen
I'm
had
saying.
a little bit of help. He had Sam Cassell, Glenn Robinson when it was in his prime. Big Dog was in his
we
prime.
can't hold that against them now. That Pacers team wasn't trash neither when they went to the finals.
No, they
neither.
wasn't. No, they had a good
So-
team.
They just
yeah.
ran into the dogs.
I mean, they wasn't trash. Now
Yeah,
they
they
had
right.
Mark Jackson was an animal back then. He
Yeah,
had-
Jalen
who else?
Rose,
Jalen Rose
yeah.
he was balling like.
I'm not giving him 2000s Mark Jackson. I'll give him 94, 95 Mark Jackson.
Yeah,
2000 Mark Jackson.
That was a
shut
vet.
himself.
That was a vet. Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson was a dog from 90 to like 97, 96.
Yeah, he was a dog, but that
2000?
man was still an impactful vet player.
He's like one of the greatest passers ever. Have you seen like a Mark Jackson
Hell yeah.
compilation? Just
I don't think
passes? Like,
I don't
that nigga
think
be
when
dishing.
we talk about like, of course he's not like a top 5 all time point guard, but
He's
solid.
like
He's
he's
solid.
one of
He's
the top. But in assists, he's like
yeah, he's up there.
He's up there. He's like in the top 10.
Yeah, definitely. He's up there. Like, dog, where do we put Tony Parker? Niggas don't talk about Tony Parker.
TP
And he
as
got
far as-
5. He got what? 4? He got 4 rings.
As far as all time point guards,
To me, when it comes to like not like
It wasn't all Timmy.
no, it wasn't all Timmy. But as far as like his point guard style, he was a point guard, but he was more of a
he
like
got a finals
they
MVP?
didn't like they used him
I think
as a
he do.
point guard, but they didn't like. He wasn't like a pure point guard per se.
Niggas talk about Kawhi.
He was more of a scoring point guard the way he scored, but he wasn't really like he's not a
He
John
was a
Stockton
dog.
or no shit like that. His
I-
style
he
was just
used
weird
to-
within the system.
Hold on
he used to
now.
get busy in the open court
Hold
now.
on now.
Yeah, but I'm talking about
Tony-
passing. I'm talking about passing. He's a scorer. Like as far as
Yeah, he can
scoring,
score.
he's
He's a
one of the
score
best scoring
he's
point
a
guards
score
ever.
force
Can
point
pass
guard.
too.
Yeah,
But his pass, he only averaged like 5 assists, like 5 or 6 at the most.
I just feel like letting a lot of niggas overshadow Tony Parker what he did, bro. Like I can
That's
make an
so-
argument.
yeah.
2013 finals, he would have been MVP if they won.
I mean, the
Oh,
floater.
yeah,
is
he
like
got
one of
busy
the-
that finals.
yeah.
He got busy that
The
finals, bro.
floater is like one of the most used weapons in the league, and he was like
I think
the
he
fourth-
perfected it.
Yeah, the forefather of the floater. You know.
Yeah, they had damn, that's crazy. They had 3 impactful players at their position on one team. You had Ginobili, him, and Tim Duncan.
Niggas saying Ginobili's the greatest 6-man all time.
Shit, you can make that. You can make.
I wouldn't argue that.
wouldn't
He
argue
started for a lot of them years, but I get it. He was more of a
He was
bench
more of an
player,
off
but-
bench presence, but yeah, he
Yeah.
was starting like when niggas started getting hurt, he would
Yeah.
start.
Yeah, I think he really like the first ring, like I think like that 2003. I know that one when they went against the Pistons, he was starting, but I think after
05.
that, yeah, I
He
think
started that year.
yeah, I think so.
That
They
finals?
chose- Yeah, I think so.
so.
Bro, hey, y'all remember that series where Manu was playing against Phoenix? He been cutting their ass.
I remember
They
that.
can never beat them.
Dog,
Phoenix
that nigga
can
was
never
going
beat them.
off that series.
And that's
bruh.
another thing, like, bro, like D'Antoni, he be
That was
fucking-
that was when he had Boris Dio at center and shit like that.
Yeah.
yeah, that they wasn't gonna win that series anyway.
Boris wasn't even supposed to be a center.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's when D'Antoni just was trying to do too much like
Yeah.
different shit.
Boris came into the league damn near as a 2-3.
The 3.
Yeah, he got fat. So
Yeah.
But he still was nice though. He still was
especially with
nice.
the Spurs, he was nice on the Spurs.
Yeah, he was.
Pop used to use the fuck out that
Yeah.
nigga, bro.
Hey,
Like
2014
efficiently.
finals, Dial got busy.
Yeah, hell yeah.
He got busy in that paint,
Yeah,
bro.
Boris was nice, bro. I ain't know, like, I had no beef with Boris Diaw, bro. Like, seriously, I fuck with Boris.
I think Boris Diaw was in that 2003 draft too. There was some good.
I think so.
There was some good players in that shit.
So the
man.
top 10 list under 23, they got Zion number 2 already.
That ain't Zion fault. That's Bleacher Report fault.
Yeah.
Like, this nigga ain't even dribbled
Poor
a fucking.
journalism.
Like, you got him over Booker. Like, come on, bro.
First of all, he shouldn't be
He shouldn't be on no top list.
No list.
He hasn't dribbled a ball yet in the NBA in an official NBA game yet. Like the players that he's ranked over have actually been impactful for that list. Like, nah, I'm not
But
putting
see,
him over.
and then
over
you know
Booker.
what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna happen?
That boy had
You know
Luka
what's gonna
number
happen?
1, and I fuck with Luka.
If he don't pan out, then they gonna say
They gonna say, "Oh, he got hate."
no, he didn't get hate.
But dog, these niggas got Luka
That's what they
over
gonna say.
Devin. Them boys got Luka over Devin Booker. I'm like,
I can't be mad at that.
no, it's one season. No, it's
That's
one season.
man.
It's one season, my nigga.
Booker been killing consistently.
Word
bro.
consistently. His
we
team
talk
been
about-
ass,
if
but
we
that
talk
nigga
about-
been showing up.
You know how many niggas I see get elevated after one season, fam?
So why you
They be
why
picking
you
and choosing.
why
They
you
be
cool
picking
with
and
Luka
choosing
being
certain-
elevated then?
Word.
I'm just basing off a play.
He ain't better than Devin Booker. Bro.
No,
Skill wise,
no,
no, bro.
No!
Luka skill like a motherfucker.
he is.
I'm
but
not
no.
putting- I'm not
and I'm
putting
gonna be
him over-
honest with you. When them niggas get the
I probably wouldn't put- I
drop
probably
on that
wouldn't put him
step
over
back,
Booker.
I'm not putting him
when them
over
niggas
Booker,
get the
man.
drop on that little step back,
Hold on now.
Yeah.
oh,
So
niggas gonna have to
Hold
change.
on
Listen,
now.
bro,
Hold on,
niggas
hold
is
on.
scouting this
Everybody
nigga.
can't do the step back.
But trust
Niggas
me,
act like that's such an easy move, bro. Like
it's not an easy move. But once niggas get the drop
Once
on
it's
that,
scouted, and you gotta think Luka, his athleticism not based on quickness is based off of
Deception.
smart.
A lot of deception, yeah.
deception. So once niggas scout
he's
that
a smart.
shit,
He's a smart
he's
player.
a smart player. And I'm
Like
not
he
knocking-
knows a defensive player
Yeah,
very well.
and So that's what I'm saying. Like once niggas really scout that shit,
But you
like,
can't really be
I
mad
gotta
at that,
see
though.
him. I gotta see
No,
him
I'm
off
not
of.
mad
I'm
at
not
it.
mad. I
I'm
gotta
not
see
mad
that
at it.
more than one
Yeah,
season
that's what I'm
though.
saying. He got to be able to do that consistently throughout at least.
I can get with you with that.
Yeah.
Because you surprised people the first year,
Yeah,
but
you
now niggas are
surprised.
ready for you this
Yeah,
year.
But you can say that
have
about a
seen-
lot of rookies though.
But that's what I'm saying. But we talking about Devin and Luka. Niggas have seen Devin and they haven't been able to stop Devin.
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta see Luka do this for at least 2 more seasons before I can say he's better than Devin.
I see Devin just as a straight scorer though. I don't see him skilled like
Devin
that.
a killer.
Yeah.
He's a
But
killer.
he ain't really skilled like that. That's why I say I brought up the skill aspect.
Scoring wise, he's
Scoring-wise,
one of the best
he's one of the
scorers
best.
out here. All 3 levels.
Okay, but we talk about scoring and skilling is not the same
There is
thing.
a skill to scoring.
All right, so
There
when you
is a
are you
skill to
saying
scoring.
Skill is
you saying
dribbling,
both sides of the
passing.
ball?
But skill equates to dribbling the ball, passing the ball, shit like that, handling the rock.
But there is
That's
a skill. But there is a skill in scoring.
You got niggas who can score, but they ain't skilled.
That's their skill, scoring.
You
Lou
put,
Williams' skill is scoring. Can score off 1 leg, 2 leg, left hand,
Both
right
hands,
hand,
either
both
side of the
hands,
glass,
mid range,
at the rim.
outside, at the rim. Like
His offensive
who
bag
else-
is very deep.
Kurt tagged me in that. Who else was in that top 10?
That shit in our mentions. Well, let's look at this. Let's look at this list.
Oh,
real
okay.
quick.
So is Luka Doncic number 1? Oh, yeah, that's wild. I'm not putting Luka 1.
That's
That's
crazy.
what's crazy.
That's crazy.
No, I'm not putting him. I put Jason Tatum ahead of Luka. De'Aaron Fox, Jason Tatum, Devin Booker, Jamal Murray, Trae Young. I wouldn't put Trae Young up there.
nah, I'm not putting Trae Young up.
Oh,
Trae Young
Trae
shouldn't
Young.
be up there.
Trey, where they got Trey ranked though?
7.
Nah,
If it's based off of 1 year,
That's what I'm saying. So
maybe
how,
the pool is that
hold on.
is that
So
weak.
hold on. When you look at the
yeah,
rest
they
of
got
the
Shea Gil Alexander. At number
when you
10.
is Trey better than Jaren Jackson, better than Ingram and Shea?
I mean, honestly,
A lot of these niggas
where's
coming
Lonzo
off 1
Ball at?
year, but a lot of these niggas coming off of 1 year. Where's Lonzo?
Where is Lonzo?
Lonzo is more skilled
But
than a
I'm
lot of
looking.
these niggas
But I'm
on this
looking at
list.
they got Brandon Ingram and Jaren Jackson tied for
Come on, dog.
8.
Like, come on, no.
Yeah.
No. We're not doing that.
Who's better?
Lonzo is better than Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, to me.
His potential is
All
better
right.
than Lonzo's.
So all
maybe.
right. So
Yeah.
and I'm with y'all on that. So I'm taking Jaren Jackson out top 10. So I put ball. So even all right.
7 to 8 range. Ball.
But they don't even got a 9. They just got a tie for 8. So it's like
It's technically 9. It's technically 9. That's why they just put 10 next to Shea. They didn't do Shea 9 and then put another player at 10.
I like Shea. I like
like
Shay's
Shay.
game, but I don't think
Is
he's
he
10.
top 10?
I don't think he's 10.
He's
though.
nice now.
He's nice,
He's
but I don't
nice.
think he's 10. I'm trying to think who else is.
What
Where's,
about-
where's
how-
Ben Simmons?
Where's Winslow? How old is Winslow? Drew?
He's about 20.
Is he even 23? He's 25 already?
Yeah.
Where's Ben Simmons?
Is it year 3 for him?
Come on, dog.
Yeah.
Where's Ben? I forgot about Ben.
I mean,
Come on,
obviously,
dog.
they
Yeah, they
got,
shitting on Ben.
Yeah, like,
they got Zion on this list, so they.
but where the fuck is Ben Simmons? And I've been a very hard critique
Nah,
of Ben Simmons.
should be in top
but
3.
Ben Simmons should be number 1.
Like,
Yeah.
niggas can say whatever about this shooting, but he's a skilled motherfucker.
Yeah, he is. He just can't shoot to save his life.
This nigga goes
Matter of fact,
up
well,
with
matter of
his
fact-
right and releases with
well,
his
where's
left
Giannis?
on his new shot.
Is Giannis 20? I don't think. No,
Giannis
Giannis might be
24.
24.
Giannis
24.
24.
24.
But yeah,
Ben Simmons top 3 on the
Yeah.
23 fam.
Ben Simmons number 1 to me.
I like De'Aaron Fox,
he
but he's
should
not top 3. He's not top 3.
Nah.
He's not over Tatum or Booker.
Nah.
He's over Trae Young though.
See, Trey Young is gonna play a long time because he can shoot that rock.
Yeah.
Trae Young is I want to see Trae Young.
I'm
this
not mad
season,
at
man.
Dallas trading Trey for Luka. I'm not mad at that.
It
I mean,
helped-
they both won.
It helped both teams. Yeah, they both won.
But a lot of people didn't think Luka was gonna be what he was.
Nah, a lot of niggas
think Trae was going to
Yeah, a lot of
pan
niggas
out.
think Trae Young was
I
going
don't.
to be what he
I
was.
never saw nobody. I mean, I don't follow who you follow, but I never saw nobody saying Luka wasn't going to pan out.
No.
Niggas was actively saying Trey
Luka
wasn't
was-
going to
yeah.
wasn't going to
Because
pan
a lot
out.
of overseas niggas really don't pan out.
Right. But I'm just saying, me personally, I ain't see it for Luka.
Yeah,
I saw niggas saying Trey ain't gonna really be shit.
Because he got the Steph Curry.
Yeah, and they tried to
Stamp.
put him in that Steph box, but the
Don't do
nigga's
that.
a different. He's a different
Yeah.
player. Like
Just because a nigga pull up from every. See, that's why I don't like when players come into the league, you put these expectations on somebody who's already established himself as an MVP. Like, don't do that to Trey. Because then if he don't play well, then you're going to say, oh, he a bust, and that man's not a bust.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
And I like
and gratefully, he played a great rookie season.
yeah, he got better as the season went along.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people don't
Luka
realize.
just caught headway early.
Yeah, he just caught that shit early.
That
And
man is an animal, though,
he's
dog.
nice, but I feel like people just trying to be like, oh, he's so much better than Trae Young.
I feel like it's a little too much hype. Here.
Where
Nah,
Like,
dog.
I gotta see him because I think
I'm
Yeah,
not
that-
taking nothing from his game, but I just feel like people are kind of a little. It's a little
For
too
him not
much.
to be as athletic and to be doing
but he's
what he's
6'8",
doing.
so that kind of cancels a lot out. Yeah, he's 6'8", but that doesn't matter because he's 6'8" still. Like
But there's
he
a
can
lot of
still
6'8" niggas who can't dribble the ball.
But no, he can dribble the ball. That's what I'm saying. He at 6'8", he's still able to get to his
And his
spot.
IQ is crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But see, all right then. So I'm glad you said that because you don't like the fact how they always be showing young niggas dunking the ball.
yes,
Nigga, can you get to a spot whenever you want to?
yes.
Luka can get to a
That's
spot
what I'm
whenever he
saying.
wants
He can
to.
get to a spot whenever he wants, and that's my thing. All right. See, Mike done brought it up, so I done said this.
But
plenty
you're
of times.
rightfully in feeling
Yeah.
that way because I
Yeah.
don't want to see all that dunking shit neither.
Because I see there was a kid who did the
Talking about
dunk.
the AAU
Yeah,
shit?
the AAU shit. All right, so let me just like kind of
Let's talk about AAU culture for a little
Let
bit
me.
too. Go
All
ahead.
right. So when it comes down to AAU culture, I remember me and Mike was having a conversation about a couple of things.
The other day.
For one, we was having a conversation about the old boy who did the dunk and shit. And I'm like, that's cool and all, but can this nigga shoot a 15
Do he got
footer?
fundamentals?
So you
Yeah.
can, and I feel like a lot of that is sorely lacking because of. Like, I'm not blaming AAU in any of this, but I feel like this whole
It's based
I think
off making a
social media-
name.
this whole social
making a
media,
name.
the
It's
structure.
It's based off making a name. Cause
You're gonna blow up dunking more than you're gonna do hitting 10, 15 footers in a row on
when it
Instagram.
matters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
you're
feel
gonna
like
blow up faster doing
that
a
is-
display of dunks.
It is, but it just does a disservice because a lot of the kids, I feel like they're not really like really focused on.
They're not
like,
focused on what you need to know.
And honestly, that's kind of scary because for the game, the way it's going,
Yeah.
you hope that it's still kids who still have good skill sets.
I think it's going to be like that though. I just feel like when it comes to that, when it comes to like the fundamental versus the overly athletic, I feel like it's always going to be like you're going to have like say we talking about like a Garnett and a Duncan. You're
Yeah.
going to always have like your freak athletes like a KG coming out.
yeah, but
And
KG
you-
was also very fundamentally
he
skilled.
was, but he was a freak like athletically.
Yeah.
We
Match
didn't
with skill.
we didn't know. I'm gonna tell you when I first saw KZ, I didn't see no fundamentals. I saw him dunking on niggas and swinging niggas shit. Like,
He
you know
got
what I'm
his
saying?
shot towards like his MVP season in Minnesota going into Boston.
Yeah,
That's what he really got his shot
But
going.
like a Duncan, I remember reading like Duncan didn't really start playing basketball until like his till his pool got damaged. Like he started playing basketball in high school.
Yeah.
So it's like he had to be fundamental. He wasn't blessed with the athletic like so like you're gonna always have players.
That's why I kind of give Luka a lot of credit because it's easy. That's why when I was telling Kurt the other day, I was like, a lot of times, a lot of with these players, they think they can get by with just athleticism. And it's like, bro, just because you can jump out the gym, that don't mean you can play basketball.
Where?
You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of, you know how many athletic niggas I know who can't dribble, can't get to their spot, can't shoot, like can't pass, like that gets overshadowed. That's why Tim Duncan was as great as he was because fuck all that being athletic.
I'm gonna use the backboard.
Right.
I'm gonna set picks the right way.
Like
I'm
Hakeem footwork. Come on,
like you know what I'm saying.
footwork matters.
I'm gonna beat you where you're not thinking about being good at.
Yeah, and I see guys like Jason Tatum is a guy who I feel like
very skilled,
very good for. I can tell like he's been like there's somebody who's definitely been in his life to be like, you know what. Fuck all that dunking shit.
Fuck all that
you
dunking
need
shit.
to focus. Like
you 6'8", 6'9", you can dunk, my nigga. You need to know how to do all the other shit.
All the other shit.
You know what's so crazy? I remember when I was younger, and you know you had the little small goals, like your parents used to get you and shit like that. Used to play with my cousins and shit, and them niggas used to hate when I just go in there and dunk the basketball. He'd be like, dog, we tired of seeing you dunk the basketball.
Yeah, you need to know how to shoot
basketball. Yeah, and that's when just started shooting the basketball. And like I feel like a lot of players like now, like Ja Morant, all world-class athleticism. This motherfucker can develop a consistent shot.
He's going to be a problem. He's going to be a problem.
I used to say that about Derrick Rose.
Yeah.
Derrick Rose became an MVP based off his athleticism.
Imagine Ja catching that breakaway off the pick. And you think he's going to dunk on you, but he really can pull up mid-range.
Like, what are you doing? What are you doing with a Ja Morant with Luka Doncic's skill?
Nothing.
Jason Tatum's skill.
You can't do nothing with that.
Nah.
That's what I'm saying.
And then like with AAU culture and the shit going on now,
it's focused on making a name.
It's focused on making a name instead of just like kids like really working on like, all right, this is real skill development. But I see a lot of those things have just like really changed because I know when I was growing up, like you had a couple circuits. I know you had the Nike circuit, which ultimately ended in Peach Jam. You had an Adidas gauntlet. Reebok had some shit. You maybe had like matter of fact, back then it was more camps. It was Nike camp. Matter of fact, it was Nike camp, Adidas camp. Reebok had like a little camp, and all the players from each of those circuits, you know, they would all cross paths with each other one way or another. Nowadays, it's like if you're a Nike, if you're a kid who's been playing AAU,
you're getting groomed.
You're getting groomed in that Nike circuit. Yeah. You're not playing in no other circuit. See, back then, everybody like all the shoe companies had their tournament, but then at the end of the day, there was a tournament in Vegas.
Matched up everybody.
That just it didn't matter what shoe brand you was with.
Hold on, let me cut you off. All right, going back to the whole like making a name point. Is it the kid's fault for gravitating to more like the athletic approach as the fundamentals? Because if we looking at it like a lot of the kids make their name from like these Ballers Life tapes and like these like when we
Ballers Life.
We see these stuff on Twitter all the time. Like we be like,
shit. We started seeing that when Eric Gordon had that.
Exactly.
When John Wall, Derrick Rose, Blake Griffin, all of them.
It's only getting bigger that way to get
Social
on.
Social media is impacting
Is it the kid's fault or is it
the era?
Is it? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But it's on the responsibility of the parents.
Because
and
if you come out, it's very possible to come out and be strictly fundamental and get lost in the sea of other good players, but you don't got a name. You get what I'm saying?
But you know what? The coaches really don't give a fuck about that because the coaches are going to be like, the coaches show up to the AAU game, so the coach is going to see the nigga out there sticking the 15-footer, sticking the 25-footer, really diversifying his game scoring.
You got to think it's a wave of niggas who can do that.
No, but most of them are going to be focused on doing the highlight shit because they're going to want to make the Ballers Life.
It's like I said earlier, it's the niggas who doing the dunks over the niggas hitting the shots. That's
like,
getting the love.
We've talked about them before, like the Jelly Fam niggas.
Yeah, where are they at now?
A lot of them still in college.
But nobody knows. Nobody's like I know a lot of them niggas transferred out their school. The main three niggas, there was like the Isaiah.
No, one of them, Isaiah's still at Minnesota.
No, he transferred.
He where he go?
Iona College. He transferred. The Javon dude who
went to Iona.
Yeah, he went to
Iona.
So
he was on the team last year when the Tar Heels beat them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
But he didn't play.
He didn't play.
Because them niggas is It's Jelly Fam, but nobody's working.
He get burned though, but I don't know why he wasn't playing
because
that.
he can't shoot. Like a lot of them
See,
boys,
and I was about to bring
can't
that up.
shoot.
See, at the end of the day, bro, like you can sustain a long career in the NBA if you can shoot that fucking ball, bro. Like you don't even got to be the best dribbler. You don't got to be the best handler. Like if you can shoot the rock,
There's
nigga,
a place for you.
There's a place for you. Kyle Korver, I ain't never seen Kyle Korver put the ball on the floor more than twice. Dribbling. He went to the Hawks and was the highest paid player.
Yeah, just for shooting.
Just for shooting. Coming on screens and shit. Like, if you could shoot the rock, like, that'd be my main focus, dog. Just shoot the rock. Because I feel like a lot of parents, too, they get comfortable when they see their kid is athletically built. Oh, you can't stop him getting to the hole. Okay, what's going to happen when he get to the NBA and he can't get to the...
Or college, because a lot of these kids...
a lot of that shit gets shut down in college, too.
When you get to college, you can't, a lot of that shit gets shut down.
Bro, like I use Seven Woods as an example. He was a highlight fiend when he was in high school.
7th grade.
If you would have told me, coming out of high school,
it
Seventh
was
Woods
the
would be what he's doing right now, I would have laughed at you because I thought Seven Woods was supposed to be like.
But he was the most
He
athletic
can't really
kid.
shoot though, man.
That's what I'm saying. He was like, once you get to college, bro, your skill, unless you a big man, unless you because there's always gonna be those spots for those like big men who hustle, like your Montrezl Harrells, or even your Patrick Beverleys, just real,
just all out dogs.
All out
dogs gonna always go.
You know what I'm saying? You always gonna have those, but
shit, at least Patrick can make a couple.
Yeah, at least he can. That's it. He'll make himself valuable on the court. He can at least stick a couple shots. So I feel like a lot of the kids now, if they're not the main option, they don't know how to make themselves valuable on the court. Or if they don't know how to score, if they're not shooting a Steph Curry range 3, or if they're not getting all the way to the cup, if they need to find that in between. Because like the AAU, the way that shit is now, it's more, kids are playing more than ever. They're not even really having time to even really focus on skill sets. They just playing. Because
it's like year-long playing.
Because that's the way it's set up. And a lot of these kids, they're not even really playing. They're playing against top competition, but they're only playing against the top competition only within their circuit. So you might have the top player might be an Adidas kid, and the other top player might be a Nike kid, but they'll never go against each other unless they get invited. So like the top 100 players can.
Yeah, back then it wasn't like that.
It wasn't like that.
When Sebastian was when he was at ABCD with Adidas. This thing was always going around playing against. That's how him and LeBron linked up on the cover.
And Sebastian was going to that camp when he was like in middle school.
DeJuan Wagner was on that wave too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like the boy said, I remember Darius Miles said DeJuan Wagner had 50 at Nike camp.
Mm-hmm.
Dog, that's why. Dog,
Darius Miles said DeJuan Wagner is one of the coldest people we ever played in them camps, bro.
That's why I always say
it's
popular to say that niggas was bust and all that shit. Like you get it, like the running theme, but you couldn't beat these niggas when they was like DeJuan Wagner. Yeah. He's looked at as a but he was nice as fuck.
He is possibly the greatest high school basketball player to ever play.
I was just about to say that. Like this man used to have the whole neighborhood come to the game.
The whole city of Camden used to fit in one in a little gym.
Cleveland, he was supposed to be like
he was doing. He had something. He had a medical issue, but his rookie year he been averaging like 17, like 19.
His rookie year was.
Who's another guy that was supposed to be that man? Johnny Flynn.
He was never supposed to be that man.
Coming out of Syracuse, he was nice in Syracuse.
He was nice in Syracuse.
He was nice in Syracuse.
Don't do that man like that.
He got picked over Steph, and it was just like,
hey, let's be real about the Steph Curry shit too. Now, like a lot of niggas, dog. Back then, Johnny Flynn was supposed to go before Steph Curry.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Let's just.
But Steph,
back then he was.
But being honest now, Steph was killing at Davidson too.
Yeah, he was.
I seen him play in person.
Yeah, I saw him play at College of Charleston. That nigga, he was killing College of Charleston.
I seen him play at the Citadel. I performed that night actually with my damn drumline. I saw it there live. Like he's a killer. But
Steph was. Yeah,
there's a lot of players. I mean, when you get to the league, like they just they hit a bump, man. But I don't really be trying to go in on them players.
That bust shit is subjective. That bust shit is subjective.
And then another thing, like what the AAU culture is, you see it now. A lot of kids are like getting injured more. They're getting hurt more, and a lot of people are saying it's because that's from the effects of kids constantly playing. Nutrition and kids constantly playing. It's like, bro, by the time a kid has gone to the NBA, he done went through.
They got a lot of miles on their legs.
The AAU circuit, then playing college.
Yeah, you gotta space it out, man.
Yeah,
you gotta space that shit out.
So I mean, going forward, we might see some shit where it's like they cut back on the AAU games, but at the same time, that's gonna turn into another conversation because it's
a lot
like
of these kids, like you said, a lot of these kids trying to get into school, so they gotta play because
So a lot, you gotta understand a lot of these kids they already probably see it like even if I don't get to the league, I want to get to a better a free education at least.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, what do you tell these kids like when you telling them to cut back on playing when they trying to make a name to get you know recruited for college?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna open up a lot of conversations because you're right. Like they playing a lot of games, bro.
Yeah,
like some of them they play like tournaments, like multiple tournaments a day.
Word, and that's all from strictly the shoe company. Like you could play like 3 Nike tournaments within like each weekend because the way they got it set up.
Yeah, like I know a dude.
Like
his
it's
son,
interesting,
his son
man.
play AAU ball. He's like, man, we on the road every week.
Yeah,
Totally,
like that life is interesting, man.
Yeah.
Because like my uncle did some coaching like AAU coaching like last year. He doing this year, and like he actually went deep in like one of the tournaments in Florida at Wild Water Sports for Disney.
Yeah.
And, like they played there. I don't know what the specific tournament was, but like he was telling me, he was like, "Yo, even if we won this tournament, you still go to another tournament and play the best
Another
niggas
state.
in that bracket in a state.
Yeah.
You still got to win that state, and then you still got to go here and there and there. Like it's never ending, damn near.
Because like if you're a Nike kid, you playing to qualify to get
Right,
the Peach
and
Jam.
they didn't even have. They wasn't even a branded team yet.
Oh,
So
damn.
they ain't even running. They didn't even run into those type of niggas yet.
Word, yeah.
So it's like where like he had just like scratched the surface of this shit.
Oh word, yeah.
and I was like, damn, y'all been down there for a minute. He was like, dog, this scene didn't even start yet like that. Like,
yeah.
so it's like it's a very interesting world, man.
And
like,
then once you break it down to like from that into like let's say Zion Wilson with the shoe shit, like you got companies like Puma trying to make that push and New Balance with Kawhi, but at the end of the day,
New Balance got they struck gold, perfect time. And they hit the lottery with the Kawhi shit, especially with him winning the chip.
But
I just gotta see their basketball.
Yeah, but the thing is, they'll never be able to catch up with the Nikes and Adidas because they've already they have their programs already set to get these kids while they're in fucking middle school. You know what I'm saying? So a Puma could try.
They got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, so Puma could sign the Marvin Bagley. They can go through like the Rock Nation using hip hop and shit like that.
See, like with them,
that might be their lane though. They might be comfortable with that.
But
they're not comfortable.
But if you really want to tour, if you really want territory, you're gonna have to move. You're gonna have to move. You're gonna have to move into the high school circuits. You're gonna have to move into the AAU circuit because these kids are starting this young. These kids who are being groomed to play, like more than likely, if a kid is playing with a Nike-based AAU team, he's going to a Nike-based school.
Right.
Puma's not sponsored by any. Puma doesn't sponsor any colleges.
Nah, you right.
New Balance doesn't sponsor by any colleges. So in order for them to really get their rep, that's what they'd have to do.
So do you think
they gotta get a D1 school?
They have to get a D1 school.
But you don't.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like in signing, like
why do you think they starting backwards? And when I mean backwards, is like they're trying to get the stars early, like the Marvin Bagley.
That's what I'm about to say. Like that was
to talk to a kid and be like, okay, yeah, well, we got Nike and Adidas ain't got to do that, and more so Nike.
Yeah, because they laid their work already.
Like that.
Yeah.
They laid their work. Like Nike, they did this shit in the 80s. Adidas in the
80s,
80s.
90s.
Like,
They got a lot of work to do.
that's what. Yeah, I get what y'all saying.
But I feel like for Puma to enable to really get where they want to get at when it comes to that, because I feel like out of like Puma and New Balance, I feel like Puma could actually like, because Puma actually got some straight models.
I think New Balance can do better than Puma. Based off of their designs and their concepts, like
I haven't seen
I'm going off the
Kawhi
runners.
sneaker. Honestly,
I haven't seen a Kawhi sneaker yet.
The shoe he bought, the shoe he played in the finals.
Those are okay. Those are cool.
That's the only New Balance basketball shoe I've seen.
But I've seen some Puma models that
runners though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I've seen some Puma models that I've seen.
Yeah, I've seen some Puma models. Yeah, like Meek be wearing a lot of different Pumas.
So, yeah, if they were to go and attack the high school, if Puma's like, you know what, we're gonna start a little All-American or a little something tournament like that.
It's possible.
They're gonna have to.
They'll get into the game and they'd have a really good start.
I feel like a lot of them gonna have to come out of pocket to get these kids too because they gonna
Nike's
have to,
paying niggas. Yeah, no flex. Nike paying niggas.
but they recoup their money though.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
Yeah.
So like with the Zion shit, right? I know there was people talking about how like, oh, them signing. Somebody was like, shout out to my boy Greg from Sneak This podcast. He was like, Zion's gonna have to pan out in the league in order for this Jordan Brand shit to work. And I'm like, I was thinking like, nah, not necessarily.
No,
I mean, his name is already carrying weight by itself. I mean, if he don't,
and I'm going off past Jordan Brand signings. They
bro,
didn't
they've
really
had
had
plenty
like
superstars and shit like that. Like,
He'll be one.
so
of
how
them.
you feel about the Zion shit?
Man, with the Zion sneaker, I feel like he should have went to Nike. I feel like Nike would have made something kind of tailored for him because they've had news like Charles Barkley. I feel like they could have I feel like they could have enhanced what the Barkley could have been with the Zion sneaker.
And that's I'm
'Cause
glad
they're
you
gonna-
said that
because they're
because
gonna
like
try to make
with Nike, everybody had their own persona under Nike. That was like Barkley had his own persona.
yeah, with the
Penny,
force line and all
Jordan,
that.
Yeah.
all of them, it wasn't nobody mimicking nobody else when it came. So you get what I'm saying? Like
You
with
think-
Jordan
so
Brand, you
y'all-
don't got that.
You thinking? So you thinking like with? I mean, I get what y'all saying. So
Even
basically,
Nike with like Paul George and Kyrie,
They got their own
they
identity.
got their own identity with.
persona.
you right because I never really seen.
Everybody on the Jordan Brand, they sneaker damn near look the same.
Yeah, it's heavily performance
Like
based.
with Penny, it was Penny and Jordan.
Yeah.
It was Barkley and Jordan
Yeah.
and Penny. It was Pippen and like everybody had their own distinct brand under Nike.
And
like
they represented different facets of Nike basketball.
Exactly.
So like y'all was saying, like Barkley was like the alpha force.
Yeah.
Pippen was the flights.
Yeah,
Uh,
you're right.
yeah.
Even like with Barkley, you could tell his shoe was like more bulky.
It was catered to
It was
bigger
catered
men.
to him, and then your penny shoe was a little sleeker.
Sleeker, yeah,
you
for
know.
cuts and shit
Yeah.
like that. Like I get what y'all saying.
And then they're gonna try to give Zion this sleek ass Jordan sneaker. I'm gonna be like, yo, get the fuck
It's
out
gonna
of
look
here.
like socks on him, probably.
Word, basically, and they're gonna have a Balenciaga Jordan sneaker.
oh my god.
They're gonna have a Balenciaga Jordan sneaker, dog. I can see Jordan be like, yeah.
Drew,
so
you copping the Zions off top, off the strength. That's your boy. You do.
he'll have the Balenciaga
You got
Jordan
any
sneaker.
Like
Kyries?
somebody was telling me under the comments.
Are you gonna cop a Jason Tatum Jordan when it drop?
Nah, he's not buying that shit. Like somebody was telling me the other day, like
You don't support none of the Duke players, bro.
I'll get the jerseys.
You gotta get the sneaker, man. That's your boy.
I feel like they
Like
can
somebody
maybe
was telling
do
me-
something with
like
Jason
Pete-
Tatum though.
Somebody was telling me like, oh, but if Jordan dropped, because he was talking about how Jordan just is under Nike tree. Yeah, but they have different design.
Yeah, I don't
teams. And
think
like,
people are educated on that.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying, bro. That don't make sense. Like you can't. Yeah, just because they're under Nike, they don't have the same design teams. And he's saying like, well, if they drop a Jordan PE Zion, niggas gonna buy it. Yeah, because it's a
gonna be
retro.
retro.
It's on a retro
Jordan.
model.
Like, it's already.
It's
big.
not a
already-
Zion model.
It's not a Zion model. Of course,
I'd
it's not
cop a Zion
Yeah,
Jordan
yeah.
PE. Like the fuck.
a Jordan 12 Zion PE. You damn right, I'm gonna go get that shit. But
What do you think?
it's like,
What do you think would be a good Zion PE? Just for all us being in the sneakers and shit. What do you think would be a good Zion
A
PE?
10 or a 9.
A 10? Yeah,
Or
10
an
would be
8.
nice. Yeah, 8 would be dope.
A Pelicans 8 in his colorway. That would be sick.
Yeah.
I want to say 13 because it's my favorite, but I'm not gonna say 13. I'm gonna say
13 would be nice though.
yo. To
13.
be honest with you, a 3.
A 3 would be dope. He liked the 8s though. He said that's one of his favorite Jordans.
Yeah, Ace would be hard. Yeah,
I
8
just
would
want
be
them to
hard.
be too erratic color wise with the 8 because I feel like a lot of models with the 8 get.
Lot
ran
of
out with
with the color scheme, yeah,
the
the,
color
the
scheme.
bright colors and
It's
shit.
already
Yeah.
an adult model if you keep.
You don't really
like with the
gotta do
Aqua
too much.
8,
Yeah.
You don't see too many purple on the Aqua 8.
You don't really got to do
It's
too much
simple.
for a Pelicans
Exactly.
PE for an 8.
Yeah, and then the colors too. You don't really got to.
Yeah, you
do
don't
that.
You don't
do
got
too
too
much.
much colors with the Jordan 8. Fam.
You know it'd be hard. You know
gotta
it'd be
do
a
too
hard,
much.
a hard Zion P of 15.
That would be dope. It's a bulky sneaker for
16.
him too.
Yeah, a 15.
15 or
16
16.
would be
Honestly,
dope,
like
yeah.
that 8, 9, 10,
That
maybe
chain was
13.
16.
Yeah.
God, man.
Yeah.
That 15 or 16,
Yeah.
that would be dope for
Bro,
him.
that should be fire.
Word.
Or even the like.
I got 19 would be dope
Yeah,
for
I was
Zion
about to say
too.
it.
Because I
19,
love the 19, bro. Like
Yeah.
that should be fire.
He can-
when Jason Kidd rocked the East and West All Star
Yeah,
colorway
yeah.
19, like dog, that shit was.
Man, that was
Come on,
that
dog.
was a
Yeah.
different time. That was
Shit, old boy
that was
had it
like
on my wife and kids. He
Yeah,
had on the he had
yeah,
on
Michael-
the
yeah,
West.
he had
the
the West
West ones,
colorway.
yeah.
that's when he went to the Michael Jordan skills camp in Vegas.
Yeah.
That's when he had the
But
cool
like
grade
with
fours.
Zion, I think Zion to get it because I be forgetting about the kid aspect. Like, cause we were the same way when we was coming up. We bought the sneaker because we wanted to be like the player. So a lot of kids are probably just gonna buy the sneaker, but like, I be forgetting about the demographic aspect because they ain't really catering to like like guys and all like.
Nah, they're more catering to kids.
They more catering to kids, but don't get it fucked up. The retro is still the thing to get. You know what I'm saying? Like I be seeing kids don't be wanting the Team Jordan sometimes when I go in the stores. They want the retro too.
That's because we've groomed them to do that now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
But there is some quality Team Jordans out here.
I was saying that last
back
week. It was
then,
they like those. A lot of the older ones are quality.
Like all shit. Like you was getting that.
Yeah, like the Mosses, the
Eddie Jones.
Yeah, I had
Eddie
those.
Jones.
I had those.
The first
Bro, that
Team
nigga
Pros.
was a 5-time All-Star. I ain't really trying to get off, but that nigga was like a 5-time All-Star in a row, bro. Like
Eddie Jones did his thing, man. I feel like
He did his thing with the Grizzlies and all.
you know who else did they thing? Michael Finley.
Definitely very underrated Jordan Brand.
Yeah,
athlete.
Jordan Brand athlete.
Dog,
And
they had Michael, Jawan. That's what I'm saying. But these niggas was PE Jordan players.
Yeah,
they had a nigga on the
Yeah,
Bucks
Quentin-
too. What was this man's name?
Bobby
man?
Simmons.
Bobby Simmons. He had some dope PEs too.
Quentin Richardson had some dope PEs. Mike Bibby, of course, had
Quentin
some
Richardson
dope.
might be the PE god when it comes to Jordan. Him or Ray.
Yeah, Quentin has some. Like those Phoenix Suns 13s.
Oh yeah.
Those are gas.
Yeah,
Ray
Ray's a
Allen,
dope
Ray-
PE.
Ray was the truth, man, with that shit.
But, like,
That
Quentin
18, them 18s he
Mike
had.
Bibby.
Yeah, you know, I'm 18.
Richardson's them A's, man, cold.
Yeah,
He
them
might
Quentin
have been
Richardson.
a-
Yeah, them shit been hard.
Them-
Yeah, I remember.
them
I have
Cavs-
one of them shit when I was little.
Which one? Y'all talking about the orange nines?
No, the 8s. The
I'm talking about Darius
the
Miles.
White, the red, white, and blue
I'm talking about
ones.
the Cavs nines that Darius Miles had.
A lot of PEs like the
Them
12.
shit been cold, bro.
Like the 12 is like has some of the dopest PE
Yeah,
colorways, bro.
that Ray Allen 12 was super.
Oh, yeah.
That Ray Allen 12 was dope. Yeah,
We
that,
get-
I feel like Tatum could have something like Eddie Jones on the Jordan Brand if
see,
they do
the
it the
thing
right
with
way.
Jordan
If they get, they gotta get those
Bruh.
design. They gotta get the
what
good
I'm saying.
designers back,
Like
man.
you can
Like,
be like even with Nike, like they don't always, but like they should just be and don't be forced.
But you
like
know
a lot
what?
of Jordan Brand shit be forced. It's like, bro, like you trying
like
to,
going back to like the early like Team Jordan, like when it was like Vin Baker, Ray Allen, Michael Finley, and all them. Like
Melo had
that
the
was
best one.
that was like the it was kind of like it had a different branding back then. It was kind of like it was like Jordan's Angels. I'm trying to like you know what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say.
I feel you, I
It
feel you,
was
I
like
feel you.
it was like Jordan like handpicked like
different athletes that
different
they gonna
athletes for
represent,
that.
yeah.
It kind of meant more than what it kind of do now. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it just the way they marketed it was a little better.
Yeah.
they had better designers back
But I
then
think
too.
when they started bringing out the PEs, it just put more of a stamp on how legendary the retros are.
Right.
Prime example. So like, Virgil about to possibly roll out an Off-White 4
Right.
with the black cement theme on it. You seen them?
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw
What do
it.
you think about it?
I like them.
They're cool.
I like those.
I mean, I've never really been a big fan of Off-White like that, but
Me neither.
that 4 was okay though.
I like that for. I don't like that other one. It was two of them. It was
The
like,
white one.
It was that white. I don't like that white one.
I mean, to me, my favorite shoes from him are probably the Forces.
I like the Forces and the Blazers.
Yeah,
A lot of people like the Prestos.
yeah.
The Presso's kind of overhyped to
Yeah.
me, but I get it why people would like them.
The ones are just nah.
The Adidas Ultra Boost is probably a lot of niggas saying the Nike. I can't think of the name right now, but that Nike Ultra Boost, as far as comfort, and that shit even kind of stylish, bro. Like I be wearing my shit to work, but them boosts is crazy in comfort, bro. That might be the most comfortable sneaker on the market.
Where I never really been a big Adidas dude.
Bro,
like that,
you
so.
gotta get a pair of Ultra Boost, fam. I'm telling you, dog. If you get a pair of Ultra Boost,
Cause if you say that, and I just be like, bro, I just get a pair of Air Maxes.
it don't compare.
I used to say, but the Ultra Boosts are comfortable though. But me personally, I'm gonna always pick some Air Maxes
Yeah.
like before.
Which Air Max are you picking over the Ultra Boost?
A 95.
A 97 comfortable.
No way the 95 is more comfortable. 97 is
No,
more
like
comfortable than an Ultra
comfortable.
Boost.
Like
Don't do that.
I'm just talking about me personally. I'm spending
For
my dollar
comfortable,
on.
yeah, when
like,
I'm going to spend my dollar
I'm not
on.
going. I don't really. I bought these. These not even Boosts. These are the King Push EQTs. But I bought these. These are comfortable to me. Like I would wear these before I wear Ultra Boost. It is more these shit like this is more appealing to me than an
Yeah.
Ultra Boost.
Yeah.
Like
Mac, you gotta go get you a pair of
Ultra
Boosts,
Boost
man.
just look like a Chinese.
Yeah,
Chinese.
No, but they got some dope like design. Like all of them shit ain't the same now. Like there's some like the Ford. That shit actually look kind of good. Like I would rock it out. I'm about to go.
I don't know.
go
I'll
get a
take
pair.
your word for it because I know you ain't. I'll take I'll take a
would
look
see the
into
wrong way
it.
when it comes to sneakers, fam.
I know that. That's what I'm saying. So I know if you talking about it, then it must be something. So.
No, this shit is something for real. Like I like the Nike.
No, but you know what? I can match that though. Spydrons. Spydrins, Nike Spydrins. Those are Speardrins. Those are the most comfortable shoes I've ever owned.
Somebody was telling me.
Those are the most comfortable shoes I've ever
worn them
owned.
here a few times.
You rock the 270?
Nah, but I've heard good things about them though. The 270.
I heard some very good things about that one.
It's another one.
That's another thing. I just seen a campaign for Donovan Mitchell's shoe and Finish Line, and that shit is garbage.
With the Adidas?
Yes, and that shit red and blue. The motherfuckers ain't wearing that shit.
I'm not shocked.
Because of the Spider-Man shit.
Yeah, that's
That
ass.
shit ass.
I ain't shocked.
That's ass. And then like with players' PEs now.
Who had the worst signature sneaker of all time? I already had my answer.
All right, the worst signature sneaker.
The worst signature
all
sneaker.
right. Oh shit. Hold on, man. I don't know. There's a lot, man.
John Wall, hands down.
The Reebok?
Oh, with them zigzags?
Yeah,
that
that's
was
just
trash.
horrible.
That was trash.
And he really pushed that.
He got
really
paid.
Yeah.
Nigga, my Foot Locker team tried to campaign for us. They tried to get us to wear the sneaker in the store.
It was gonna give y'all some?
Yeah.
I mean, they gave
wear.
it
They
to
was
me.
gonna give them to I ain't
going
gonna deny it.
In the store.
I would have rocked it.
But they didn't roll out with the campaign. But that sneaker, because they had the runner. The runner was out
the runner
first.
was first.
Remember that?
Yeah,
That was around 2011-12.
Then John Wall had that high cut one. I remember
Man,
that.
I think
That was trash.
Those were trash, but I think we've seen worse, bro. I think there's been some.
I think Glenn Rice had the worst signature sneaker.
He had a Converse in it.
This nigga was signed to Warner Brothers sneakers.
Word?
They had a sneaker?
Yeah,
For
Glenn
real?
Rice had a Warner Brothers sneaker.
Hold on, dog.
Yeah,
Hold
it was
on,
a Warner
dog.
Brothers basketball sneaker, bruh. It was either Glenn Rice had a Warner Brothers or an Avia sneaker.
No, I think it was Spalding.
It was some off-brand type shit. Like Warner Brothers do have a basketball.
Yeah,
sneaker,
Glenn
though.
Rice Warner Brothers shoes.
Yeah.
Oh shit,
Yeah,
dog.
so Warner Brothers.
No. It wasn't Warner Brothers. It was Nautica.
Equally trash.
Yeah, it was Nautica. He was signed to a Nautica
There's
basketball
a Warner
team.
Brothers basketball shoe though.
Yeah, this nigga had a Nautica belt. You know, he was wearing the Warner Brothers shoes. But I don't know. He might have just been wearing this during the All-Star weekend.
Fam, I ain't put my feet in a Warner Brothers sneakers,
We'll have
bro.
Warner Brothers Sports.
That's nasty.
That's very nasty.
That's nasty. So guys, what's next, man? We good here? Full Hall of Fame game tonight. That was last night or tonight?
Thursday night.
That was Thursday.
No, get that shit out of here.
How y'all feeling like going into final camps and all this other shit? You know,
Just
Y'all
need to
good?
see it.
need to see it. Mike said
Nope.
you ain't exerting no more energy like that. Won't stress me none.
You ain't stressing me, bro.
All right, wrapping up the good weekend Do Work Media had. We had 2 free events last night. We had the Whoa Women event, and we had the Tav on the Ave International Vibes Day Party. 2 good turnouts. I was on daddy duty, guys. My bad for my absence, but you know those are 2 good events. We had the High Star alumni games. I saw my dog Salas Mack was talking about how Goose Creek has spanked North Garrett by 27. They was talking a lot of shit too.
Damn.
I don't think y'all follow how it followed them. A lot of the Garrett boys was talking a crazy amounts of shit on Facebook. I saw it. So
Damn.
I know Salas is relishing in that moment. I don't know who won. I know Fort won a game.
Yeah, I think
Because wasn't Rez coaching?
Yeah, Rez was coaching. Yeah.
All right, so shout out to Coach Rez.
Yeah, shout out to my dog, Coach Rez.
Shout out Coach Rez.
Yo, check this out. Cinco Fest, August 31st. So far, we got Tyler Cash, Ray Deasy, and Squirrel Westworld. August 31st.
Is
at
this
Tavern
breaking
Ave.
news?
Yeah, this is breaking news.
All right,
Cinco
breaking
Fest
news.
2.
Single
For
Fest
sure.
2 on the way.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to my dog Megan Dunn putting that on there. So yeah, man. Shout out to everybody who's moving around in the city this weekend. It was a beautiful weekend, tax free.
Oh, we didn't talk about the Amazon shit.
With the ring.
So just real quick, yeah. So apparently these Amazon workers had a $10 million theft ring for goods that they was getting off.
Hey, I ain't mad at them boy, bro.
I'm mad at
That
you.
shit
I'm
was
mad at them, bro.
crazy.
Jeff Bezos was a billion. He'll be all right.
Bro, listen, I be giving this motherfucker hella money too. I be on Amazon.
Niggas
Prime,
ordered,
bruh.
bro.
But
Them trucks.
deals be
Them
so
trucks.
crazy,
Them
bruh.
trucks is in frequent rotation
Yeah,
around
yeah.
the,
My
around the city, bro.
neighborhood. Them
Yeah,
shit's
yeah.
crazy.
Those shit
Them
always
vans,
dropping shit off in my neighborhood.
You gotta think, the plant is
Yeah,
right down the
yeah.
street from me. So,
They gotta,
but they be having deals on there.
yeah,
bro.
you
I
can't beat them deals,
I
man.
can't
Like,
beat them deals on Amazon.
like Michael
Niggas
tell me
getting
about
groceries
the
off
next day.
Prime now.
Yeah.
too.
And I be
Shit.
getting my,
they got
the
they got
filter.
same day delivery, you know, like.
Bro, they got same. I haven't done a same day yet, But when I go to that filter, I'm gonna try my luck one day with the same day delivery and see if I can hit on something. But like the next day, then on top of the prime, then with the discounts, you can't really.
Shout out Fat Kids deals too, man.
Fat Kids deals.
That page be going crazy, bro.
Bags for the.
You like, come on, bro. Like,
what you want me to do, dog? Like, I hate going to the store.
Like, you just go. It's to the point you just go to the grocery store for like essential shit, like
shit that you gotta.
Like you gotta get, but like toilet paper and like grocery bag. I mean, like trash bags and shit like that. Like shit you need like around the house, like cleaning supplies. Yeah. I'll never like cash out on that shit at like Walmart again, bro.
Hell
like,
no.
Shout out to Jordan for dropping the cool grades on Thursday because of tax-free weekend. You slick motherfucker.
He always do this though, like. But I just that was a good release for tax-free though for back to school shoe. That was a good.
I'll catch mine on gold.
But when they first dropped, that's how they came out too though. They came out like in September, but it was like a back to school type shoe.
Yeah.
So I remember that.
I'm gonna catch mine on gold.
You saw the how StockX had that breach?
Yeah.
Oh, let's talk about that real quick.
Let's
talk about that. Then we can wrap up.
All right. So I'm going to talk about that.
I know you want to talk about this.
But shout out to Tim Mack on Twitter. Shout out my dog, Miss Edith. I don't know who Edith is.
Hey, hold on.
I don't know about the lingo. I don't know about the Edith lingo.
They're not ready for that type of discussion yet.
Okay, because this nigga be called, and I got a feeling of what Edith is, but I don't want to expose the message.
I don't think people are ready for that debate yet. Because I remember having this. I remember being in a sneaker forum like True to Your Soul and the gray market discussion coming up back then. But niggas wasn't ready to accept that for what it was.
Randy.
Yeah, they wasn't.
Yeah, I remember Air Randy. Air Randy.
But see, Air Randy's actually legit.
Yeah.
Air Randy got caught up in some shit.
You remember how many like damn near fights started on True to Your Soul over that shit.
But honestly, it's all the same shit. But we'll
Air Randy was having that shit like a month out, like type
but
shit.
It's all the same thing.
It's all
the same.
Let's get it back on the StockX.
So StockX had a security breach with over 6 million users or 6.8 million users personal.
Couldn't get into the account.
Yeah, they sent basically what happened was there was a glitch in their system. They ended up getting hacked. What StockX ended up doing was instead of notifying that they got their system breached, they told everyone to just reset their passwords. They had a minor glitch in their system. They didn't come out and was truthful about their system being hacked. So what ultimately ended up happening is over 6.8 million users, credit cards, their whole profile.
Their information got exposed.
They got exposed. Yeah. It's on the dark web right now. Like I've seen plenty of people on my personal TL saying how they seen it. They scanned. They came across it. Yeah. They didn't go into it. They go into further detail, but it's out there. Yeah. So with that being said, StockX is under a lot of pressure right now. I got several emails from StockX. I haven't bought anything. I never uploaded none of my personal information, like credit card wise. Mm-hmm. So like I wasn't tripping off it, but I did notice I have an influx of StockX emails, like basically like it's almost like on some trying to like pander type shit. Oh damn! But what's gonna ultimately end up happening is I'm lost on what really because I'm trying to compare it to the Equifax situation because Equifax got hacked too, but they offering either $125 or they offer like 10 years.
I heard they ain't even offering that $125 no more.
I heard that too, but initially it was the $125 or the 10-year free credit monitoring. Yeah. Now I'm kind of like stuck. Like, what do StockX offer to really, try to compensate? Because I saw like one of the young ladies. She was like, she started
with that security breaches because you put yourself at a risk when you put your information on there.
But the businesses still have a moral obligation to let you know.
Keyword moral.
But
that's what they always fall.
There's actually been class act suits being started. Yeah. Now,
but how much you think a person could get across 6.8 million if they settle for a certain dollar amount? That's what they always be getting people.
And you got to think StockX is at a disadvantage because they didn't say they already sent the email out lying about it.
Lying about it. Yeah.
They knew
that shit was breached.
Yeah, they knew it, but they weren't.
They covered it up as a system update.
Yeah.
So my thing is like, what
would you need?
Because your information's out there.
It's like and you lied about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
That actually could really get real nasty.
Yeah, StockX, and they fresh now.
Yeah.
Ain't like they been out here for years.
Yeah.
Like they knew.
I don't even think you can invest in them boy like that. Honestly, like that's how new they are. Like
I don't think you can either.
so, it's like where like. I'm lost on like as far as like a
Hey, man,
number.
I ain't never really fuck with StockX like that. I was more of a GOAT person.
Yeah, I
was
fuck
just-
with
I was
GOAT.
just talking shit yesterday.
No,
when
I
had
no,
shit.
I was tripping too. I was sure I was like, dog, like they go
But I was
get
saying
hacked
GOAT
too,
whatever.
man.
I was
Like,
like, yeah, I was just talking shit, but
Yeah.
I ain't never had no issues with them. So once you already get me in, and I ain't got no issues, I got no reason to steer nowhere
Right,
else.
right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? But I know people who use both, but I never use StockX. I
see,
was always GOAT.
I like StockX for
Because,
the fact
mind
that
you,
they
now,
have
this is
everything.
second
Like,
thing.
Yeah.
They say second thing this year now.
Yeah.
Because earlier it was they had the fake Travis Scott
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
Mhm. But see, that's the eve of
And
conversation
I
again.
And I find that shit funny because you can't sell used on StockX.
You have to go DS.
You have to go DS.
The thing is with the
Go,
with
you
the
can do both.
Yeah.
with the Travis situation, like I've seen so many different versions of real Travis Scotts to where the fact that fakes
When you
or
say
like
real, what's different on it?
like all right, because I
Give me an
remember
example.
I remember looking at an article and they had two
They both real, but they different.
they came from different plants, so they were stitched differently. The cut was a little bit different, but they still authenticated through Nike.
Yeah.
So it's like they were still like
Okay.
you know people were still getting flack off that, but the Travis Scotts were made in two different
they
two
still
different
authenticated
they
through
still were
Nike.
authenticated through Nike. So that's what a lot of people would like. When they were sending the StockX and they was getting turned around, they was like, "Yo, I got these off of sneakers app. So
Yeah.
how are these fake?" You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
what a lot of people were saying. But I've also seen Edith look better than both of them.
Yeah.
Shit. So it's like
So is Edith
that Travis-
like a GOAT StockX thing?
nah.
Nah,
we'll-
it's the lingo. It's the lingo. It's the
It's
bop bop.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That Edith shit that opened a whole nother door, like the Aaron Randy shit. So
Yeah.
it's like.
We gonna talk
so
about
this-
that
that's
when the
that
mics
is.
are off, Mike. We
Yeah,
gonna talk about that.
we're gonna have a real in-depth conversation about this shit because niggas been on this wave, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so it's like with the Travis shit, I can't really. You can hold it against StockX. I wouldn't argue it, but it was so much stuff going on around that Travis release that it was crazy. It was overall madness.
Dog, that shit, that really made me delete Sneakers app off my phone for a minute, bro. No
Man,
bullshit.
I've been delete that shit off my phone.
had to
dog.
I've never hit off sneaker app, bro.
I've been delete that shit.
My nigga, that shit had me questioning my accounts and my cards. Like, it was telling me my card information wasn't legit. All that shit.
Nike app telling you the sneakers app.
It was telling me that, bro. Like,
That's
ask
wild.
people. They were
Yeah.
saying re-enter your credit card information is da 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 this and the third. I was thinking, well, damn, I ain't got the. I know I
Some
got
bots,
the
Shit
man.
crazy
Some
because
bots,
no, it's
man.
crazy because I be seeing the same niggas in this city be hitting off sneakers app on top releases.
I know a few people who be hitting on that shit.
Yeah.
Like my nigga Davian, he always hitting.
Ralph?
Like Ralph always hitting.
Yeah.
Like it's certain niggas always hit off
The only
sneakers
time I
app.
hit on Sneakers app was for general releases that you know you ain't gonna have.
You
no
can go to the
problems with.
mall and get
Yeah.
that.
You see what I'm saying? But like with the Travis Scott shit, that shit had me 38 hot. Cause I'm like, bro, like
A lot of
come on,
niggas was
dog.
heated behind
Yeah.
that Travis release, bro. Only time I was really mad at any release online was the Union release. 'Cause I really wanted that sneaker for retail.
I didn't even want to shoot my shot with the Union shit. I still want them.
I
hoes,
tried, bro.
bro. Yeah,
I
he
tried.
texted me. He thought he was in line too.
I was in line for the blue pair, and that shit just bloop.
Damn, them bots, man.
So you think StockX gonna take a step back?
That situation is going to. I'm gonna fall back and see what that situation do. I don't really want to speak too much on it now, but it's a lot going on in the sneaker realm. Period. Just right now.
Yeah.
Period. This kind of bigger than StockX, honestly. Because niggas don't
I
have
know
to
they
start
be
having.
having they little. It's low key like the StockX GOAT thing. back
Niggas
and
gonna have to
forth.
start having a real conversation about this whole thing. Period. That's all I'm gonna say for right now.
Dog, honestly, though, I felt like that shit. I think StockX and GOAT is real great for the sneaker community, bro. Like,
Yeah,
it makes
'cause-
it easier.
Hell yeah, cause
Especially like with GOAT buying and selling, you ain't got to deal with the buyer and you don't have to deal with the seller. GOAT
Yeah.
is handling everything.
Yeah,
So
you
you,
just
have to
you just
worry
pay them
about
for the convenience.
PayPal
Yeah.
fraud and
yeah,
Yeah,
PayPal
Grail
claims and all that.
kind of like that too. That's why I like Grail too.
yeah.
But that's more for like clothes, like pieces of clothing
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, I fuck with that shit, man. That shit is a good. That shit was. We should have had that in 2011, 10 to be honest
Word.
with you.
I would have been hitting on so much more shit.
I took an L on eBay, And ever since then, I never bought off eBay again.
Yeah, a lot of niggas got burnt on eBay before.
Yeah, because a lot of
you gotta know what you gotta like kind of be specific on what you look for on eBay.
Yeah,
now.
you can't just you can't be broad.
I ain't looking on eBay for no Yeezys and nothing like that.
Nah.
You gonna get burnt.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I know several niggas got burnt.
What I like about Gold is if you even try to send in some fake shit, you get banned.
Yeah.
Like your account, you automatically get suspended. Like so. That's what I like about that.
For
shit.
eBay, I mostly look for like older shit.
Yeah,
I
like,
don't really look for nothing real.
I
current.
buy like older forces off eBay and shit like that. So
and then they do certain shit like you can let shit sit like on these apps. I don't know if like you can do it on StockX, but like on Go, a lot of shit be getting under retail at a certain point.
Word,
fam.
bro. There's a lot of shit under retail.
There's
on
a lot
Go.
of shit be getting under retail, fam. 160. 170.
And then if you
just be patient now.
Yeah,
a lot of niggas ain't really got it.
It's about
When I
patience,
went to
man.
the store for the Cool Grade release on Thursday, bro, I haven't been to a release like when it was like that probably since I don't think I ever experienced that shit like that. I went to Jimmy Jazz, was able to get one. Did with the champs, got one, flipped that one on Goat. Like that shit was crazy.
Cause it's so. But
I was the only one at Jimmy Jazz. Walked the champs. There was one nigga in the store with me, and I was able to get another one. And then everybody else was at finish line. But the only line really is at Kids Foot Locker because
you're back to school.
But like, dog, I ain't been to a release like that in years.
that's refreshing, honestly.
Yeah. Because remember it used to
But
be
a lot
like
of
that,
niggas just
bro.
want to buy
Remember-
all
It used to
mine.
be like that.
Remember, bro, when we just well, in fact, I think I was with y'all, boy, when we all went and bought the countdown pack 11 and
Yeah,
12,
it used to be like that.
and we
The
just
worst
walked
cut of
in.
11 all
We just
time.
like walked in and just like, yeah, boom,
It
boom,
used
boom,
to be
got
like
the fuck
that.
on
It
through.
used to
Yeah.
really used to be like that. Like that 05 to like I want to say 08, 07 type
No,
shit.
yeah, no, bro. I remember like in 09, I remember I
Space
went.
Jam release wasn't really. It started picking
Yeah,
up.
the
It started
Space
picking
Jam-
up.
Concord, that
yeah, the
Concord
release
release.
kind
The
of.
Concord took it over because the Cool Grade release was. So I worked that release,
Yeah.
so that release was kind of subtle. But that Concord,
Yeah.
it was like the Space Jam was a little bit above Cool Grade. Cool Grade was cool. And
That
then
Concord shit took us to
Yeah,
another
the
level,
shit took
man.
us to-
Man, I
That's what-
remember when I was in high school, when I was a senior. I remember
My nigga,
one week.
we only had like 25 pairs, and we had at least 100 people at the door.
Damn.
No
I remember-
bullshit.
Dead.
Man.
And people thought we was lying. I'm like, my nigga, we the smallest store, we the smallest Foot Locker. Y'all better go to the other Foot Locker with
Yeah.
that shit.
I remember when I was in high school, I remember one week I bought the powder blue 9s, one week I bought the OG 2s, and another week I bought the Wolf Gray 5s. Like back to back to back to back, no line, no nothing. Just walk in, boom, let me get it.
The
Boom,
Wolf
let
Grade
me-
5s was 2011 too. I remember that.
Yeah, that was
That was an
2011.
underrated sneaker.
I got high, I woke up, I was like, oh shit, a Jordan came out. Went to fucking Jimmy Jazz, thinking all these shit gonna be out. There's like, hell no, nigga, I got this shit right here. And then I remember in Jimmy Jazz, on the low, some of y'all boys used to sell y'all shit like,
Chill, bro.
yeah, y'all used to, cause I was there, my nigga, cause I was there. I ain't gonna speak on it, but nigga, I'm talking about week out, maybe a little shit, bro.
Nah, no bullshit.
Word.
Decibel was
I
at
miss
its peak,
Decibel, bro.
was at 2010 and 11. And when them niggas, the Cannon releases would really put them niggas under the grid.
that fucked them boy
That
up.
fucked them.
Cause I started working at Decibel after that. And
They had when it came to releases,
Yeah, they had that
Decibel
shit.
had everything.
yeah.
Point blank period. There was no discussion. It wasn't. They had every other store looking crazy because they was the ones getting everything.
And they came out the blue too.
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah, then Nike
And I was like, what?
strong.
Y'all got this? Y'all got this? Now I got my
I
Timbos from there.
remember the day they sold the cannons, bro. I'm like, damn, bro, these shit's already out. Then a week later, them boy don't lose their shit.
They lost their contract, bro.
But when it came to close, though,
Niggas was hating on Decibel though,
that's why the close, yeah.
cause niggas be trying to do that to APB. They be trying to tell on them boys.
Yeah.
They be trying to tell on. They try like a lot of stores like they be
Nah, that was
like.
golden era.
Like
Yeah,
I remember
I know what.
I remember speaking to another manager at I ain't gonna say the name of the store, but she basically was telling me, she said, "Oh, you used to be a banana. Like our DM used to tell us to try to tell on y'all." I was like, "For real?" She was like, "Yeah, like you would be surprised. Like y'all like that APB store that name stay in a lot of DM's mouth. Like they don't like y'all."
Because but be mindful. This one, you, Nick, and Tim went all on working, so y'all had that shit hitting. Y'all had that shit rolling.
I feel like y'all got more then when y'all was working there than they do now. I
Yeah,
could be
they don't
wrong.
got shit in there now,
I could
dog.
be
They
wrong.
ass now. Last time I
Listen,
went in,
Every
I
time
didn't really
go
see
in there,
nothing.
bro, that shit be looking kind of dry.
They got shit. It's just, that's what I'm saying. It's just the atmosphere is different.
Yeah,
that's all.
because y'all had that shit rolling, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all had that shit like a real community
Yeah, man.
atmosphere.
We
my
had
nigga.
we had Hennessy Fridays.
Where niggas used to do.
What boutique you come to and get you a shot of Hennessy, man?
I used to come there on
Nigga,
my
I used
lunch
to come
break.
there just to chill.
We're just to chill. I used to come there on my
It's
lunch
all-
break all the time.
It's all good, man. But you know, things happen for a reason. Maybe I'm supposed to have my own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, it's
Them
all good.
releases was like when just me being in that shit just brought back old memories. It's like, god damn, bro, like you just walk in here and just get your
Yeah,
shit
be
in.
chilling, like
I remember I had to stand in line for when these first came back out in 2000. I want to say these came back in 2011.
yeah.
They came. I had to stand in line.
Black Friday.
Yeah, they came out Black
Yeah, Black
Friday.
Friday.
I left straight
Mo
from
Cop
fucking,
Black Friday.
Yep.
I remember because matter of
I was out all day that day.
But say niggas was going straight from the club to the
Yeah.
fucking mall.
my nigga, I went in there 6 a.m. I think I came in at 6 a.m. and them shits, of course, was already going. But, like, it was, like, at a time, dog. Like, I remember especially, like, even when we was on True to Your Soul and people was talking about, like, camping out and shit like that. Even downtown. When niggas, what store was it?
Sneaker.
Yeah.
He was camping out at Sneaker trying to get shit. Like, dog, that was really
Sneaker,
a time, like...
Continuum.
Continue.
It was-
Sweet
it was-
Soul.
It was good. It was good. SBs
remember
coming out
Sweet
around
Soul.
that time.
Yeah.
The Concord SBs, Space Jam
But, like,
SBs.
when Concord hit, the whole 2012, every release was, like, on Smash.
Yeah.
Every release was on Smash. People was lined up outside at every entrance at the mall, bro.
And that's when like the foam craze started going heavy. I
Yup.
shout out my nigga EC. My nigga EC used to go
Bro, I got
crazy over
these-
foams,
I
bro.
got these light
Used to
on a
go
light
crazy.
day, bro. Like, and then after that, it was like, I think that Galaxy foam took that shit to the
You used to be able to
that
get foams on 50s,
Hell
on
yeah.
50%.
Hell yeah, back then, yeah.
Hey, Foot Locker started honing the 50 release too, man. Like, shout out to y'all. Y'all always the home, but y'all really started honing the 50. The 50. Oh, you can't get this on. You can't get this on 50. This is excluded. This is
Ain't no
excluded.
niggas was getting off,
Like,
man.
come on,
Yeah.
bro. Like, y'all doing too much, man. Let us get that shit popping, man. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man.
We
But
can
that
talk.
was-
We can talk about that all day,
Hell
man.
yeah.
Really, like all day. So, niggas got anything else? Are we
nah,
good?
man, that's it.
Shit, man. Oh, I just want to say, the two tragedies that happened, that was some fucking wild shit. The shit in Ohio and the shit in fucking Texas.
Yeah, man. Prayers to them families,
I just
man.
feel like niggas, if America is not about to try to go head on with the issue, then if they're trying to just adapt to it, then everybody needs to be armed. Like there needs to be armed security in all these fucking areas. Because if y'all not going to stop the issue, if y'all trying to, y'all not going trying to stop it or combat it, y'all trying to adapt to it, then I feel like these establishments need security. Churches need security. Your Walmarts, because obviously we not doing shit about it. So I feel like if that's the case, then niggas need to just.
I'm
I
gonna
need to
say.
strap up those. I need to strap those places up. Then, if it's gonna be like that,
I'm gonna say this and then we can get out of here, man. The only gun control to me personally is everybody be in control of their own guns.
basically.
We see the continuously the group of people that's doing this. So it's like, eventually over time, like those type of actions and behaviors, those will kind of come parasitic. So what's going to happen is you're going to have people not from that demographic starting to take on those type of attributes. So what's going to start to happen is you're going to have people acting erratically, doing the same shit that all these white folk doing. So I feel like the only gun control is everybody, like you say, getting their own shit.
Yeah,
And
getting their shit.
Unfortunately, we in that time where you have to move at a more calculated pivot. So, that's just where I'm at with it now.
Stay dangerous.
I don't want to talk about. I don't want to, because what's just going to end up happening is, if you go on social media, it's going to be gun reform, gun control talk for about probably 3 to 4 days max. Something going to happen. Niggas going to forget about all this shit until it happen again.
Yeah.
So, like, that's why I don't really like talking.
Which could be next week.
That's what I'm saying. I don't really like
tomorrow.
talking gun control like that no more. Like, I got my feelings on it. That's just that. So, my opinion is, we coming to a time where, like, I definitely feel like all women, like, just based off the shit that I be reading, women should need guns, period.
Yeah,
You know what
the
I'm
way
saying?
the world is working.
So that, of course, I feel like black men should be more, because we kind of get shunned down for, like, being, like, gun enthusiasts. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's whenever they link us to guns, it's on some, like, thug activity type shit.
Yeah.
But when other people have guns, it's they just game hunting, or they just love guns. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Until they shoot up a
They
whole
love the game
until
hunting.
they shoot a whole movie theater, and now You know what I'm saying? What are we
All
talking
came in
about
with the
now?
goggles.
You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
he had the muffs on, like
Yeah.
he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, he was trained.
He was targeting. He targeted a predominantly
It's
Hispanic
Hispanics, yeah,
Walmart.
yeah.
So it's like you know what you was doing, bro.
Shit's fucked up.
So you know when we in that type of situations where you got parasites like that moving around, like you say, you definitely do got to stay dangerous. So
And then you got the rhetoric being spewed by Trump. So all it does is just gas him up more to go do some wild shit. And like, man, you just gotta stay dangerous, man. Like I advise anybody, man, if you can get a carrier's permit, even if you don't got a carrier's permit, nigga, just keep it on you, like, because we living in that day and age where you could just be you.
and even if you don't, even if you're not ready to just hop up the porch and just carry, at least start to be more knowledgeable on guns.
Hey, like,
Because
dog
we
said
come
on
to
the
that
video,
point where
man.
you need to start knowing about you know.
gotta, if it's come to the point now where like, bro, you need to
Protect
have
yourself,
one.
man.
You gotta protect
Like
yourself.
dog says, like, yeah, it's definitely concerning a bit, but I packed that thing too. So
Where
you
it
come
says-
out this
it
way,
says
you will get clapped.
You will get
Word.
clapped. So,
But on some more positive news, though, I just saw this on my TL. I really didn't know. I just caught this late. So there's a new black-owned bookstore in Goose Creek called Turning Page.
oh, they
Bookshop.
opened it already?
Yeah, it
Oh,
opened
okay.
in June actually.
Okay,
And it's
all
actually
right.
the only second one in South Carolina, behind Malcolm X Center in Greenville.
Okay.
Oh, we got
I remember
man.
reading about that young
Yeah,
lady.
shout out to Turning Page Bookshop in Goose Creek.
Yeah, I remember
Word.
reading about it. I didn't know she opened in June,
Yeah,
so
it opened
you
in
know,
June.
definitely support her. You know, black literature, black owned store
Definitely support
that's
that.
selling literature. So, you know, with that being said, man, we all out of here. Shout out to my dog Mecca Don in the building. Shout out Drew Money. Shout out friend of the show, my dog Marco in the building.
Thank you.
Always from me and Mike, man. If you hear anything on this show that gets you offended, always remember.
With just some messages.
Oh, quick
We
shout,
out.
oh,
Oh,
quick
sorry.
shout out, quick shout out. Just want to shout out everybody who's been supporting, rocking with what we got going on. My nigga Mo always coming through, being a major help. And just shout out to everybody who's been supporting. Probably gonna do another quick drop in the next 2 weeks, and after that, we getting ready for winter. And just like happy with just the transition, everything's going, the moves have been being made. So just be on the lookout,
Parallel
man.
clothing.
Parallel products, man. Thank you.
All right. With that being said, we out. Peace.
Peace.